Hello there! From behind the O line, this is Trammin episode 233. My name is Kirk, and today I'm joined by our listener and new mother, Drinkupdisney's Jenni.
Hey, our big thunder topic of the week is pregnancy and parenthood at Disneyland.
Helping me host today is my favorite listener, and she's definitely not pregnant, Kimmy.
Definitely not pregnant. Hey!
Where do babies come from?
I'll tell you later.
Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast. Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding. As a courtesy to other passengers, we ask that there be no eating, drinking, or smoking on board. In just a few moments, we will begin our trip into the Disneyland Resort news and topic of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, this tram is ready to depart. Driver, you are clear.
Welcome back to Trammin, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We are your hosts, Kirk, Jenni, and Kimmy. What's up, everyone?
Hello.
This is the first time two women have been on Trammin.
At the same time.
Yeah. And it's always just you, right?
Am I the only other? No, you had Christine.
You had someone on
Christine
at
was
the
on.
very
I
beginning.
forgot.
But it was just her.
Yeah.
It wasn't with any. So
Yeah,
the first time you have two women.
I'm
yes.
sorry, Christine. I didn't mean to forget you.
That was early
It was
Trammin.
episode 9.
Yeah.
You were
was
talking
before.
about drinks, I think.
Yeah, which is, oh, there you go.
Which, I mean,
Yeah, so,
Yeah. Doing well, though. I'm tired. We were at the wedding last night.
yeah, we just got back from the Rainwater wedding, and it was a great time. Rain and I will probably,
Trammin Plus.
we want to Trammin Plus it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be Plus, it's just going to be called Wedding.
Mhm.
But it's like we could record that before our episode, but then we'll go on forever.
Yeah.
But then I don't
Yeah.
want to do 2 days of recording.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll do it. We'll recap everything. But ceremony went well. Everything
you did
went
a
off.
great job as
Thank
the
you.
officiant. It was so beautiful.
Everything went off without a hitch,
Mhm.
right? Anything that was running late ended up being on time.
The number one, and maybe you've had a wedding, is like something is always going to go wrong.
always.
But
No matter how well you plan,
But it
something
didn't,
will
right?
always go wrong. There was a close call, but everything got
yeah,
fixed and
we
it was
almost
fine.
didn't get a first look. It happened, and we started at 4.
Yeah.
So
On time. And all the guests were there. No one awkwardly tried to walk down the aisle when the bride was coming down, because I have seen that before.
yeah, we should have
Oh.
made like the phone announcement ahead of time. Like people recorded Brandy coming down, but I think it's fine.
People are going to do it even if you make the
Even if you
announcement.
put the sign.
they-
even
Oh,
if you
yeah.
put the- yeah.
So how were people after I told them not to?
I didn't see it again. I feel like
So-
people. And also, I was in the back row, though, so
Yeah.
you couldn't see anyways. So I don't think people
So-
tried it, you know?
Yeah, I made an announcement. So after Brandy got to the top, I said hello there. I did it, guys. We're in Anaheim at the Griffith House. We
That
can
was
say it
so.
now.
Only like half the group got it. They
That's
were like,
okay.
"What?"
That's okay.
Hey, half is better than none.
Yeah.
I know, right?
And-
Somebody got it.
I told everyone, okay, here's your chance. Take your phones out. Take your pictures because you're going to put them away. And I had a really nice way of saying it. The photographers will do everything.
Yeah.
Take your pictures now because the wedding party was all up there and they were going to go sit down. This is the best it's all going to look right now. So
Absolutely.
go ahead. People took them. I kind of felt it out. And then I took the selfie.
That was the best photo.
Shout out
That
to
was a good
Cynthia.
photo.
So
Yeah.
good.
Shout out to Cynthia, Anissa's mom. She was like, make sure you as the officiant, it's the only photo where everyone is in it. I mean, I'm blocking a couple people, but like where everyone's looking at the camera as opposed to the crowd taking the picture of the bride.
And it's not
groom.
like the reception. Everyone stand up for a quick photo. It's
Yeah.
like you're already sitting, you're already there,
So-
you're in wedding mode. You know.
Yeah, and then I made everyone
Your
put their
wet
phones
makeup
on
looks the best.
silent. And then at some point, Weed Whacker was going off.
Oh.
And a
Oh, that
leaf
was
blower.
so funny. You're trying to stop it, and you're like,
Jeff-
just go, just let it ride.
I know Jeff won't give me fake compliments. He
Yeah.
goes, you handled that right. You addressed it. You waited a second. It kept going. You just got to go.
It did stop at some point.
Yeah.
It did.
So we just kept going and it stopped. So I think it went well. I want to know the final time. It was supposed
I
to be
did not
under
time
12
it.
minutes.
It felt
see
like under
later.
12 minutes.
Yeah,
It
I
felt short.
talked a little faster. I know it's like the tip was talk slow, but then I did it really slow and I'm like, too slow.
Yeah.
It's like you got to keep the attention. So I like ebbed and
It
flowed.
was a good
and,
pace.
And they did well on the microphones. It was this microphone, but with the switch, wireless with this switch.
These
That
are good.
sounded
These are
good.
good.
SM58.
And
Yep.
then Mike, Rain was mic'd
I was
for
mic'd
the
too.
video. Brandy was not mic'd, which I thought was interesting.
Really?
She was not mic'd,
Well, I think that one would pick up Brandy because she's standing in front of him.
maybe.
But yeah, so they mic'd me up.
Yeah.
And I was like,
You also just don't want the mic to mess up the dress.
No, that's true.
I think that was part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this a
what's that
hot
ugly
mic?
black
He goes,
one?
the mic is hot, but it's not in the sound system. I'm like, okay. He goes, I'm going to edit out anything you say. So that's good enough for me. So yeah, it
Right.
went well.
Yeah.
Gabriel did a great job with the food. The steak, he par cooked the steak at his restaurant and then cooked it on the grill when we got there.
It was really
It was all really good. You know, it didn't have like, char, flame, whatever. It was a really good steak. So shocking. Best horchata I've had in my whole life. I asked him, he didn't put the almond milk. So that was his thing. He'll add almond milk to it. And that might be in the restaurant. He goes, no, dude, it's just the rice milk. No real milk. So he that was creamy. So that means he just put in the time. Yeah.
It was pretty good.
So everything was great.
Congrats.
Rain
to Rain and Rain.
blacked out.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and if you peek closely on the video, there's a nice little photo booth picture of just Rain
Oh, that one.
lost in the sauce. But yeah, we'll go all over that later. Had a great time.
Yeah, I want to hear Rain's perspective because we saw it as guests / you were behind the scenes with the groomsmen. I got there kind of later, but I want to hear as the groom, the prep of it, and then expectations versus reality of everything you prepped for and paid for. Like, what did you expect it to be, and what was it, and was it better? And also just in general, I feel like until you go through it yourself, you can't give advice yet until you've been through it yourself. And you're like, definitely do this, or hey, this was a waste of money.
I like that
yeah.
I was there slightly behind the scenes and Rain telling me everything for the
yeah,
future.
exactly that too.
Shout out to the DJ B-side.
Oh, he was so good.
Not a single bad song.
Really?
And he didn't let any song linger for too long, but he let them all breathe. He was actually mixing where like certain songs, he would like cut it in the middle of the song where it's like, yeah, we don't need the intro right now.
Yeah.
And no cringe-free wedding, I think.
Do you know? I know our DJ gave us a list to fill out of like, do not play these songs.
I'm sure they had a list.
We have a list for ours.
I was gonna say what
Number
would be
one,
a big.
Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. That
Yeah.
song
Is
That
a
one's,
no.
that one's kind of sketchy.
You also
Yeah.
said also no Kanye, which I would agree with. Probably no Kanye.
these days, yeah.
No Kanye.
We cut out some of the like really cliche ones, like "We Are Family."
Oh,
no,
they didn't get there.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
We
Even
got
for
some
me,
good
like
80s,
single
but
ladies would be off my list.
I-
I've heard it way too many times.
I was like too busy that night
Oh yeah, that one's
yesterday.
tough.
But my Single Ladies is great. But
It's a good song. It's just done so much at weddings.
my
It's
favorite-
always it's always the bouquet toss.
Yeah,
and
but
I
it's
feel like
fun.
you're also at this age where majority of the women who are there are like not single anymore.
That or they're single and they want to be. They're like,
Yeah.
listen, I'm
Yeah.
too old. I'm not getting
Yeah.
married. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
You know.
I forgot to request it because requests were open. I love requesting It's Raining Men.
Oh,
'Cause all the
that's
men
a
go
fun
up.
one.
It's all fun,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one's a fun one.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, shout out to the DJ. And I mean, even the photography staff was really great.
The photo booth people were.
Photo
nice.
booth was great,
Mhm.
especially like towards the end, there was no line. So they let us they went back into the gallery and let us
cool.
send the full photos to ourselves.
Oh, that's cool.
Instead of just
Oh, and they
the
did
strips.
airdrop.
They had
which was
airdrop.
great. Yeah.
Um,
So a lot of good things. Like I haven't been to.
Joe's
wedding.
Italian Ice saved the day.
Yes.
It was going to be at 7,
Uh-huh.
but instead we did it right after the ceremony.
because it was so hot.
was very hot, but the sun wasn't really an issue.
And there was a breeze.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
that's
was a
nice.
breeze.
But I did not take the jacket off once. Once I put it on, I didn't take it off till I got to my car.
And you're sweating.
I was just sweating. I forgot my undershirt.
Oh,
So you don't want the sweatiness.
yeah.
Because I was running around all day. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I look good in the suit.
Yeah. I went
was
from
fun.
heels to Birks in like 2 seconds. I'm like, we're done. No more heels.
It was great.
Hot tip: do that if you're the bride too.
Oh
Just-
yeah. No. For
Those
me,
heels do not last, especially if you
heels-
take all your pictures beforehand.
yeah, for photos and the walk down the aisle, that's it. After that,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
putting flash.
Oh yeah, Rain bought brand new checkered Vans for like
He didn't break them in.
That sounds rough.
no, he's used to them. He's worn them his whole life, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So no, after the pictures, he was in the Vans the rest of the night.
Oh. Okay.
And they were fresh.
And then
Crispy.
Brandy might have switched. I didn't see
I
her
don't
shoes.
know.
I didn't even look at them to be
Her
honest.
dress was gorgeous.
I was gonna say.
oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
beautiful dress. It looked so good on her. Should this be wedded? Should we just talk about wedding?
Yes,
I hit the bell. So
Yeah. No, we were there. I know we're talking about the wedding without him being here. But
it's
yeah.
fine. It's our perspective, and he'll be back.
It's also nice to have the guest perspective too. 'cause
Yeah, it
what
was-
we
yeah.
what you see from like being the ones who put it on, you don't get that whole. My husband and I always say we really want to get invited as a guest to our venue, just so we could see what a wedding at
Yeah.
our venue looks
Mhm.
like from the other side.
No, for sure. My mom and I, yesterday morning, she's been to a lot of weddings. So we called and talked about like what wedding stuff do we love, what do we hate. But this one, I'm like, everything flowed really well. There wasn't no like dead moments. Like there's some where like they're running late and everyone's just sitting and waiting, which is the worst. But
Yes.
it flowed really well. Everything on the guest side of things, there was no issues. Like the guests seemed to flow from thing to thing to thing without it being like.
It was all kind of in one spot too, which helped. There was like,
But also our table was in a good spot. We were like in the shade.
they
The
put us
whole
in the shade.
time.
It was
so
good.
nice.
Some people were not as lucky.
Shout
so-
out table 24. I had a great time.
Table 24.
We say Jeff officiated the reception. He at some
shotgun-
point was shotgunning a high noon with Brandy and Rain. Like it was a big group, and someone that wasn't us told him to go stand behind them. And there's a picture of just the three of them.
Oh, that's fantastic.
this
Yeah,
for
I
Paula?
got to put that on Tram.
Is that for Paula?
Yeah, it's for Paula.
It's
It's on Instagram.
so
I'll put it
funny.
on the Trammin one.
Yeah,
But
I think
It's on-
Please
I
let
think I
everyone-
saw that on his story this morning.
And I think you put it on
I
Trammin,
forget. Yeah, people
maybe.
probably start. Oh, right. Rain.
Oh, Rain
reposted
put
a
it.
bunch
Yeah,
of
yeah.
stuff.
There you go. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
funny though.
So really fun night. Yeah, people kept asking me if I was nervous, and I was like, "No, I'm very, very hot."
I was like
let's
nervous
go.
for you, but I hate public speaking, so that's
I
why,
love
you know.
it.
I was in theater. and
I love
Yeah.
it. And for me, like my biggest answer was the whole thing is scripted. So I don't have to think like, am I gonna do a good job?
Like you're not
It's
gonna put your foot in your mouth.
yeah,
and
people
script,
could
yeah.
hate what I wrote, but I am reciting what I wrote. And I changed a couple words just because like as you're doing it, it flows differently.
yeah.
But that was it. And yeah, got a new rainwater out there.
Yeah,
Brandy
That's so
Rainwater.
exciting.
I know, Brandy. That's such a cool last name. That's
Yeah.
a sick last name.
So let's clean up that baby's mess with mousekeeping. Nope.
That's the.
You know what it is? I was on the.
Oh, the
it's 4
wedding.
boards.
Oh, you have to change it.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the new one has a thing. If any one of you want to don't donate it,
Okay.
$700. But housekeeping.
There we go.
If this is your first time here, welcome aboard Trammin, a Disneyland podcast where Rain and I and some friends of the show talk about the Disneyland Resort through and only through our eyes. Listen to full episodes every Wednesday or topic-only episodes on Big Thunder Thursdays. If you enjoy the show, like, subscribe, comment, and review us wherever you can, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, Rain's favorite YouTubes. For a visual guide of the show and some wedding pictures, follow at Trammin Podcast on Instagram. And to write into the show, head to trammin.com/ask. While you're on trammin.com, catch up on lore, check out our recommendations, or download some artwork for your personal use. And if you want to chat with us on Discord or learn what that is, just ask us how. And you can find all these links and lore on trammin.com.
Yes, you can.
So now it is finally time for
Kev's concoctions with Kirk and
Jenny. So my brother Kev concocts things, and lately they've just been drinks, which is great.
Works.
And we have Drink Up Disney here. We didn't actually mention this is your face reveal
Oh yeah,
and your name reveal, Jenny,
Jenny.
which
It's a lot
we knew.
shorter.
And actually, yeah, I forget because I was like, oh, I'm doing Trammin tomorrow, and then I remembered like Rain and I were quote unquote in your wedding.
Yeah. Yes, you were. I kind of forgot about that for a second too. Yeah.
About that. Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
that
one of my bridesmaids and actually my husband's groomsmen, they are listeners of Trammin, and for part of her bridesmaid speech, she, I guess, messaged you guys. I'm
So-
not really sure.
Yeah, so we got a message, and it said, "Hi, I'm Drink Up hold on. Yeah.
Drink up Jenny.
Yeah. I could pull up the. No, it's gonna take forever.
Yeah.
So she was just like, "Hey, my friend is a huge fan of your show. Maybe I don't know if she called either you or her own husband the second biggest fans.
Yeah,
So she was
well,
like, Steve,
I told him
Steve-O.
about the show, so
Yeah, so you are.
So
you.
Drink Up Disney. Jenny is getting married. Would you guys mind like doing a little message?" I'm like, "Oh, sure, we'll do it right before the episode." And she's like, "Okay, thanks." I'm like, "Do we say their names?" And she was like, "Oh yeah." And then she told us your names and all that. And I wrote a little script for us to read. And we just said like, "Hey, someone told us you're getting married. Congrats." And Ryan's like, "Yeah, congrats, you guys." And then that's kind of it.
What was it like watching it?
yeah. So
Like when it happened. I want to know this side now.
So we did the speeches. I don't know how Rain and Brandy did it, but we did our speeches right after cocktail hour. We had all sat down. I think we all had our food, and so we're all just sitting at the tables. And she's doing the speeches, and all of a sudden she just says, I have a message from someone, and then plays it through the speaker. And I was just
Was there the
floored.
video or no?
No, it was
okay.
just the sound, the audio.
You heard the ominous, like, hello there.
Yeah, and as soon as I heard the hello there, I was like, no way.
That is
and
so funny.
How you were saying that you said hello there at the wedding, and like half the audience got it. Well, no one got it at my wedding except for her husband and I. And so we're sitting there like, oh man, everyone else is like, okay.
Cool. Who are these two randos?
But it didn't matter. I was stoked. I think there's some pictures of me like
That's so funny.
It was a nice surprise.
It's funnier to know it was just the voices. That makes it even funnier.
It was very like ominous, very like voice of God.
I emailed her the video, so I can email it. That was when it was one of the remote episodes.
Yeah.
So it's not as like in the set, but it is both of our faces just like. So yeah, I'll send that to you.
Yeah, send it to me. Yeah, it was just the audio, but hey, it was like one of those where everyone was like, this means something to her.
Yeah,
so that's exciting.
it's your wedding. That's what matters.
Exactly. I gotta say though, listening to the music right now and like hearing your voices, I listen to Trammin and every podcast I listen to on 1.5 speed.
No!
Me too.
Yes.
Doesn't it sound so
This is
slow?
so weird.
Yes, I know.
Well, you go 1.25, right? Or do you go
I do 1.25.
I do.
And you complain about it. He's like, listen to it at normal speed today. I'm like, it's 4 hours.
It's-
I have stuff to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out of my walk. I'm doing my stuff at work. I cannot listen to it at normal speed.
I can't. I do 1.5. My husband does 1.75 for his
That's
podcast,
insanity.
which I didn't.
Wow.
I listen to audiobooks on 2.5, but
Audio, I'll do
podcasts
like
I
2. I'll do
can't.
like 2 on audio. Yeah, audiobooks.
Podcast I can't, but
No.
1.5. And so he was playing some other podcasts that we listen to, a sports podcast that we listen to, and I was like, this even feels fast for me. What are we? But yeah, this music feels so slow.
Doesn't
right
it? I know. It always turns me off every time I'm here. It's so funny.
Well, we are in Kev's concoction, so my
yeah,
brother Kev did concoct something.
We were doing a thing.
Yeah, so I was hoping we'd have one for Drinkupdisney. That's your whole thing. So this is what we were supposed to drink with Jeff last week.
I appreciate you accidentally drinking the spicy one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would have given you the other one. Kev, is he asleep? I don't know. He didn't reply, but I do have the explanation for this one. But let's I don't know, two babies and maybe some little raindrops.
Cheers.
Probably not though.
Oh, that's really good. It's really fruity.
This has a very honey oat maple taste to it.
Oh, mine too. That's weird.
If you take like a couple other sips, it tastes a little different.
There's no guava, right?
No.
Okay. You're not trying to kill me on your show?
Oh, okay, no. He actually put me here of what it is. So this is what
First
it was last.
ingredient.
Oh,
No kidding.
hey, great name for this. Your mother's fruit medley cider.
Ooh.
On brand.
6.2% alcohol by volume. I read this last week. This is true this time. I compiled a bunch of different fruits and decided to put them together. It includes apple juice, mushed up pineapples, and blackberries with some limes squeezed in for a zest that might resemble ginger.
I'm not getting the ginger.
There's no ginger. The
I
lime,
know, but I'm not getting like
I
a
think
gingery.
the spiciness gave it last week.
I just realized something. If you're
Mhm.
listening and not watching, I did not drink what they're drinking, so I'm
Oh.
drinking a latte. So the
Oh, yeah.
joke was about the latte, not the drink they're drinking.
You want to try it?
Yeah, sure.
You always got to try it.
It's fruity. It's
From-
really good.
Wait, do I do it the Jeff way or your way? Through the spout or not?
The spout's weird. The spout seems weird.
Shouldn't do the spout. You do however you want. It's fine. You know what it is? It's fun arguing with Jeff, but I'm not going to argue with you about this.
Yeah.
It's not like
As a non-drinker,
it's
this
a
is pretty
It
good.
It feels like I'm a baker. And so, measuring cups and stuff have this. And that
Yeah.
just feels wrong.
Yeah, no, for sure. I love that you took the cups though from Disney.
Yeah. I'm actually shocked I've never taken these.
Do they still serve them in this?
I think they do.
There you
I
go.
haven't gotten a drink from there in a while, but I think that they do.
You're saving here.
Sorry, I'm like,
There you
the
go.
guys are just like, when do we return the suits? And Vans is like, supposed to be today. I'm like, seriously?
The next day?
Friar
That's-
Tux? Really? Maybe you should look
Well,
that up or
it's
call
on.
them.
If we're going to Orange, it's on the way.
Oh yeah, just
Oh.
do that. There you go. Easy.
If I remember correctly, Steve-O, who wrote it, his picture is up in that Friar Tux. In
What?
orange.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
you
one
Orange
of
or
the
Anaheim.
orange.
Oh,
I was gonna say you have
He's
to
one of-
find
oh,
it.
there is one in Orange.
Do you want-
It's
Can
on.
you take it
it's
there?
on Tustin. What's that main street in Orange?
Chapman?
Not Main.
Not Chapman, right?
No, it's It crosses Chapman. I think it's Tustin.
There is a Tustin Avenue.
Okay, yeah.
For sure.
I
My
I'll
think
check because I
Friar
can
Tuck's
return it
is
at
on
any of them. So
Yeah.
You don't have to wash it before. You rented, right? So you just return it.
yeah, I'm not doing
I
anything.
don't know.
Yeah.
And I assume I keep the
Yeah,
socks.
it's on 120 North Tustin. Oh, it's right off the 55, and then the food fridge right here.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on the
we'll
left.
definitely go there instead.
Yeah.
I assume I keep those socks.
So just
They were
go
fresh
there,
socks that they
and
gave
then
me.
don't forget to park near.
It would seem gross if you returned
Yeah,
those.
because I was like, "Are these fresh socks?" And it had a tag and everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, they're good socks." Shout out to the Friar Tuck
They
socks.
close at 5. Just FYI.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Okay.
See, I'm not sure because renting things is not really a thing for us girls.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you know what?
Well, it's
We
like rent the
own
runway.
all those
Yeah,
bridesmaids
I know.
dresses.
So here's the
you can
thing.
rewear it again.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can't.
Here's
you
the
can't.
thing.
You cannot rewear it again.
I only did the rent. Well, Rain got his for free because we rented,
Yeah.
but I only did the rental because we were gonna do khaki. If they had said we're gonna do black, I would have just gotten my jacket tailored again
Yeah.
or bought a new suit because I'll wear a black suit all the time.
I have to say it.
Mhm.
Low key, I'm glad the khaki wasn't. You guys looked great yesterday.
The black-
in
yeah.
Oh,
the
no,
black
we of
looked
course we looked
great.
good, and we got lucky that the sun wasn't the problem.
Yeah.
The heat was gonna be hot no matter what.
It was at a good time where there were already shadows like under the trees. Like it wasn't like at noon, like in the
Yeah.
beaming sunlight.
No, it was
so-
hot at noon. We would step outside. I was in shorts and my
Yeah.
Hobie t-shirt. It was hot.
Yeah.
Oh, one
Yesterday
today.
wasn't too bad. It was warm, but it wasn't like. It was
No,
warm.
I was just.
By the
it
time
just got
the
sticky.
wedding happened and stuff, like it would cool down.
You were
a
in
lot.
you were in a halter. Of course, it wasn't warm.
Felt great in the halter. Felt amazing
Anyways.
in the halter.
Any ways. Or do I say Jenny ways?
Jenny. like
Anyways, let's get in some news.
Again, it's slow.
Yeah.
No,
It's
no,
gonna
no.
feel off the whole episode.
No, this is the way.
You guys should listen in 1.5 speed.
I'm gonna do that
Do
next
it.
week.
Yes.
This episode. 1.5.
Got some headlines for you guys, but first it's snack time. Check out the Queen in Disguise at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa lobbies. You guys see this?
No, what is
So
that?
the evil queen in her old lady thing,
Uh-huh.
she's just gonna be in the lobby.
Is it made out of cake though? Is it like another cake?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me.
I saw a tree there, but this is like,
Well, I put it on the Discord.
yeah, it
under
was it
Halloween.
was.
This one. So I don't know if it's like made out of cake.
Oh, that's got to
or
be
a
cake.
figurine or something. See that?
If it's
But it's
in
like a
the-
close up. It's not. It's not a
Maybe.
wide shot.
Okay,
here
maybe
for-
because I saw the
for Paula.
trees.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's not
It
her.
just
That would have been
says,
cool.
For Queen in Disguise. Yeah, it doesn't say who, but if you look at her face, it kind of looks cakey.
Mm.
I don't know. We'll check it
Yeah.
out probably. When are we going again? Friday.
Because they do a giant cake for Halloween too, right? I know that they do like
Yeah.
the gingerbread for.
They've been doing cakes for just everything. Now,
Have you
so I
seen
think-
the one yet in Haunted Mansion?
No.
It looks so sick. It
Really?
it moves. It's really, really cool. Yeah.
That's
I won't
awesome.
spoil it unless
I almost wish it wasn't so far away. Like when you're riding the ride, you can't. It's pretty
Oh,
far
yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
There's
but
a
then you get
video
to see
with-
the whole thing, I guess. So
You can
yeah.
always check out the video with Ken Potrock playing with it, whatever.
Mhm.
But next up, get ready to help everyone's favorite pooch. Search far and wide as Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit starts August 30th throughout the Disneyland Resort. Purchase one of 3 maps for Disneyland Park, California Adventure, and Downtown Disney at respective select merchandise locations and let the hound hunt begin. They do this every year. You get a sipper. Not as fun as the Easter eggs.
I've never officially done it, but like I'll do it for fun with
Yeah.
you. Like, oh, look it, I found one.
And
I was just gonna say I'll have to do it. I did not see a single Pixar food truck.
Really?
Yeah.
We saw a couple. Some of them that we cheated. I saw Against My Will on Twitter, but like there were a couple that like.
John H found like 40 of them or something.
But you got to
an
be like
album.
intentional. Like, okay, we saw.
Oh no,
the
he had
one-
an album. Like him and Sheridan were just looking for them.
What was my favorite one? I liked the one. What was the one on Star Tours? That one was hard to find because it was camouflaged. It was the droid.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's cute.
Like the body was
The
the Pixar
mouse
truck.
droid, I think.
Yeah, and then there was the one in Small World, which was easy. We saw the one near Baymax. Spider-Man, the Q
The
had
Grogu
one.
one.
The Grogu one was hard to find because it was a Downtown Disney.
Oh,
We looked
yeah, yeah,
all
yeah.
over Galaxy's Edge and we could not find it, and it was
Yeah.
in yeah. But yeah, that was fun though. It was a fun game they did, and I heard they moved them around, which was kind of cool.
And Scott Gusson reports, believe in holiday magic at Disneyland Park and World of Color Season of Light at Disney California Adventure will run November 15th through January 6th, 2025. And those are the days for the holidays anyway. Also, at some point, I realized how the mic is picking you up. You're at 25 while we're at 13, but it works because you're
I am
you're
further
sitting
back.
back there.
Should I?
So it's
Oh,
no,
cool.
you're
Okay.
perfect at the these little levels. So
Perfect.
Don't worry.
Cool.
And time for our first headline. Time for a little schmackerel. Disney Eats announces the bees are buzzing with excitement. Take a ride on the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh and then stop by Pooh Corner to try the new Blue Honey Pot apple when both locations reopen on August 29th.
Have you seen it?
That looks crazy.
It's so cute.
It's really cute.
I like how they announced the opening of Winnie the Pooh with an apple.
I know.
Like Disney Eats announced that the ride's opening. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Someone I follow, Magical Millennial,
Mhm.
on TikTok, she went, I think yesterday, they ran out like right away of the apple.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
it's
it's
Friday.
already.
29th is yesterday, or 2 days ago. Today's
Yeah.
the 31st.
I can't. Today's the 1st.
No.
Today's September.
No, today's the 3rd. Oh, it is September 1st.
Yeah. Oh, we got to get Strongwater reservations in 10 minutes.
Okay. Do you want me to
They're
do it?
doing
or do you wanna do it?
Halloween.
Okay, yeah. So honestly, I'm more excited about the ride than the apple, but it'll be fun.
Those apples are so hard to eat.
I'm not.
And they don't cut them for you. And
No.
it's really annoying.
We had a whole thing. You haven't even gotten to that part of the episode.
I think no, I did.
With
You
the
talked
snarky
about
cast member?
how we always get the one. I only get one a year, and it's the one
No,
the magic the
No,
poison apple is. The
I
one we
talked
get.
about, I think it was last week where Rain's story about how he was like, oh, they cut him in Magic Kingdom. And the cast member was like, this isn't Magic Kingdom. Like, when
You know
you're
what?
in-
I've heard that story before, but
Yeah.
I don't think I heard it this week on the show. Okay.
But yeah, that's exciting. Next announcement. Next
We have to get a
headline.
Roo Pass next time we go.
A Christmas Fantasy Land Theater. Scott Gustin, as always, reports Disneyland Resort also says Santa and select characters will greet guests at the Fantasyland Theater at Disneyland Park, which will also feature cookie decorating, craft making, storytelling, and atmospheric music throughout the day.
Nice.
So Fantasyland will finally have some Christmas in it. Small World is its own area.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Small World.
Yeah.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
And
That sounds like fun.
I
Keep
guess
all the lines over there, like away from everybody else. You know what I
oh,
mean? Like,
you know why though?
Why?
There's gonna be no room in Pooh Corner because the queue for Tiana is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Wait,
They're
when does
doing
Tiana's open? I
virtual, but-
forgot. November, right?
Same day.
Oh,
So
that's
they're
why
probably
they
like
did
go
that.
meet Santa in Fantasyland because we're not paying for live entertainment right now.
Yeah.
I wanna
Did you
walk through
guys
there, yeah.
did you guys do the during Pixar Fest meet all those characters that were over there?
We walked by and we're like,
No.
this-
It's honestly a great setup though. It's
Yeah.
a great use of that space. It keeps a lot of people over there and keeps them there longer. I feel like longer than just a standard show because you're going from character to character or you're sitting and you're watching the show. So it's almost like a people eater for longer than it was when it's just a show.
and great for kids.
And
Great
I
for
wanted to
kids.
go in. We just never. Every
It was
time I
just-
walked
they
past
were-
it, we just didn't want
They
to
were
do it,
already
or they
doing
were
this-
closed.
They were doing
Yeah.
the stage thing that one
Oh,
time. We
yeah.
were like, we got the popcorn,
Oh, we got the up popcorn, right, which is pretty good. The up
Bing
one
Bong popcorn.
was it Bing Bong?
Yeah, because it was purple
Okay. Yeah.
and it had free.
Oh,
shards,
and our
Skittles.
faces were like purple. Yeah, that was.
And I don't.
There was the announcement this morning.
This morning,
Remember the two new characters? I put it on the Discord.
I didn't see it.
Louisa, and I showed it
Oh.
to you.
yeah, I saw that
I
this
showed-
morning too.
yeah.
Lisa and
I don't know if there's an
the other
official
sister.
announcement for it, but Code Word posted it. That's why I saw it.
yeah.
It says,
Mas Madrigal.
yeah.
That's our
God bless
headline.
Isabella and Luisa are coming to Disneyland.
Fun.
I like that they're face characters.
Me too.
Well, I think they have to be because Mirabelle is.
Yeah, but am I just making this up in my head, or wasn't there a like costumed character for Luisa?
No, that was some weird family doing some stuff. I think.
Okay,
In
because I remember
yeah.
thinking that looked so weird.
you want to read it? It says starting September 3rd or until September 3rd.
Arrives on September 3rd.
Okay, so they'll be here this week
It'll
for a
probably
limited
be-
time at El Zocalo Park, which I did not know that's what it was called.
Yeah, it'll probably be like for Halloween because they have all the stuff up there. So
They look cute. Louisa looks great. So does
Yeah.
Isabella.
yeah, I think it's
Very
great.
cute. Yeah, I like it.
And it's.
She looks very Pocahontas-esque. I'm curious.
I think that is Pocahontas.
Yeah, it probably.
It's probably her wig too.
Yeah.
But they'll probably just rotate her out with Mirabelle. That way they always have someone there.
Yeah, I
Take
think
their
in the
break.
announcement video, I watched a snippet of it. Mirabelle was with them, so I think the three of them are probably gonna rotate
Mhm.
out.
Crazy how popular Encanto got like later.
Way later.
And then we don't talk about Bruno wasn't even nominated for an Oscar because they didn't know that was the one that was gonna blow up. The other one did not blow up, and I think it won. And they still performed it, which I think is so funny. So
Yeah. Forgot to make a headline for this one. whatever. I'm not even going to do it. Downtown Disney has announced new shops and eateries coming to Downtown Disney District. So, good luck clicking that link.
Can I click it?
You can. It's just you're on an iPad Mini 2.
It worked.
So
It's opening. Can you? Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got it.
she's got. Is that this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a weird question. Is this AI or is this a real photo?
That's a real photo.
It looks like really sharp. That's why I'm asking.
Well, they probably just took a really good camera.
And
you know what?
If you look at the colors of her shirt, the little girl's shirt, it just looks like they manipulate the colors.
No, look.
Is it
This
just
little
me?
boy has black and white hair. I think they just cut him. They did like a weird.
Oh,
Cut
they
and
like cut them
paste.
out. Yeah.
Oh no! You know what?
What?
Look at his arm. It's either a cutout
Yeah.
or when you use an HDR effect.
Yeah. HDR. That's what
When
it
you
is.
go, it's called tone mapping,
Yeah.
and it messes up the edges, and that's when you could tell.
It
But
just looks like it
They-
looks real. It just looks like almost a little too real. if that
yeah,
makes sense.
they might have just tossed them in there though.
That's such a good spot though. Have you taken your little one in this area?
No, I haven't walked over there. I also haven't walked over to see the new entrance, the one that's supposed to kind of look like Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
I've
It's
seen
pretty nice.
pictures, but I haven't walked over there
The
yet.
thing about the new area, the grass is plush,
Oh, that's
so
nice.
it is a little
Yeah,
soft.
it's like
so
hilly, so the kids just roll
like
down.
if she falls or whatever, like
Yeah.
it's soft. It's scratchy because it's grass, but like
Yeah.
whatever, you know.
We're unofficially adding that to the topic of the kids. Down to Disney, have fun there. You know?
So for some reason, we're getting another Avengers shop, Avengers Reserve.
I didn't even open this. I
This is
just
going to be on the
realized.
side. So there's the food hall and the second story bar that's unnamed.
That's where the AMC was. Right?
Where is the food hall going?
To the right of the Lego store, to the right of the
Okay.
monorail.
Oh, okay.
So they put the thing up, and then there's a bunch of breeze blocks on top. And so we didn't know what was going to go there. The food hall is in the main area. So first we're getting Avengers Reserve, which is just collectibles, apparel, accessories, toys, comics.
Oh, so it's not food. It's just
Yeah,
It kind of reminds me of like Trading Post for Star Wars. Like this is their Trading
for
Post.
sure.
Yeah.
They're making Downtown Disney a destination. Like,
Also,
they
it
want
kind of
people to
gives me
come
the
shopping.
Stage 17 Avengers.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
it kinda,
that's-
Yeah.
it's kind of like that.
we
energy.
wondered where all that stuff was going to go. So just miscellaneous Spider-Man button-ups, that'll go here.
Okay. Cute.
And then next to it will be D-Lander, which is like Disneylander.
Ooh.
Yeah, the D-Lander shop coming this winter. A fresh, quintessentially Southern California boutique celebrating trend-forward fashions for Disneyland fans, offering a stylish collection of apparel, accessories, and jewelry.
Will this-
Pandora's in here.
Will this just be an extension of World of Disney and,
No.
and Disney Home?
I feel
hope-
like maybe dress shop. More of an extension of dress shop.
I think it might, because dress shop's staying.
Yeah.
So there's Pandora back here. Pandora might go. But I think,
Oh yeah, I see it.
but I wonder if this will be adult clothing. Oh,
It does look more like
there's a
boutique.
Pandora sign on it too.
Yeah, that I zoomed in. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if this will be like nice clothes and there's just like a little Mickey on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, you want a polo
This is where
with
they
Mickey?
sell the Ralph Lauren collaboration with Disney.
Yeah.
Like this kind of thing. Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
R.I.P. to
Yeah.
Disney Vault. Remember Disney Vault?
yeah.
Is that what it was called? D Vault or Disney Vault? Remember that story? It
Yeah.
was like a giant vault.
It's,
Yeah,
on
yeah,
our, it's
yeah.
on our episode.
It's like like the hot topic.
It's like
equivalent.
episode 20 or something.
Yeah, that's funny.
And Marceline's confectionery to transform into Disney. No possessive. Wonderful world of sweets.
Rip.
I don't like this. It's too cutesy.
It's
know what I
very
mean?
Willy Wonka to me.
Yeah.
It's almost not Willy Wonka enough though.
Is it going in the same spot?
So Marceline's is taking over the dress shop, like
Okay.
the full building now.
Okay.
And then dress shop, I think, is staying at Wonderground, and Wonderground took over the shoe store. And I
Okay.
actually like Wonderground more for that because it's just the gallery now.
Yeah.
Instead of we also have clothes here
Yeah.
for some reason. So
And then someone noticed, I think it was Carly Wiesel. She's the one that noticed that they're going to make freshly made Werther's original caramel popcorn.
that'll be nice.
Is that like fresh there though? Is that what it is?
They'll probably pop the popcorn and put the hot drizzle on it and all that.
It says freshly made.
Yeah.
So probably. So
They-
that's the one thing that I'm like, okay, that could be fun, you know?
I wonder if they'll end up doing that like popcorn shop like at Disney World where you can get all the different toppings on it.
I think that's on Main Street USA over there. That
Yeah.
looks so good. It's
It
just
looks
a
so
bucket of
good.
junk.
Oh yeah.
It's great. We have like the half measure now at the booths
Yeah.
or the stands where like
Excuse
they'll
me.
put marshmallows and
But I
M&Ms.
feel like it's so hit or miss. Like you were saying that s'mores popcorn was really good. I got it and it was trash.
I thought it was fine.
You
Mine
like
was
the Haunted
cold.
Mansion one, right?
Yeah.
That one was okay. I think the Christmas one was better.
Yes.
Oh,
that's the
Because
okay.
one.
that was just marshmallows and just a ton of M&Ms.
Okay.
The Golden Grams were too dry, I think.
See, the one I got, the Golden Grams were stale, but the marshmallows were also stale.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got lucky. I had the last. They were actually closing, and I had the scraps, and they gave it to me for free.
Dang.
Because I got there, like they pulled the sign down, and the guy's like, "Oh, don't
Yeah.
worry." And then the lady was gonna charge me. She's like, just give it to him. Like
That
I
was
scraping the bottom of it.
Yeah.
That was the day I forgot to cancel our reservation, so we went
She-
like in the last hour.
I was out at a brewery with Kevin Autumn, my brother and cousin, and then she goes, "I accidentally made a reservation for today." And I was like, "Oh no!" I came home, showered, and at 10:30 I went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
But it was like,
Dang.
oh, beautiful, loved
yeah,
it.
because
So-
you were prepared for it. I was home.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's still cool. The style is, it's like the Disney emoji game.
Yeah, and I like
know what I'm
Marceline.
talking
It's
about?
very
That-
Yeah.
old school, very like. I
It
love
needed
Mar-
updating.
It was
Maybe
old,
it could
yeah,
have
it was a
been
little
like
rusty.
candy stuff,
You know-
but
It gives me the vibes of what from Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes.
What's that candy? Like that's what it feels like it's
Candyland,
trying to yeah.
I think this though, the way they're doing all this stuff, which is a little of a bummer, they can retheme this whenever they want.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks cutesy. I think cutesy's in right now. This will look great on Instagram. Like look at all these little shelves and the little Japanese frogs.
Are those at that location?
No, dear, if you scroll down.
Oh,
more,
that's the
it's something
kawaii
else.
slime. Never mind.
This
Okay.
feels like 10 years too late. Are kids still into slime?
Yeah, the kids don't stop with
I
the
don't-
slime.
okay.
Are they still in the slime? Your
I
teacher?
don't let my students use slime in the classroom.
But do they yearn for the slime?
Not well. My students are also they're more severe special needs, so they have different tastes.
Okay.
But I think
like,
it is
sensory,
still
yeah, I'm
pretty. I think it's still pretty popular.
Yeah, so kawaii slime is gonna get a cart. Cool.
Where is?
Just a cart, like a
Oh, so it's not like it's a full on
There's probably-
store. I
there's
was
just
like, how are they going to make
more
that?
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get ready to see slime all over the floor.
Yeah, I don't see it.
Like they don't
lasting
allow
long.
gum, but they're going to allow the slime. That's-
slime doesn't stick though.
It does.
If you
Oh, it
step
does?
on it.
oh my gosh, if it gets into carpet, hair, clothes, it's
Oh, I thought it was
done.
like I don't know what I'm thinking of, but there is like a
like
type, not silly putty.
oh, that's
but,
what I was.
but there is like this wet, slimy stuff. But I think slime's like drippy, right? Almost.
Yeah, slime is very. It's like an extra wet gum.
Oh.
And it's also like the more you handle it too, it can change
The
like
stickier
the
it
feel of
gets.
it.
No,
yeah.
there's something else I'm thinking of that's like a wetter silly putty, but it doesn't stick to anything. That's like its whole thing. Oh, kind of like
I want to look up
the
kawaii slime.
you know like the electrode pads, like the little
Oh yeah,
the
yeah,
shocky
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Those stick to you, but they don't stick to things.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm thinking.
yeah.
So,
No,
okay.
slime sticks to everything.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the person's company, but I'll look at it later. But this is like the.
Does
slime
look
that they
cute, though.
make. Yeah, like see, it's like that. That could probably get stuck to something.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they could have their own slime, you know. I guess we're gonna see what
Right, like
happens.
those avocados.
I know. I'm like low key. Sometimes, okay, I'm such a child. Sometimes when I can't sleep at night, I'll watch like ASMR videos and I'll just watch
No.
people playing with slime, and it's really funny
It's-
to me. And I'm like, and also like when they cut the soap.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god,
those are great.
I love watching those. I like watching chiropractor videos. I like
or
watching-
cleaning, like when they like
clean talk?
deep
Yeah.
clean a car or something. Those
Yeah.
are great.
No, I like facials. I like to watch facials.
Oh
I
yeah.
love facials. Yeah. Anyways, what do you watch to relax?
I don't.
You read.
No, I'll play a game or something.
True.
See, that won't relax me though.
No, it'll stress me
There
out.
there are certain games you can play and you can't play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I had COVID a couple weeks ago, I had the new analog pocket and I played Mario Picross, and it's just a puzzle game. It has a timer, but it doesn't matter.
It's like maybe
Yeah.
Sudoku. I love Sudoku.
It's Sudoku like, but you're building a picture.
Oh okay.
Or
Yeah.
you can play like I would play Pokemon as a kid. Pokemon's super low stress because it's turn based. It's not like, you know,
Yeah.
That's how I
So-
feel about like coloring. I haven't done that in a while, but I still love
I'm
coloring.
not coloring in bed, you know?
No, like just like when I can't sleep, just like color.
I guess I do a game that's similar to Tetris, kind of. I forget what it's called, but that one I will like lay in bed
I
and
kind of
play
want to
until
know
I
what
fall
this
asleep.
is. I loved Tetris is a perfect game.
Oh,
You
Tetris
love
is
Tetris,
great.
yeah.
It's called Block Blast.
Ooh, I'll have to look that up.
Kimmy
yeah.
loves block games.
It's
I
literally just
love-
like you're fitting it in, but it's not dropping down. You just
Oh, it kind of reminds me. There's a game I like to. It's called Woody,
It's not
and
loading.
it's very similar to Tetris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
there's
probably
Woody.
along the same lines.
Yeah, and then also I love Bejeweled.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Like that.
that's Woody.
And then
It's literally
yeah.
that.
And you just like pick where you put it and you're just trying to make them all disappear.
Yes. Yeah. So Woody,
I
it's just
love
like
those.
it looks like wood. It's basically the same thing though.
And
Yeah.
then hot tip, if you turn your phone on airplane mode, no ads will play.
I do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that,
Or VPN.
or I'll swipe out of the app when the ad starts to play, and then it'll continue the game without the ad.
I've done that, but at least with this game, it will bring you back in. It'll like start you back right before the ad, and then it's like, nope, here's the ad anyway.
See, for me, airplane mode doesn't always work because I'm listening to music.
Yeah.
It'll stop playing, so I have to.
I'll give you my VPN login.
Okay.
And it has a built-in ad blocker.
Okay.
You just have to shut it off sometimes because banks or like Chick-fil-A are like, hey, what are you doing? It's not
My
working."
bank got mad at my ad blocker. I was like, excuse me. I was so upset about that.
It's okay. We're gonna go to. You probably have an account. Schools First Credit Union.
Oh,
The
Okay.
best.
I
I
don't,
had
but
that
it is a
called-
great.
I hear it's great.
It's
Dude,
great.
Just do it. Credit unions, everyone. Credit unions.
Oh,
like
yeah.
credit union.
I've been in with a credit union my whole.
She's at the Orange
financial
County
career.
one,
Orange County Credit Union.
but it has problems with apps because it's so old.
I know I can't use my budget app on it. It's like oh like unverified. I'm like ugh.
Anyways,
Anyways.
steakhouse and barbecue restaurants from Michelin-starred chef Joe Isidori. So no smoke and fire. Sorry, Rain. Rain's prediction that smoke and
Oh,
fire
yeah,
was
yeah.
going to do it.
Oh, this is where Tortilla Joe's. Yes.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
they
I was thinking
are-
about- yeah.
Going to demolish Tortilla Joe's, and we're gonna have a full service steakhouse with prime cuts of beef, chops, fresh seafood, sandwiches, and chopped salads. Bourbon connoisseurs and mixology enthusiasts may enjoy an inventive selection of expertly crafted cocktails. Maybe I'll take my dad there. And the adjacent barbecue spot will be a quick service traditional barbecue dish such as pulled pork, beef brisket, smoked wings with unique spices and house-made sauces, and a prominent outdoor bar with a wide selection of craft beers and a medley of moonshine cocktails. This will be fun.
That's so wild. Moonshine cocktails.
So it's gonna be like Tortilla Joe's where they have taqueria next to it, right? Like this is gonna be similar where they're gonna have like a quick service right next to the restaurant, probably.
Yeah, but like a little bigger.
Well,
Maybe
they're
maybe
demolishing it, so they're not gonna.
It might be like Tiendita.
Yeah.
So it's all owned by. I wonder if this is also owned by who are they? Patina Group. And so if they just did that one, they know how to manage it. They'll figure it out.
And they have a lot of space because there's a lot of space right now in between Tortilla Joe's and Splitsville. So like they could probably like even build more into it.
Yeah,
Like there's so much space
They're
there.
demolishing everything except the basement. The basement actually goes like
Yeah, I saw the permit.
a full,
Mhm.
huge, like 15-foot story underneath. If you look at behind Downtown Disney, there's a truck dock underneath.
Yeah.
Downtown Disney has like 2 levels. And you know where like that bridge goes down?
Yeah.
That's all the basement of Tortilla Joe's.
I did not know
Yeah.
Tortilla Joe's even had a basement.
Yeah, if you just that bridge where like the corn
Yeah.
dogs are, just look over and the building goes all the way down.
That's
you can see it from
wild.
the monorail.
Sometimes
too.
I'm at Disney. I'm like, I'm on a bridge right now because between
Yeah.
Tortilla
Yeah.
Joe's and Lego Store is where the bridge is. I'm like, that's so funny.
Let's see. Station. But the other thing I was thinking, it seems like Disney wants, they keep getting these Michelin starred chefs. And I'm wondering if Disney wants a Michelin star.
You probably do.
Like, hey, what if we got a Michelin star at one of our restaurants?
Yeah, they've gone fancier and fancier with their downtown Disney restaurants, which I don't hate.
Yeah, it's nice. Like,
You know what's funny though? They're getting into that with Downtown Disney, but then like our food festivals are like garbage.
Oh, yeah.
Like the food is basic and it's like super expensive. You talked about that the other week.
yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but those are just booth stuff.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
because Downtown Disney's more like accessible for everybody. Like you don't have to get a park ticket to go there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you can
and they-
spend more money like at the parking lot and at the stores and you don't have to go in the park anymore, you know.
And
They're
it,
try-
I feel like it always boils down to they know you're going to spend the money. They
Yeah.
know you're going to spend the money on the booth food, and so it doesn't have to be that great because you're going to try it just to try it. Whereas
Yeah.
downtown Disney, you can make the choice to like just not eat at their
Like
restaurant.
go somewhere else. Yeah, no, I get it.
So this is a monorail station. That's the bridge. That's Tortilla Joe's, but all that is
Oh,
part of the
yeah.
building.
That makes so much sense. Yeah.
This is not the best picture, but
Thank you, Dusty Sage.
on Mice Chat,
Oh, mice chat.
shout out my. Yeah, so exciting stuff. But finally, Earl of Sandwich announces new restaurant concept, the Carnaby Tavern. So Porto's is still taking over the Earl of Sandwich Tavern that will be demolished. I'm still betting 1 or 2 ticket booths will go. because they're not using them at all
No.
anymore. If they really need to, there's still the
on
other
that
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those will probably go soon.
Mhm.
And then I feel like in the future, all of them will be gone. And if you need something, you go to guest services.
Yeah.
Like weird billing issues and whatever. So
Everything's digital now. Really, people only go to complain about a reservation or to get a no-show removed.
So
which I had to do.
they
one
won't
time.
do anymore. Remember?
Yeah.
They said we stopped. They're like, you've all known long enough.
Yeah.
So just be
Mine though,
careful.
it was really unfortunate because I was trying to book I booked it the same day and I couldn't go for personal family issues, but he was able to go. But it was like I booked it that day and caught the mistake immediately. So it
Yeah.
wasn't like I like planned weeks in advance. I was like, oh, it was the wrong day. It was like unfortunate for us.
Yeah.
So the thing with the ticket booth, they oddly have like these magical powers where they can do anything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they've told me on the chat, like if you go to the ticket booth, they can do whatever you want or whatever they want. And so I went on that day that Kimmy couldn't go, and I explained the situation, and they go, we can't touch same day reservations. They can make same day reservations for weird issues
Uh-huh.
or re-grant them. Like one time they like pulled her aside. They're, sorry, we have a billing issue. And she goes, oh, my card got stolen and I just have
Yeah.
to change it. They're like, if you go there, they'll reinstate it.
Okay.
And then that's where people go if they have weird paper tickets or same day upgrades, but you can do same day upgrades in the app.
Yeah.
But they have like weird things that they can do there, but they can do that at guest services, I'm sure.
Do you think that they'll just extend Downtown Disney into the Esplanade or just keep it a big, vast, if they rip those down?
I think, well,
I hope they don't. I like that it's just
DCA
this big open area.
DCA will eventually take over that bus area.
Yeah.
They can't really get rid of more of the Esplanade just because the lines do back up sometimes.
Yeah.
And
Do you think they'll put anything in it to keep it from being a big, vast?
I think they like
space?
having the nice, like, people go watch fireworks there. It's nice to
Yeah.
have something to separate the parks. But yeah, I think it could creep up just the Portos. And then that's kind of it. Like,
Yeah.
they want to expand the other way with the Disneyland Forward into the hotels and all that. But it seems like, based off of this rendering of this Earl of Sandwich thing, so we're getting a 2-story Earl of Sandwich in a new footprint. So this is not ESPN zone. This right here, if you look at this, I think they purposely didn't really put the textures, but this is the Avengers store and
Oh.
D-Lander. So this is at the end of the grass. There is like a seating area. This seems to be way past it, that they're just
Okay.
going to put a new building completely. So
Do we know what the ESPN zone's going to be?
I think they're still waiting on what they want to do there. If they're going
It's
to,
just so much space.
It's so much
it's
space.
so much space, and they can do whatever they want there.
we were thinking, will they put a structure on that side where the parking lot is for the cast members and just extend the structure? It's ugly, but we keep talking about how Disneyland Forward might take over that symbol lot.
Mm-hmm.
Where would downtown Disney people park? So they might extend the structure, put another one. That whole area is kind of dead. So I think they're just like, oh, we have the ESPN zone, Rainforest Cafe. They are building the new entrance for the hotels. And then there's like that awkward, like 2 or 3 closed streets and people still walking through the tents. They're probably like, okay, we can redo this whole area and see what happens and mess with cast member parking and guest parking. So I think it's more of like, we can throw a new Earl of Sandwich building. Portos is still in. And now we have like they can finish. This isn't starting until they finish the rest, I think. They said something like that, right?
It says 2025, it'll
Yeah.
begin.
well, that's for Portos. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And then we're getting the Carnaby Tavern on top. So a 60s British invasion pop band, like, bar.
I hope. Do they have the space for it? Don't know. But how awesome would it be to have like a cover band just there every once in a while? That'd be awesome.
That would be cool. I mean, this place looks huge. I don't see why they don't have the space for it.
Well, this little tavern area looks small. Unless this
Right
is it.
outside will be the music, too, though. So I don't
That's
know.
true.
But-
That's true.
Yeah, it's cool that I think they'll do the Tortilla Joe stuff. They'll do this. They'll do Portos. I
So-
think they're going to do all that first. They will have a complete downtown Disney.
Yeah.
And then they can open just one entrance and the hotel entrance and then close that whole other side and just demo all dirt and figure it out. So, yeah, I think this is all exciting stuff.
it looks cool. Quick, like, side note, but based off this, when you hear British Invasion, what band do you think of?
I think of the Sex Pistols are UK, right? Or no? Are they British?
I think so.
Are they from the 60s? Or is that a completely wrong decade?
Well, like not even the 60s. Just when you hear the term British invasion.
Beatles, probably.
I think of
Now I want
The
to know.
Cure
Okay.
or what are they? I get confused now because there's that indie band. Is it The Cult?
There's just Colts.
There's
That
Blue
one?
Oyster Cult.
No, hold on. What's it?
I just think of like this
The Cult,
imagery
yeah.
The Cult.
specifically. Oh,
The
1975. So I was off by like a decade.
The
But I
Cult.
think about like this specific like aesthetic of like this. I think of this and like that.
Oh yeah.
That's what when I think of it, I think of like the Queen of England, like
Okay.
there.
See, my husband and I had this debate one night of
The
like,
Cure's good too,
you
though.
hear British invasion, and I swear, first thought that people have is the Beatles. That was like their big thing. It was
Mhm.
British invasion, but he swears by. I think he said like the Who or something like that.
The
think of-
Who is
okay.
good too.
So I
didn't
think
about that.
of. I don't think of the Who, the band. I mean, I think of them, but I think of the Target with
the
the
like
arrows.
color
Yeah.
cover art.
I had
yeah.
a shirt,
Oh yeah, they're
but yeah, the Cult does
I just think
Rock
of,
the
like, punk,
Casbah, right?
Like punk music, huh?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, The Cure. I get confused with Cults because they were an indie band. They still are, but
Queen? They're British. Do you read
they're
that?
not British Invasion. They're not
Yeah.
like London Calling. I think of London Calling when I think of
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess the Beatles, but to me, the Beatles feels like they were.
Oh,
they were like
sorry, not
punk
the
yet.
Cult. The Clash.
Oh yeah,
That's who I
Clash.
think of.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Who else is British?
I know the Cult. though,
I
but
think
yeah.
like I mean, there's tons of great British bands, but I just feel like when you hear the term British invasion, that's so like goes hand in hand
I
with
wanna-
the Beatles.
To me, like the Beatles aren't. They're the Beatles. They're Beatlemania, and they had their own sound. Where all these other,
okay. According to Google, sorry. Go ahead.
they like all these guys sound more British.
yeah.
Like when you hear London Calling, it sounds like a British dude going London Calling. Like okay, dude.
No, these were other ones: Rolling Stones, The Who, The Kinks,
Oh, shout out.
the Animals. Hang on, I'm just looking at
yeah.
the Zombies
But the very first one on that list
is the Beatles.
is the Beatles.
No, you're not wrong. I just don't. I think of them as like the Beatles are the Beatles.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Oh,
their own
for
thing,
sure.
yeah.
There's people on here I don't know.
But yeah,
who
they're
are.
part of that.
Yeah, but for me, I think of like British Invasion, like the punk scene. That's what
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought of first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, Downtown Disney still rocking. Still
I feel like they're moving pretty quickly on stuff. Like they opened Din Tai Fung so much faster than they thought that they would.
Yeah, and what's funny is we just got Earl, but we went to the taverns. They call it the tavern, which is funny. Nobody was over there. Or no, were we? not?
no. We did the pop up.
the pop up.
We did the
Oh, yeah.
tavern a while ago. We didn't really like
Tavern wasn't good, but the pop up, like there was no one in line. It was right by the entrance. It was
On our
easy.
last trip, we went to Earl for the first time
it ever.
ever.
What did you
And
guys get?
Yeah.
he got something. I don't know. It was some basic like Italian sandwich or something.
That's the
but
Italian.
I got, it might have been, but he didn't like it that much. But I got the holiday one.
He loves.
So
Everything
good.
on it?
Everything on it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
No, I'm a chicken chipotle avocado girl.
Oh, that sounds good
So-
too.
with bacon. Oh, it's so good. It's amazing.
I realized I forgot to make one joke. Did I? I was gonna make a joke during the ceremony
Which one?
about trying new things. I was gonna say like mayonnaise because Ryan just hates it.
No, the iron. Okay, quick little tangent. He had elote there, like the cups, but there was mayo in it, and he hates mayo. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, clearly he'll have non-mayo options. I get there, and they're like, no, it's all mayo. And I was like, which is funny because he hates mayo. I mean, I don't care. I ate
No,
it,
but
it
he
was
goes
just
back
funny.
and forth. He loves coleslaw.
Oh, okay. Like,
He makes no, and coleslaw is like one of the ingredients. It's just
See,
like a cup of mayonnaise.
I like aioli, but usually it's like thinner. Like it's just,
Yeah.
it's a thinner consistency. One side note, but I was thinking about this too. I always wonder like what Downtown Disney would have looked like today if they had built that hotel like 10 years ago, the Diamond
Where
Hotel.
was it supposed to go?
Where was it gonna go? I don't remember. It was like a
in
weird,
between the Disneyland Hotel and the monorail station.
like that whole entrance would have been ripped out. I
Like-
think, right?
All of ESPN Zone and Rainforest Cafe. That whole area was going to be a
and
hotel.
keep in mind they were gonna shut down AMC,
Yeah.
Earl
Oh,
Sandwich, like that whole
So it
area.
was going to be a
yeah.
hotel, but the bottom level was going to be walk through and have Earl of Sandwich in it. And stuff. It was going to be really
okay.
cool.
That does
It kind
sound
of
pretty
reminds me
cool.
of like Disneyland Paris. Like they have like that giant hotel, and you walk through it to enter the park.
So I do want to defend them a bit though, because you keep saying you're making fun of the diamond thing. For diamond,
I don't even know what that means. I said it because I
Okay.
don't even know what that means.
so there's no
That's why I
such
said
thing.
it.
Like 5-star hotel doesn't mean anything. The real ratings are the diamonds.
Mhm.
and 4 diamond is a AAA rating,
Okay.
like AAA the auto club.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
And 4 diamond means if you take the cost of the hotel and divide it by the rooms, I think it's like 150 or 250,000 per room
Wow.
that you spent on the hotel. So that's how they and there's other classifications, but part of it is like you can't cheap out on the construction.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm curious. I was excited when they announced. I was sad about Earl leaving, but as quickly as they shut everything down, they're like, "All right, it's canceled." I was like, "What?" This whole Anaheim and then Run Disney was canceled because they got pissed in Anaheim.
well, yeah.
right?
If you go listen to which a lot of you probably didn't, the potential of Pandora. At some point, we stopped talking about Pandora, and Jeff goes off the rails and spills all the secrets about why the hotel didn't get built because he was on that project.
Mm-hmm.
I had to listen to that episode again.
Yeah, so that's when we knew Jeff had something
Yeah,
because it was just like,
that's special.
yeah, we're gonna talk about Avatar. Also, just like, hold on, let me just go off the rails for
Hold my
like
beer.
30 minutes. Yeah, so yeah, go listen to that.
I think that's all the announcements.
that
Let me
is
make
all the
sure
news.
I didn't miss anything from the Discord. I think that was it though.
No, I went through it.
Yeah, you got it all. Okay.
All right. Well, now. What?
2024 Disneyland offerings for the holidays.
We don't need to go through the offerings.
No? Okay.
Yeah, it's all the same stuff, right?
Oh, like just when it's gonna start. And stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
you're
like
right. You're right.
the
There was no
Viva-
foodie guide or anything like that.
Kind of
released.
Viva Navidad, but we don't need to talk about it. It's there. It's
Yeah.
different.
That's fine.
But it's just, we did it last week, I think.
We're
But
barely on your right.
yeah.
You know what though?
Oh my God, it's
50
been an hour.
Yeah, it's been an hour.
You guys have been talking. This was not me. This was not me.
Are women just chatterboxes?
I didn't say that.
This
You
is the
said
last
that.
time we're gonna
You
have
said
two
it.
women on the show. Is that the last time?
I'm just saying.
Last week was over 4 hours.
Yeah,
and there were
we
no
have
women
nothing
on,
on
the
Jeff.
show,
We're not
so-
gonna go to 4 hours. I hope not.
This is why it's not a women thing. Look at that. You just lawyered yourself. No, you're like, I don't want it to be long. I'm like, I won't make it long.
Jesus juked. All right, go ahead.
Okay. It's time for You're Right, in which members of the Tram fam write in with corrections and comments just like you can at trammin.com/ask. Jenny, cue up that slow corrections music, please. It's the green button right there. Just one tap.
Yay.
I
All
expected
right.
that to be a full button, and it was
It's
just kind of
there-
a tap.
It's a light squish. I don't know. JD writes in, FYI, a mare is a female horse. Matthew the Stallion Serrano. That's where it's at. Maybe I knew it was a female. Or not. John H. writes in, I came here to say Mustang Matt.
That's good.
We'll see.
Our Matt the Mustang.
Matt
I know.
Stang.
Matt Stick.
That sounds like something else.
Like stank?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Robert writes in, here to clarify rave reviews. I was referring to Kirk and Rain's reviews of how dismal the turkey legs are. So he was being sarcastic. We just didn't get the quotation marks.
Oh, like
He was like, "Oh, well, you guys have a rave."
serious
He
about
said it lives up to the rave reviews.
Yeah.
Every other turkey leg is better. So
Okay.
it was sarcasm. Also, Jeff hit up Barbara's Fish Trap in Princeton by the Sea, just outside of Half Moon Bay. They have the best and most unique clam chowder you will ever have. It's a family recipe that hasn't changed in 30 years. I've been going there. Oh, and heads up, it's green. And Jeff was like, it's green, but it's a green tint, he said.
It's not like
But Jeff
Okay.
did say he saw the pictures of just what the place looks like. He goes, I could just tell this place has good food. You could just tell.
yeah. Okay.
And we got a few write-ins about Cheddar Bay biscuits.
I saw the Discord going off about this.
Before that,
How far is Red Lobster from here? Where are we going?
Brea.
We're going there soon.
Emily from YouTube wrote in. I forget the YouTube comments. She writes, Brea Red Lobster is still open. The biscuits were the only good thing about my last meal there. Don't get the steak. You went to Red Lobster,
They got
not Red
steak.
Steak. We got a few write-ins. I'm sorry about the this was the Hungry Bear episode.
Okay.
So Emily from YouTube said, thanks for looking out for me. I have only had to call security on one guest, and that was a few years ago. As you mentioned, it's a really controlled environment, so I'm not terribly worried. Also,
Oh,
Jeff
she
is
works
on
in
fire
right.
with the jokes. Multiple laugh out loud in my car moments. Because that was when her coworkers sold her out and was like, oh,
Oh,
she
that's
works
right.
on
This is her
blank.
schedule, and you're like, I could be a rando. I could be
Yeah.
a psycho. You don't know who I am.
Joey A writes, this is probably the most I've laughed while listening to the show. Please have Jeff on more. The takes were great on this episode. Buca de Beppo has definitely gone downhill significantly in the last few years. That's a fact. It's no surprise why they filed for
I don't
bankruptcy.
think I've ever been there.
Buka?
Maybe once. Maybe.
Have I shown you the Pope room?
The Pope room's pretty great.
No. Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Next date night. They're at Red Lobster. We
No,
gotta...
it's family style. We
Yeah, I
gotta,
was
like,
gonna say
take
that's
people.
not
Okay,
a date
okay.
night.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with the next Tram Fam meetup. We'll go get Red Lobster and then there.
And then in response, this was actually this was actually important for Jeff.
Okay.
So Kirk, you're on fire with the jokes today too. Thank you.
Okay.
I have greatly enjoyed listening. For multi-experience passes without Lightning Lane, there is usually a place near the exit where a CM is waiting to scan these or ADA callback times. For example, Snow White's Enchanted Wish in Fantasyland has a CM to scan for those and let the guests in near the front. As far as I know, it's not a fluke. It's sort of an extra on top of the other rides that do have Lightning Lane. Hope that makes sense. That was the Joe T. Was it Joe T who wrote in about, hey, they gave me this multi-experience pass for Golden
Oh,
Zephyr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they do, it's for other, you don't go through a Lightning Lane, you go to the callback area and they let you in.
Oh, I never used one. That's interesting.
And Rain wrote in.
Excuse me.
Christian Rainwater writes in on YouTube.
Wait, newly married Christian Rainwater?
No, this was 10 days ago.
Oh, okay. He wasn't married yet.
On the should I
Pre-married.
censor
I was
it?
like, he woke up and said, I'm riding tram this morning.
Yeah, when Jeff said, he quoted Jeff with the, what do you worry about? Advertisers or, I'm like, just, being in poor taste. And Jeff just went, I'd write it down. Jeff said GD. And I was like, he's like, what are you worried about? I'm like, just poor taste. He goes, I'd write it down.
Yeah.
And just shout out to Susie on YouTube who just she put some laughing emojis on the outtakes. Go watch the outtakes.
You
Those are
guys
fun.
marry, you guys argue like a married couple.
We were doing it yesterday
And
too.
what's so fun? No, yesterday
Who did
I
we
was
do
there.
it in front of?
In front of me. I
No.
was sitting there and they were just going back and forth about God knows what. And I was like, I swear they were a
No.
married couple in their life. I swear they were.
We were standing in front of someone else.
Freddie, Matthew.
No, like someone part of the wedding. And I'm like, what are they wondering right now?
They're probably like, look at this couple just
No.
on the brink of their divorce. You know what I mean?
You know what though? Jeff said it. We argue.
I love
we,
Jeff. Jeff, I love you.
we
By the way,
talk-
I say this as a joke.
We talk like two old men who are friends despite them not agreeing on many
Like the
things.
Muppets,
I was-
exactly.
yeah.
yeah, the old Muppets.
Who he said on the show, not gay. You said it was on the show. Said, are they gay? And he's like, no.
Oh, but Bert and Ernie.
Not that there's
been
anything
some,
wrong
There's
with
been some
that.
discussion that they might be life partners.
They have separate beds.
No, but I think
Well, back then, so did
Yeah, that
married
was weird.
couples.
but I feel like someone confirmed it, but I don't know if it was.
No,
the
none of this
Muppets.
retconning. If the author's dead, none of this like
Yeah, I guess.
like when Dumbledore is gay. Too late, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah,
Too
I
late.
heard about
you
that
can't
one too.
you can't say it later.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
guess, yeah. Anyways, so back to Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Yeah, back to Cheddar Bay biscuits. Will from Ohio says, I only go to Red Lobster to have Cheddar Bay biscuits and a cocktail. And Robert writes in, Red Lobster biscuits are good if you want to call them biscuits. They're just cheese and bread,
That's
right?
fine. That's
And-
great.
And Tiffy Luna says Cheddar Bay biscuits, 100.
you can get the Cheddar Bay biscuits mix at like every grocery store.
Guess what we're doing next date night? We're buying that. I think I've seen the box actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they better at home?
I don't think I've ever been to Red Lobster.
I haven't either.
Can I just
Yeah.
like order to
I'm
go order of
uninterested.
just the biscuits?
Yeah, but how far is it? Because things don't travel well.
It's in Brit.
We'll
How
just
far
go
is
sit down there. It's not a big deal.
I don't want anything else. I don't care.
Grab a cocktail, like Will said.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cocktail and a biscuit.
They probably have like decent chicken tenders or something.
Chicken tendies.
We
I'll
gotta
figure
get
it
you
out.
liking shrimp again.
I know.
It's not red chicken tenders.
Yeah, exactly.
Red
chick-
tender.
Red tendies. That's great.
Yeah.
And then I had.
Oh,
I,
Okay, a few people wrote in.
okay,
I'm
yeah.
like, why is she writing in? She's gonna be
so
on their show.
after I wrote in, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the one there next week. But I mean, I can just say what it was.
Wait,
Well,
what happened?
Okay,
I feel
you
like I missed
do you
it.
want to say it or do you want me to read it?
Go for it. Read it.
Okay. You guys, Jenny writes in. You guys talking about the Alfredo at Pizza Planet gave me a smidge of PTSD.
Oh god. I don't
on
think
my
I saw this.
high school grad night
Oh,
at Disney. What year did you graduate?
2011.
Yeah.
I'm old. That's
2010. I was bumped into the table and my Alfredo landed on my shirt. My shirt smelled like vomit for the rest of the night. In case you're wondering, old Alfredo smells distinctly of puke. That was 13 years ago and the vivid memory still haunts me so badly that I've yet to eat at Pizza Planet since. Does this explain why the bathroom at the wedding smelled like Alfredo?
What
Vomit.
what bathroom? What?
Yesterday, the men's restroom smelled like chicken
I
Alfredo.
was not. No, the women's restrooms
someone
were a
throw
lot
up
more
in there?
classier.
It's-
Yeah, I don't know.
That smell has stuck with me for 13 years. I was bumped into the table. My elbow hit the tray, and the plate just landed on me. And as it dried, you try to wipe it up, but as it dried, I just smelled like vomit for the entire night, and it's scarring.
Were any of the shops open? Like, if you wanted to
Probably,
buy
but I was, in high school, I wasn't.
I don't got that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. No, yeah, I feel there's
JD
Disgusting.
wants a Trammin Eats on a review on the chicken Parmesan bratwurst. Jeff and I might be there early.
where's that?
Yeah, where is that?
Remember the thing, the pretzel? Why are you
Okay,
doing
that
this?
looks so inappropriate. What is that?
No. Okay. What is this?
Maurice's?
The garlic bread.
I want to try.
Okay, just
tell
that
me.
thing.
I heard it's
The
good.
Halloween thing.
Okay, you can
So
try it
we're
without
going
me.
to Carnation,
Yeah,
but
try it out. Show me know how it is.
My coworker tried it. He said it's pretty good.
No, it's on my list. I have like a running list, and everyone says that one's really good. But try it first, see if I like it, because you know my taste buds.
Dane. Oh, yeah, we had it so good. Dane, love ya, man. He'll hear this and know why I just double tapped. Okay. And anything else? Disneylanders. Oh, Reyes. Totally forgot to write for this episode, but Dole Whip at Dodger Stadium is better than Disneyland Resort. Maybe it's the helmet that it's served in. Might be the helmet.
So did Jeff get 5 different helmets?
No. That was Dodger Dogs.
Wait, what's this?
This is Reyes.
This is the Dole Whip.
Oh, Dole
Dole Whip,
Whip.
yeah.
Sorry, I did not pay attention. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I'm going to...
I've never been to a
Cam, shout
Dodgers
out.
game.
I'm marking you unread. I'll come back to this. Okay. We really cheated on the having our most liked post on Instagram ever.
Yeah.
We've only hit like 85. We're at 175,
For
but
the
it's
wedding.
because
And
Screen
it's
got
so
married.
many wedding
Iconic.
pictures.
It's so
gonna
iconic.
Get,
It's-
yeah.
It's that like, oh, the one host officiated for the other host and he
Yeah.
got married.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also, it's like Rain just like disappeared one day, and for privacy, we didn't announce when they were gonna get married. So people have already just been waiting. Like he's been gone for a month. When's he gonna get
Well, yeah,
married?
Jack-
so this
well-
was like the big reveal of like, oh, that's where Rain's been the last month. You know?
Well,
Like,
we knew what it was. Rain would reveal almost everything about.
no,
Yeah.
but we didn't have a date, and he did stop coming like a month in advance.
Yeah,
So
and
no
Jeff
one knew
was
when
like,
it was
"Oh,
coming.
see you." Jeff did spill when it was.
I
without
don't
saying
even
the
think I heard
date,
it. Yeah.
But it was so quick. I'm like, "No, it's not gonna matter.
And when you posted that, I'm like, just don't tag it because
Randy's like, yeah, don't I'm like, I'm not,
just show
I'm
up.
not dumb. All right, I'm not dumb.
Also, I don't think anyone would actually show up and be
No.
weird, but still, it's just the internet is weird, and it's a public profile. Anyone can show up and just be like, hey,
Yeah. Well, I did. We signed the marriage certificate. That's crazy. I'm on there.
I filmed it. It's on Ray's
Okay.
phone.
I didn't know that they had planned on Kaylee doing it. I was like, is Kimmy gonna be the witness right now?
I could have been.
Yeah, but I think they wanted.
no.
Kaylee
And
on
I
it.
grabbed
It's cute.
Kaylee, and she was
'Cause
like,
Kaylee's always
she
with
was
them.
so like, oh my god, she was so excited.
Yeah, yeah.
It was really sweet.
So yeah,
Kaylee's Brandy's sister.
Oh,
yeah,
I have the
My
wedding
sister signed
certificate.
ours too.
yeah.
I have the wedding certificate in my car.
Oh, where do you have to take that?
No, Rain said he's gonna file it.
You have like a month.
Yeah, it used to be
I thought I had to
10
the day
days
of. I was
after
like,
the
oh,
wedding or
geez.
something. I think COVID
Actually,
changed things.
It might be 10 days. No, that sounds right. And I got married just over a year and a half ago. So it might be 10 days.
Well, aren't they
But
going on their honeymoon?
Rain's
Who's
like,
gonna
oh, it's
take it?
90 days after you pick up. I'm like, no, I think that's the dead. You can't go longer than that. But I think
Yeah.
it's 10.
it might. I think it's
I'm gonna
10 days.
check.
I think it's
and
10
if-
days.
I'll go. It's not.
gonna
Will you
say,
take
I'm
it
like-
and go here?
I don't think.
Will they
there
ID
was-
you though?
No, I don't think so. I'm trying to remember back because I did it by myself. So I definitely know that you don't need both parties. And then our officiant offered to take it for us.
Yeah,
so
I
no,
think-
yeah, you can probably do it for sure.
Yeah, I'll check the laws.
Because I think you can also mail it in. So if you had to like show ID, then
Oh,
mailing
that's
it in
true.
wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've never had to do it, so that
I
was just a
wouldn't mail
guess.
something like that in.
No, I wouldn't either.
Love the post office. Shout out Sebastian Vance. It's not just the mail. I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't ship something like that. Just like, no, I'm gonna take it.
I
We'll be
had
okay.
to ship my engagement ring once to get it resized, and that was the most stressful 2 weeks of my life.
He definitely will let me do that. He's like, I will take it myself.
No,
Like,
the guy.
The only brick and mortar for where I got my ring is in New York. So there was no like, and
Road
they
trip?
were, I know, they were also fitting my wedding band to go with it. So they had to have it. And I was so
Oh
stressed
my
out.
God, I would be so stressed. That freaked
No.
me out.
Oh yeah.
No, the guy. making it. She knows.
Yeah, I know. Don't worry.
I don't have it yet. He doesn't make it there, but he's in Tustin, so I can just
Yeah.
call him and be like, hey
That's
man,
nice and local.
he'll do it. So yeah, I guess people now know I'm making that thing. There you go, guys. Oh, behind the yellow
little
line.
BTS.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all we got for you, right?
Well, I had one more thing.
Oh,
You
one more?
guys never touched on coffee. You guys didn't compare coffee to outside of the parks.
Oh, like cold brews and stuff.
Yeah, because I have a firm stance that their cold brews are awful. All of them, except for the black calf.
He said the same thing.
They
No,
are
I did-
so
okay.
bad.
You don't like the concentrate. The
So-
cold
Yes.
concentrate. Yes.
So I don't. But
The
now
Black
all their
Calf's
new
amazing.
cold brews are sickly sweet. So I drink them as desserts and they're fun.
See,
But
I
they're not
feel-
good coffee.
No, and
Yeah.
I feel like it's got this weird. So I also don't like Dunkin', and I feel like the Dunkin' coffee tastes the same because it feels like this fake sweetener.
I don't like Dunkin' either.
Yeah, and I think the difference is that the Black Calf cold brew, the only like sweetener in it is the cream cheese cold foam. So it gets its sweetness from that. Whereas all these other ones, the pumpkin cold brew, whatever, the apple, cinnamon, they're putting in a flavored sweetener.
There's so much syrups in those.
Yeah, and I feel like it's the syrup that makes it, at least for me,
Maybe.
gross.
I think the ones I like have a foam.
That's probably
So like, and again, I drink black coffee that I brew myself.
Yeah.
If I go to a coffee shop, I usually will get an iced latte with oat milk. Just because it, like, they use good oat milk and it has like a coffee flavor and it's usually hot out. Like, it's
Yeah.
always hot out, right? And I'm not going to make an iced latte. I don't have an espresso machine. So I do that. But then anytime I get something flavored, I'm in treat mode already.
Yeah.
So I'm not like, is this good coffee? I'm like, this is just going to be sugar or whatever. But yeah, like Pim's is always a foam. Even like the cappuccino cart, they'll do a foam,
Yeah.
like an horchata foam or the chocolate foam. So it's like, yeah. But I think I've had one or two flavored ones, not too great.
Yeah.
There was a gross peppermint one. It was so sickly peppermint, but it was like days before Christmas. And I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
The one at Daisy's is disgusting. That is disgusting.
It was
I don't
fine.
even know what the flavor is, but
It's-
it
it's-
was so gross.
It's
Even
caramel.
It's that
It
like
was worse.
fake sweetener taste.
What was it? What's flavor is it?
Caramel.
now?
It's a
Yeah,
mudslide.
it was disgusting.
It's the problem with it is it's Joffrey's flavored coffee. It's Joffrey's mudslide or something.
Yeah, I thought I would like Joffrey's.
It was
I did
fine.
Not like Joffrey's.
Yeah. I would buy it, but it's always ground. Don't buy ground beans, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as like, do they have good coffee at Disneyland? No. They have good espresso martinis though.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one at the cones, I used to get that. They
Oh,
haven't had it for a
okay.
while, but it was our go-to. Every time we went, we would get it. It was so good.
I don't go to Disney for coffee. That's fine.
I'll usually only get it too, like
You drink half of one.
after work, or like if
Mhm.
I'm there like on Sunday or on Friday, we'll go for my birthday, so I'll get it in the morning because it's like we'll be there all day.
You got to
but
get that peanut butter one.
I heard it's fine.
Well, I
Where
had one
is
with
it?
whiskey in it.
Oh yeah.
I want to get what I know I love on my birthday. Like I want to get my black calf. I'll get that
Oh,
another
that's
day.
fine,
You know what I mean? But
Yeah, the cappuccino cart has the peanut butter whiskey with the peanut butter foam and a
Ooh.
peanut butter drizzle, but it's not
I've heard mixed reviews though. Someone else I saw online said
on the
they hated it.
cocktail.
No, on the non-cocktail. They said it was fine.
That's probably super sweet. The cocktail probably like balances,
Mhm.
but it has like a light peanut butter syrup on it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the syrup flavor. It's not a syrup; it's a drizzle. Is almost like melted, you know, like all natural plain peanut butter,
Yeah.
and the foam is sweet. So it's this nice like balance.
Balance.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's still sweet. It's like a dessert cocktail,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was good. But they don't put M&Ms on the adult one. I'm like, come on, give me 4 M&Ms. That's fine. That's all they do. Yeah, that is all we have for You're Right. This here's our Big Thunder topic of the week. Pregnancy and parenthood at Disneyland. So, as far as I remember, did you write in when we were thinking of what to do while Rain was gone, or you just said that?
No, so you had someone write in, and I don't remember which listener, but someone wrote in and said that they were 9 weeks pregnant. And then they said something about the parks. And it just kind of clicked in my head that I was like, they should do an episode about, I mean, you guys do an episode about, what to do on rainy days and stuff. So I was like, they should do one about when you're pregnant in the parks, like what to do. Because so many people have this idea that it's kind of over, you can't do much, which is not true, but like you can't go on the big rides. But, and I'll talk about all that.
Your phone.
Yeah, I can hear clicking.
It's
There
a
we go.
weird, it's an iPhone thing.
Oh, I thought it was me. That's why I was like, looking
No,
around, like,
it's
oh,
like-
shoot, what am I doing?
Yeah, it's a weird thing when like you're getting a text or whatever, it just freaks out.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
remember
it used
that.
to- like when,
Is that your
but
thing?
you're good.
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay,
Thank
sorry.
Okay, well, that's what this episode's about. Yeah,
exactly.
so
That's why I was like, wait a second.
I think it was Elizabeth M. So I think she just had her baby shower like a week ago. I'm like, we're doing the episode in a couple weeks,
Yeah.
and she was like, oh, super exciting. So congrats to them. Congrats to everyone who's already had babies. I guess we're gonna talk about that too.
Oh, yeah.
Anna Kay out in Seattle. We met them once
Mm-hmm.
or at least once.
Is that the baby that you met at the meetup?
No, the baby. That's my friend Tori's baby. So I've known Tori since
Like
I met her at my
pre-Trammin.
first job.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
At the library. What a cool first job, right? And yeah, so that's baby Oliver. He was there. He's a big boy now.
They grow
not
too
really,
fast.
yeah, but like crazy. So,
It's insane.
so yeah,
then,
shout out.
Jessica might bring her son, my sister. Like by the time it's River's birthday again, James will be like 6 months, so she'll probably also have to learn like how to bring a baby
Oh, yeah.
that little to the parks.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about all that. I have once again. I guess no, they heard the intro. I have Kimmy here because I thought it'd be fun, and also she's gonna have better questions than me. I'm not.
Yes?
I'm not dumb, man.
Yeah,
It's just like I'm not gonna think
There
about
are things
couple
that men just don't think about.
Yeah,
And I've had friends like Jessica, my sister. I keep saying Jessica. We went with her when she was pregnant with River, and the only ride she was able to do, which I know we'll get into, was Soarin'. Like that's the only ride she felt comfortable doing because she just. And then I think she like disappeared at some point, but like she loved it. She's like, I did feel a little bit, but like overall, I felt fine. Like nothing crazy. But like that's the experience I have with someone pregnant at the parks. And she was like showing pregnant, not like barely pregnant. So
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I feel like a lot of your listeners are probably around our same age, and we're all kind of in that getting to the point of parenthood and
millennial.
yeah, absolutely. And so I just figured it was a good topic. But I definitely want to give a disclaimer because every pregnancy and every baby is so different. And there's already a lot of like guilt in pregnancy and parenthood about like, oh, these people can do this when they're pregnant and I just feel like I can't, or they can do this with their baby and I feel like I can't. And that's fine. Like every baby and every pregnancy is so different. Like I had my difficulties of things that I couldn't do when I was pregnant. I couldn't eat a lot of foods, and other people are like chowing down. And it's just, so everything that I'm going to talk about today is like related to my pregnancy and those of my really close friends. And same with like my babies and their close friends. So if you feel like that's something you can't handle, like going to a Disney parks is something you can't handle when you're pregnant, like that's fine. Pregnancy and babies are tough enough. You don't need to add anything else to that.
And there's the argument too that some people make, and everyone agrees or disagrees, but also like some people say like, well, my baby won't even remember it. Like, why do I want to spend all this money?
I
to, like, get
definitely
them
talked
there?
about that.
Or there's people that like want to bring them because it's like, well, they're only going to be this little for this long, and they might still believe in Mickey. They might not be afraid of Mickey yet, because I know there's an age when some kids are like, get away from me, you crazy masked person in there. You know what I mean?
I think one of my favorite phrases that I've heard, and it was most likely on a TikTok or like a reel or something, but somebody said, you know, people say, oh, your kid's not going to remember it. They're so young, blah, blah, blah. Why are you wasting your time and your money? But it's because their childhood is also your parenthood.
Yeah.
Like you're going to remember this, and this is important to you. I mean, my baby is 8 months now, but when she was like 5 or 6 months, she met Mickey and Minnie, and she was stoked. Does she remember it now? No. Is
Probably
she ever going to remember it? No. But it was so much fun for me as a parent, and it's something I'll probably always remember.
Yeah, I moved your point up here that they won't remember it, but you will.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. There's this really funny comedian, Nate Bargatze, and he brings that up. Like, oh, why'd you waste your money taking kids to Disney World? They're not going to remember any of it. And it's like, do you want me to just have them face a wall for 5 years? Like, they're having fun.
Yep.
It's even if you don't remember something, you still enjoy the moment that you're doing it.
Yep.
Right? Like Rain might not remember the end of his wedding, but he's gonna remember.
Yeah.
He had fun in that moment. He
Mhm.
was happy for a few hours. Like, why would you rob a kid of just, oh, he was happy, but he's not gonna remember. So what's the point?
Yeah.
Like, things can be fun if you don't remember them.
Absolutely.
I do wonder though, the people that usually say that either don't have kids themselves or didn't do that. So it's like, I wonder if a part of it is like, I don't know if jealousy is the word or more so just like, well, I wouldn't waste my money on that. And
People
it's like, well,
love-
everyone's going to choose where they spend their money.
Yep.
And it doesn't make you, as long as your kids, I know I'm going really into it right now, but like if your kids' needs are met, whatever extra you do
Yeah.
is your choice. And
Absolutely.
what makes you happy and the kid happy, and you're not neglecting clearly you're taking them to Disneyland, you're not neglecting
Yeah.
them. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, especially, and do you go with your husband a lot or just
Oh,
you
yeah.
and yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like a family thing you get to do together, and you guys
Mhm.
kind of get to have a little date with your little one, and it's like
Exactly.
really sweet. Yeah.
People love telling people that they're wasting their money.
Yeah.
It's like, man, none of your business to.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, so I mean, I figure if it's your first pregnancy or even like pregnancy with other kids, there's kind of a different vibe. Like when you already have kids, you're just gonna suck it up. Like you're like, oh, we're going to Disney, I'm pregnant, and it is what it is. But I think a lot of the questions come in when it's your first pregnancy. I mean, that's when we have most of our questions, and it's
Yeah.
like, is this a smart thing? Is it a waste of my time and my money to go to Disneyland while I'm pregnant? And my big thing is no. Like if it's something you enjoy doing, do it. Now, and I'll go into this, but like if you are going to Disneyland for the big rides, for the big exciting rides, hold off. Like it's not
Yeah,
something you
yeah.
can do, so don't. But if you are going for the vibe and for the food and the drinks and the environment of it all, and there's still tons of rides that you can go on, go enjoy it. Like you don't have to lock yourself away for 9 months just because you're
Yeah.
pregnant.
And you can also slow down. I think it forces you to slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen pregnant people go solo, but also with groups. And it's like, oh, half of the group's going to go here. We're going to go watch a show, or we're going to go watch Tiki Room, or, whatever. And I've also seen those videos of people trying to induce labor at Disneyland. Like they're like on the curb, like the curb
yeah,
walking.
yeah,
And I'm like, that is so good. Cause like if something happens, you have cast members around and like,
Oh yeah.
take me to the hospital right now. And
Yeah.
it's like, so, and there's like that whole myth that if you give birth there, you get a Disney
Oh my
ticket for
God.
life, which
Yeah.
I don't think is true.
I
and
don't
I'm
think
like,
that's
and I think
true.
they get you out of there as quickly as they can. Like you don't give birth on Main Street. Don't
Yeah.
do not do that
No.
here, but I like watching those videos. Like they make me laugh. They're super funny.
So kind of touching on those videos, I recently have been sent videos a lot about the golden wristband. I don't know if you've seen
I just saw that
those.
here and I do not know what that is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a front of the line pass if you're pregnant. But here's the thing. That's at Disneyland Paris. And that is
That's why I'm
only
like,
at
I've
Disneyland
never
Paris.
heard of that. I'm like, wait a second.
Oh yeah. I've had
no way.
You
No,
know,
yeah.
somebody, if they had it here, somebody at this point would have tried
Oh.
with a fake belly or
Oh,
with
absolutely.
you're discriminating against me. I am pregnant. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no way it would work here.
I know. I've
funny.
had that video sent to me like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, that's Disneyland Paris. That
I've
is
never seen that.
not here. And I think, I mean, they say that Disneyland Paris, like people who live in Paris hate Disneyland Paris.
Mhm.
They hate Disneyland
Parisians are the worst.
Paris.
Like, look, go eat your little petite croissant for breakfast and like, yeah, whatever.
Your espresso.
But yeah, it's called Disneyland Paris, but it's barely even in
Yeah.
Paris, right?
It's like
not-
it's like a
But
half
I-
hour out of it.
But I hear like
Paris
Europeans
proper.
and like random Frenchies and like UK people. I get it, it's not in their country, but like they love it
UK
there.
people
Yeah.
love Disneyland Paris. I see a lot of videos of them taking like the underground tube to get there,
I
like
feel
every
like-
day. Yeah, I've seen that.
I feel like Parisians are like Highland Park type people in LA, like hipstery,
That's so
like,
specific.
like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm so cultured. Like I love Silver Lake. Like, yeah, whatever, dude. None of us care about that.
Yeah. But
if
I
you-
feel like that was like their way of getting locals to kind of come because it's like you're not really traveling to Paris when you're pregnant that often. So they're like, oh, you live around here and you're pregnant? Do you want to come to our park? You can go to the front of the line. You can do it.
That's actually, I did not know that, and now I want to look that up. That's actually really.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny. I wonder if they do anything in Tokyo. I know Tokyo, they take really good care of their pregnant women
Yeah.
as well, just as a culture there. So I'm
Mhm.
curious, like if the parks do anything for people. Maybe, I don't know, but
So if you do decide to go, what do you bring?
So if you're going, the big thing is comfort. I mean, you're not, whether you're going for an hour or 8 hours, like pregnancy is uncomfortable. And to add heat and to add waiting in lines and stuff like that, you want to be comfortable. So the big number one is definitely comfortable shoes. I feel like that's an answer for any Disney day is comfortable shoes, but
no Converse.
yeah. just the comfiest shoes you can buy them, because you are going to be on your feet a lot, and you don't want to make your issues harder. You don't want to make your day harder.
What's your comfort shoe of choice?
I just got Hoka's, and
the Hoka cult.
Love Hoka's.
I've never had them before. I've always had, I don't know, probably like Nike running shoes or something that were just my go-to Disneyland. But I just got Hoka's for the first time. My sister's a nurse, and so she swears by them because she's on her feet all day. And so I got them because I'm on my feet at work all day, and they're pretty great. They're pretty great.
It's Hoka's and Super Feet combo
They're
is elite. They feel so good. Super Feet, the insoles, so good.
Yeah, I think they're just too bulky for me. We had this whole conversation.
They're
yesterday.
very bulky. The ones I have, and they're an ugly color.
Sitting around,
The ones I have.
Rain like hurt his heel the other day. I'm like, someone said plantar fasciitis. I'm like, I said that earlier, but no one heard me.
I have
that too. I sleep with the brace when it gets really bad.
So I was like, Rain, you got to do the Super Feet. And Brandy's dad was like, yep.
Yeah.
And he was wearing this almost the same New Balances that I was yesterday. I was wearing the running shoes he got me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I'm going to be walking around, like I stopped wearing those out because I'm like, okay, I need to look a little nicer, right?
Yeah.
So I wear like the regular New Balances in like cool colors. But he was wearing those. I'm like, dude, Super Feet inside. And everyone's like, yep. And Frank was wearing Hoka's. Rain's just got to, he has Hoka's.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you got to hang up the Vans.
Yeah.
Well,
just
you
gotta wear
can-
the
some
you're
people
in
I
your 30s,
know,
you're old.
they still wear Vans with Super Feet in them. Like you could do
can't-
it.
The problem with the Vans old schools, like the old school sole
Yeah.
with the canvas,
Yeah.
you can't rip the sole out. It's glued in.
Oh, that's the
It
problem. 'Cause
tears,
everything
and then
else
you
I
can-
have, I can just slip it in. It's not a big deal.
so you can get the thin Super Feet, but what's the point? Rain used to wear Vans Comfort Cush. I think they stopped making them. They were like squishy Vans.
I didn't know what that was.
They're over. Yeah,
Yeah.
comfortable shoes. You got Hoka's, New Balances.
New Balance, I love.
And New Balance, they have the wide ones if your feet get swollen or whatever.
Yeah. That's nice.
Crocs for some
sure.
people.
I cannot get into Crocs. I've tried them on. I can't. They are just not comfortable to
My
me.
cousin's obsessed with Crocs.
Rain was
My
saying-
sister is too.
The-
Yeah,
that's the only thing that didn't. I know I'm just putting it on blast, but like that didn't hurt his
He's
foot
not here.
'cause
It's fine.
It doesn't restrict your heel.
Yeah, I can
So-
see
Oh,
that.
it is really wide, so I can see how it's forgiving for some people. Of like, oh, this is just a nice, comfortable
And
shoe to throw on. You know,
Doctors wear them.
Yeah.
So that there must be something to it.
Oh yeah, like I said, my sister's a nurse and she wears them all the time. Those and her Hoka's are the two, and she swears by them. I have really thin feet, so maybe that's why they're just too wide.
maybe.
I don't know. They're
Guys,
just
yeah.
not comfortable to me.
We've told people they can find our art on Trammin.com. I think they're PNGs. You can send them to people who make gibbets for Crocs.
Yeah,
I did it once
Oh.
for someone's birthday. So
for my cousin's birthday.
yeah, so go ahead.
She has
Just
gibbets
take-
of
do you-
trams.
That's so fun.
When I say like it's for your personal use, if you're going to make yourself gibbets, but someone's gonna make them, you can send art to someone as long as you're not selling
just
Trammin
don't
merch.
sell them.
I
Yeah.
don't care. Go ahead, make your own T-shirts. Go ahead, have fun. Shout out to Mike who made us dry fit shirts once. Yeah. So you got more than just shoes.
Oh yeah. So comfortable shoes, reusable water bottle. I feel like that's a go-to, but maybe someone listening to this really doesn't go to the parks that often. You can bring these and you can fill them with ice, fill them with water.
There's tons of water.
Oh yeah.
because-
I typically will fill mine all the way with ice and then just put a little bit of water, because as the ice melts, you still have ice in there. But drinking water all day will help you get through. Kind of on that note, snacks. Bring snacks. You can bring your own food into the parks.
Yeah, people don't know that. They're like,
People don't know that.
I was telling Jeff to bring a sandwich. She's like, you can bring snacks? I'm like,
Yeah.
you've not seen people bring like chicken nuggets?
I've
It's
seen
always
people just
McDonald's.
walking with Jack in the Box.
I
just
brought
like,
in
whatever.
I brought in In-N-Out once, like back in college or something. Just whole bag of In-N-Out.
There's no way that was good though.
It was
doesn't
not.
carry.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
carry.
because the nearest In-N-Out is not that close.
No.
It's like at least a 10-minute drive.
Yeah,
and
it
then
wasn't great.
by the time you get to the front of the line, get your food and leave. Ooh,
Water bottle?
my phone. I think it was my phone. Sorry.
Oh, that was the loudest sound.
I know. I was like, ooh. I think it was my phone on the floor. It's
Yeah,
fine. I
we're
don't
good.
need it. Sorry.
Yeah, the burger held. The fries did not. But
yeah.
but bring snacks, because not only are you going to get hungry, but if you're like me, you have a lot of that nausea and I just need snacks all day. And you don't want to be buying Disney snacks all day.
Uncrustables are a really good snack to
Oh,
bring.
yeah.
Because you just leave it in there and just, yeah.
Yeah.
I know
those
this
are
is
great.
it's a slightly personal question,
Go
but
for
it's
it.
just what was your pregnancy craving of choice? That's always fun.
I didn't really have like any weird ones. I ate so much fast food. so much.
I've heard that one a lot. Like,
It's
give me
because-
chicken nuggets.
Well, it was the greasier the better. So I had so many Jack in the Box
Ooh.
tacos, and
Oh, man.
I love Jack in
was,
the Box tacos.
They're so good. I was nauseous and like throwing up through my entire pregnancy up until I gave
Oh.
birth. And so just like with a hangover, the best food when you're hungover, that like what feels the best for your body, which is definitely not the best for your body, was greasy fast food. So I was eating that all the time.
That's so
it was like
funny.
one of the only things I could keep down.
That's
and
crazy.
I just went for it. I ate so much fast food.
I
Yeah,
love that.
one of our former employees, she her thing at the end was everything had to be frozen.
Oh.
And it was her birthday. Like no, I don't think it was days before giving birth. I think she was just pregnant. She was still at work. And I'm like, what do you want for your birthday? Whatever you want. You're pregnant right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, I want I think it was tres leches cake from Porto's, but frozen. Like, that's wild. 'Cause
That's
the whole
so
point
specific too.
that it's wet. And I'm like, okay, I'll buy it and put it in the freezer. I don't even remember how I got that. Like,
Winter
'cause
Park? Is it the closest one?
I
to you?
wasn't here yet.
I don't
So
know.
I was like, did I really go to like, was I nice?
there's
Was it
there's one in Downey. How
You
far
know
is that
what? It
one?
might have been, I might have gotten a tres leches from somewhere else. I think she
Oh.
was like, you know what? I don't care where it's from.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she said or Food for Less, because Food for Less has really good. I know you guys don't know. I know you guys don't know.
We're in Southridge County.
Yeah.
Food for Less. You guys know out there, Food for Less in
Yeah.
the San Gabriel Valley. They use some bakery somewhere. It's
Okay.
it's Food for Less is Kroger, which is right.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
I've been to
They-
one. I
Yeah.
was being
They
silly.
use this bakery that makes really good cakes, but only like the fresh cakes of the day.
Mhm.
And yeah, the best one we get is a red velvet, but it's whipped cream cheese. So you can just eat, like the cream cheese is really good, but it's
But
like
it's
too much
thick.
by the end.
Yeah.
This is like
Whipped is like lighter. Yeah.
yeah, and
It
whipped
helps.
cream sucks on cake, but whipped cream cheese. Anyways, yeah, fast food.
Yeah.
Jack in the Box tacos, love that.
It was so many at least twice a week.
Not the mini ones, right?
No,
Those
no,
are-
no, no. Those aren't good.
They're
Which
frozen
they should
Costco
be.
tacos. They're
They
not
should
the
be
same.
good.
When I like not hate myself, when I'm like not like whatever,
That's fine.
it's like tacos and curly fries.
Oh,
That
they're
is an
so good.
elite combo.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And you feel like absolute garbage for 2 days after that, but
You know
it's
my-
elite.
This is a weird thing, but
Okay.
the tacos just make me burp the taco flavor.
I could see that.
I don't get
Yeah.
like gassy from it.
Yeah.
I
Like,
just
not
feel
like
the
that.
grease
Just like
going through my body.
feel
I
it.
feel the grease.
when it
yeah.
like drips onto your hand, you're like, oh, I should not be eating this.
I like when the middle's soggy.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah. That's when like the cheese is.
and then
super
the last
melty.
bite is the crunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
good stuff.
Anyways, back
Yeah.
to snacks.
No, we're still there. Yeah.
And then this one's kind of like hit or miss. It definitely was helpful for me, but if you're pretty far along, a belly band, they just kind of help keep your belly lifted, which when you're walking around all day, it
Gravity
gets
just-
heavy. Yeah,
Mhm.
gravity really does a number and it gets heavy. And those belly bands, I felt like gave me extra time of not feeling like just beat, just exhausted.
This is an actual men don't know.
I don't
Do-
know either. I've never been
does-
pregnant.
Does the belly bounce, or is it just?
not? I mean, I guess it depends. I think everyone's so different.
It's pretty
you can just
firm,
move-
right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
no.
what-
When
that's-
when you're walking around, no, it's
So
not
it
like
just literally just helps
it's
you
just,
support yourself.
Yeah, because it literally. I mean, you've got a baby and they're weighing it down, so it gets
So it's
heavy.
almost like a back brace when you're lifting something.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you don't.
Exactly.
It's not a
It's
back
just.
brace
It's
'cause-
literally like a belt type. It kind of looks like those lifting belts,
but it doesn't
softer.
squish your belly.
No,
Yeah,
and
okay,
it
that makes
kind of
more
goes
sense.
under the belly and just
Huh.
lifts it up.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then
That's something people just might. It's not
it's
not
yeah.
in
they-
an old parenting book.
No,
you
no,
know?
no, no. And then compression socks for kind of the same reason, but you're walking around a lot, and when you have all that extra weight of a baby, it's a lot of work on your feet and ankles. And by the end of the day, I used to leave Disneyland and like my shoes were like essentially stuck to my feet because of how swollen your ankles get and your feet just from being on them.
Yeah, something I didn't know about compression socks. I was about to buy them, and my cousin told me about them. They're expensive, unless
They're very expensive.
yeah. They go up to your knees or
Mhm.
past them,
Some
and
people
they're
sleep
supposed to
in
squeeze.
them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're supposed to, yeah.
But oddly enough, my doctor, who I know makes good money, he was like, "Go to Walmart and get their compression socks." I'm like, "Oh," and I hate Walmart. You guys know, but that might be the move. But yes,
All
they do
right.
cost a lot, and they do squeeze. If they're not squeezing,
Yeah,
they're not working.
Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, it prevents swelling. And yeah, like we said, if you can buy, I know you're spending money, pregnancy. But if you buy shoes that are wide, usually the whole shoe isn't wide. The toe is wide.
Yeah.
So New Balance, way to go. There's many New Balance outlets. Their outlet quality is actually good. It's not Garbo.
I have a random question. Can you go in the baby care center if you're pregnant? Like, is there a space for you to sit or anything?
They're not going to turn you away.
I don't
Well,
see
saying,
them
like-
turning you away,
Yeah.
but honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be a good question.
like, is there like a quiet area to just sit and chill?
We
You know what I mean?
You know what? I want to look it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look
Let's
at
see,
it.
Disneyland.
I mean,
I do know that at the health center, because I've been in there before, there's a girl I follow on TikTok, another TikTok girl, and she has narcolepsy. So
Oh, yeah.
she's able to go in and take a nap on their beds. So I'm curious if someone was really pregnant,
So
like
the-
could they go in there and
the
be like,
beds
hey.
are in the first aid.
Yeah,
So-
it was first aid. That's what it was. Yeah, I'm
so
sorry.
you might
yeah.
be able to go into the first aid and hang out. I don't know about the baby care center.
Yeah.
I do know, and I'll talk about the baby care centers later because they're fantastic. But
Sorry.
they do have like a nursing section, and
Maybe,
without getting into
yeah.
like too much detail, there's like some nursing type things that you would do that you can do before you even give birth. So technically, like, I
Yeah.
don't see why they wouldn't let you in.
Yeah.
So I know we're going to go over this later, but nursing room with chairs, changing room with tables, toddler-sized toilets. That's a big one. Feeding area, kitchen with sink, bottle warmers and microwave, select use only. Vending machines offering formula B. I would say they won't turn you away, but maybe you don't want to be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
like
it's-
maybe it's
it's a
better to
bunch
go
of
to like
babies.
It's yeah.
the first aid area.
The health
First
center.
aid.
Yeah.
Then there's also just like, I mean, like the what is it on Main Street? The cinema on Main Street, like places like that. You just want to be able to like sit and relax. Those are good places. But that's also a
yeah.
good place to like keep cool, which is also kind of the last thing that I have on the what to bring list is like personal fan. When it's hot, yes, but also you're just kind of always hot when you're pregnant. You're always hot. So bring the personal fan, and when you're standing in lines, whatever, it's nice to have on you.
Do you like the neck ones or the holding
I've
ones?
never used the neck one.
She
I
likes it.
haven't
I don't
either.
like having stuff
I
around my
forgot it
neck.
today. I was
Yeah.
gonna bring it to the fair and I forgot to bring it. Whoopsie.
Yeah, no, I just like the holding ones. They do have the ones that you can clip onto your belt and then it shoots up your shirt.
Oh, I saw that.
Those look great.
Oh, that's what that does. I've totally
That'd be
seen people wearing
so
it.
great.
That's so funny. Okay.
Odd stuff that we got now.
Right?
Okay. I don't want to jump ahead, but I saw this list and I was so concerned, but it says not. And I was like,
Oh,
oh, my
yeah.
God. I was like, whoa, you guys are living on the
Yeah.
edge. Okay, go ahead.
Speaking of which is exactly what we're going to talk about is the what to ride, but rather it's the what not to ride when you're pregnant, because in actuality, there's most of the stuff in the park you can ride. And the list really does make sense. Like you look at the list and you're like, yeah, you probably shouldn't ride that pregnant. But if you don't want to come back to this episode or whatever, if I found all these on the Disneyland website. There might be an easier way to get to this. I tried, but to get to the list of attractions, the way I did it was I clicked tickets and parks and then Disneyland Park, and then you just scroll to all attractions and then click accessibilities. And there's an expectant mother advisory. So that's kind of just the list of rides that expectant mothers shouldn't ride. But again, Disneyland's not going to turn you away, but I mean,
What's
Make smart
nice
choices.
Is it on the app?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay, cool.
oh,
So
perfect.
Good to know.
what's nice is it's Disney is not going to take chances. So if it's not on here, you're probably okay.
Yeah.
And you probably no, there really isn't anything on here you would be okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking. It's
No,
All of this is like,
it all makes sense.
don't get
So,
on that.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not worth
Okay.
it. Don't do it.
so you can go to the Disneyland app. You can probably search stuff too, but you can hit the map, which is the little, you guys know what a map icon is. And then you don't have to do show list. You can just hit filter right away, which will show you on the map. But you can hit show list, filter. You can filter by park, but all you have to do is scroll down to physical considerations.
Okay.
And then there's the expectant mother's advisory. Hit apply, and then there's your list. But take note, this is the list of, this has an advisory, don't write it.
Yes. Yes.
So that is odd. Like,
Wording.
yeah, it doesn't have a list of what you can ride, but for sure they don't have that because you would sue them.
Yeah.
Right.
If you go,
That-
oh, they said I can ride it. It
Yeah.
just definitely shouldn't ride this. And if you went to, let's say Soarin', right? And it's like, oh, can I ride this? Up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soren's not on the list.
Use your own judgment. Yeah.
Yeah. So the list is as follows. At Disneyland, you should not ride, according to their website, Autopia, Big Thunder, Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, Matterhorn, Smuggler's Run, Star Tours, Rise of the Resistance, and Tiana's Bayou Adventure.
I like that. How that's already, is that already on there like that?
Yeah,
That's
it's
fun.
on there like that.
They've
used
just
to
switched the
obviously
copy
be-
from Space from
yeah,
Splash Mountain.
Splash.
Probably.
And then at Disney California, you should not ride Goofy Sky School, Grizzly River Run, Guardians of the Galaxy, Incredicoaster, and Radiator Spring Racers.
Yeah.
You can ride Maters.
Yeah, I was gonna
And Luigi's.
Yeah, there's definitely
No, sorry, not you can. You're up. It's up to you if you
Yeah.
want to ride those. Yeah.
there's that one was a big question mark. And later when I talk about like bringing babies to the park, there's some rides because I put the list of what babies can go on, and there's some on there that I'm like, are we sure?
Yeah.
Are we sure about this?
And I would say even like Midway Mania, that kind of throws you around.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like the throwing around thing can be overstated.
Yeah.
Like,
But like
your
meters.
your baby's floating in there.
Yeah. And Junkyard Jamboree, that one's so aggressive.
Just
I know
whipping you around.
That's basically Big Thunder. But I wonder if sliding isn't the thing; it's the dropping.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe,
'Cause
but like
sliding, like taking a
really-
hard turn.
Well,
in a
Autopia's
I
on
guess
here. You're not
so,
dropping
yeah.
on Autopia.
car. Autopia's bumpy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Autopia, you can smash into each other.
Yeah, it's the sudden stops. I
Yeah.
think.
I'm just
but-
like, I want to double check that Maters isn't on here.
The thing with Maters, for sure, though, if you hold yourself in the seat, you don't fly
You don't,
around.
yeah. I just feel like still they would have they
Yeah.
should have put it on as like just to, we don't want to be held
Let's see.
reliable.
Show list. Oh, it's only showing Disneyland. Let's do California Adventure instead. No, Maters it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird.
there's this one that says pregnancy at Disneyland. What can I ride? And Maters is on here.
It is on that.
We
list?
should probably
no.
say at some point, guys, this is not health advice.
No.
No,
No,
don't.
it's not.
We're not.
Yeah, listen to your body, and
I'm a moron. Do not listen to me.
it just this is what Disney's saying, and one person's experience, but you did give the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Of everyone's different.
Everyone's different. So this is just my experience.
I did see this too. This isn't like officially on the list, but talking about rides with like lap bars might be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So this one mentions Mr. Toad and
Yeah, they don't have to come all the way down.
and what's the other one? This is Roger Rabbit.
Oh,
And it's
Cartoon
like
Spin.
I think this one's more. This is like a mommy blog. So they're saying
being
like, hey,
extra
you might not be
careful.
comfortable on those rides because your belly is
Yeah,
not
like
letting the lap bar go down.
Teacups aren't on here, or Mad Tea Party. So I think maybe
I would
this-
knock it on teacups if I was pregnant.
I know.
I feel
Well, you
sick.
feel sick.
Yeah.
But I think
You're already pretty nauseous when you're pregnant. You don't want to add to that.
so. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking again, not health advice. It seems like whatever their advice is from doctors
Yeah.
is that side to side motion is okay.
I
It's
guess
the
so, yeah.
stopping, and when you stop, you might hit something.
Yeah.
And like sudden stops, but sliding is like, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just not as extreme.
Yeah.
And there's thousands of pregnant women, I'm sure, that go to the parks every year. I'm sure they probably heard complaints. They've heard people say, are you sure? If there was any risk at all, it would be on that list
Yeah.
of do not ride this ride. You know what I mean? Like, so anyways. go
But
ahead.
yeah, so that's the list. And then, so besides those rides, because obviously those are all the big attractions, those are the big ticket items. But you kind of have to go into the parks knowing that those are going to be a no-go for you. But there's still plenty of stuff you can do at the parks, which is why I was like, go. You don't have to not go. Now, if this is your first pregnancy and all you really wanted to ride the rides and stuff and you're not a magic key holder, maybe hold off, maybe just wait until you can do those things. But if you're a magic key holder, just going, and there's so much other stuff you can do. So eating, that's
Yeah.
a big, obviously
I'm sure if you're craving something, it's probably there.
Yes,
At Disneyland.
yes.
There's all the weird food. Yeah.
they've talked about every food item in the park and on this show. So there's plenty of food to try.
There are pickles. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go
yes.
ham. Go ham on the pickles.
That is one that I am not a pickle person.
Me
I
neither.
was not a pickle person when I was pregnant. It was,
Yeah.
and then drinks, obviously the non-alcoholic drinks. There's tons of them, and at Lamplight they have great mocktails.
Yeah. And then I think also at Carthay, they have mocktails there too.
Oh, yeah.
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 Mhm.
Just-
there, and also the Grand Californian Craftsman has mocktails. there.
I think they all do now.
They all
I think
do.
they all do.
Anywhere
And I
with
feel
a
like-
bar though makes
Mhm.
good mocktails.
Yeah, and especially like places like Trader Sam's and like the ones on the menu aren't good, but bartenders, like the ones at Trader Sam's and Palm Breeze, which are the same, and Lamplight, where they're experienced bartenders,
Mhm.
they usually have their own mocktails. Like when we went to Strongwater, she tries all my drinks, but they're all very strong. But if you ask them for a mocktail, they go, you want this, you want that? They go, I actually have this thing I do. And what's odd is like they make it taste like alcohol.
Yep.
But without like, she doesn't like the burn or the tingle of some of them. And it doesn't have that. But it also doesn't have the sickly sweetness. So
yeah.
Yeah. Just tell bartenders what you want.
That's what I did at Lamplight is I just sat at the bar and I said, you know, I'm pregnant. I can't have alcohol. What can you make? And she was like, what do you like? And I told her some flavors I like, and she made a great mocktail.
They have fun. That's they like what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
So it's a little like, oh, you don't want the Dole Whip thing again that everyone wanted? Yeah, I'll make it for you.
Plus, the nice thing is like we live in a day and age now where mocktails are becoming a bigger thing. They're like more.
Yeah, it's like a mocktail culture now.
The problem is it's a big scam because they're charging so much for them.
Oh yeah.
Where it's
and then they're just like sickly sweet because they're like, okay, no alcohol. It's like, okay, but do the flavors no longer blend anymore because you took away something and now it's like just
because like Jeff and I will be like, it's not worth it just because you're paying $12 and you're probably gonna get juice, and it's like, just give me a Coke.
Yeah, that half the time that's why I say like just get me a Coke. It's fine.
Yeah, like we've sat at bars and Jeff's just like, give me a Diet Coke.
Yeah,
like,
it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah. Where did we go recently? And I had a good. Oh, we went to Forest Avenue. Laguna.
Oh, they give you a mocktail? Oh, it was like a limoncello almost.
Yeah. What was it called? The restaurant? Sorry.
234th.
Yeah, 234th.
Oh, yeah.
We went on a date and I got a mocktail there. And it was actually really good. It was delicious. Anyways.
Yeah, no. I mean, sometimes I still get mocktails. I'm definitely back to drinking alcohol, but like, you know, every now and then I don't want a $19 cocktail at Disneyland. And
Yeah.
Our mocktails are pretty good.
And I know for like new moms, they're like obviously not talking about you, but just other new moms. Like my sister, she breastfeeds, so she still can't drink. You know, it's like unless you want to pump and dump or whatever. So it's like even newer moms, like this is a good idea for them of like, hey, you just had your baby, but maybe you don't want to drink right now, or maybe you want to wait, or you know, it makes sense.
Absolutely. Also taking photos. The photo pass. I didn't know this until I went probably a week before I had my baby. My husband and I went, and we were like, oh, let's just do the photo pass in front of the castle. It'd be kind of fun just to have that last kind of bump picture. And they had so much fun. They were like, oh, do the heart on the belly. Like, I don't even know if this guy was joking around or what, but the photos came out cute, I guess. But I was like, they have fun with you and take pictures because, you know, you're pregnant at Disneyland and that's a fun little thing. And chances are you'll be bringing that baby to Disneyland and you can, I don't know, recreate the photos or just have that memory of like, we came here while we were pregnant, or this was the last thing we did, you know, just the two of us.
Yeah, I think, did Anna and Paul, the listeners, do the baby moon at Disneyland, or they just did a baby moon?
I don't.
It might have been a.
I feel like I remember someone writing in about a baby moon.
They did do a baby moon. I think it was at Disneyland. I don't remember.
I think
but
so
like you
too.
can do that where it's like the one last.
Hurrah!
But the one last our family is two people.
Yeah.
Event.
We did that, but in Catalina.
I've seen really cute photos of characters interacting with people that are pregnant and like Mickey rubbing the belly or whatever. It's like really sweet. Yeah. So those are really cute photos too. To get.
Oh yeah. And if you want to do like your announcements there, I've seen people who do announcements. I did on Drinkupdisney. I did like I got the little like ears and it said like baby.
And you had it was a non-alcoholic drink.
It was a coffee. Yeah, it was just like a Starbucks.
You posted something. I was like, oh my God, it's happening.
Yep.
Like we have, I wonder how many Trammin babies are there?
I don't know. We need to make a Trammin onesie.
Yes.
Or use the art on Trammin.com and get it printed.
If you make clothing in the United States, please let me know. That's the big problem.
True.
Yeah.
No, that and when you make money, you have to get an LLC and file taxes, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
That's fair. Just kind of to that note with the Mickey ears, you can go shopping. That's something else you can do. It's a great time to, start collecting stuffed animals for the baby, or things like what we did was the personalized Mickey ears hat.
The embroidered ones.
And you can get it like embroidered, or you can get it stitched. I was going to pull up a picture of the one that we did. And it's so cute. And you have that forever. It's sitting in her nursery, and that's just like a fun little I don't know if you can even see, but you can kind of, you know,
You wanna-
That's
you get the ears, and they'll embroider it for like $7 or something like that.
I know my nephew has one, and he has it since before he was born. It was a gift for him.
Oh yeah.
Mary got it for River. It's so sweet.
They also do painted Christmas ornaments, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
in the
that's a big
holiday
thing over
shop.
there.
So cute.
So doing something like that, you know, just you can make it a little bit about the baby, or you don't have to at all. That's a complete you choice. But shopping is a great way to get out of the heat, to kind of slow down, and it's a good way to spend some time when you're not going on the rides that you can't go on.
Right.
And then to that note, just staying cool, just being inside. Some of the best AC spots is Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. That's one of my favorite spots.
Mm-hmm.
Main Street Cinema, or even going on rides like Pirates of the Caribbean, where it's just nice and breezy and you get to sit for a while. Those are great ways to still have the energy and the vibe of the park without being overheated and standing in line and going on crazy rides.
Tiki room.
Tiki room.
Tiki room.
Well, if you want quiet, don't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Another
I
good
guess.
spot too. Actually, during Halloween, we would sit at the second row, the second story of the Golden Horseshoe.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
There,
mhm.
especially, there's not always a show going on. Sometimes you
There-
just
there
sit
hasn't
there and just like people watch, and people are eating, and you're just sitting there chilling. No one's bothering you. No one's in the way. And especially if you're upstairs, like it doesn't feel really busy.
I wonder
up
if
there.
even like second story of the omnibus. Like
I
I know
love
it's
the
moving, but it's
omnibus.
like you get
That
a
doesn't matter,
breeze and
yeah.
you're in an open air vehicle. Like
Yeah.
it's a relaxing.
It's a fun way to take in the park.
Yeah.
And
Back in the day, I would have said art of animation, but now it's no way. It's so
it's-
busy in there all the
It's
time.
so crazy. But in all honesty, like sometimes you're not even looking for that peace and quiet. You're at a theme park, you know what you're getting, but just sitting somewhere with AC and just to breathe is nice. And then just kind of my last bit on pregnancy, because in all honesty, going to the parks pregnant is not that much different than going not pregnant. And I think so many people have that idea that like, oh, I can't go on the ride, so am I even going to get my money's worth? But the last thing is just take it in. If this is your first baby, like Disney trips will probably never look like this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if they do, it's few and far between. I know not long after we had our baby, my husband and I did the wine pairing for the Food and Wine Festival. That was the same day as the Trammin meetup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where
And-
we're like, you guys staying? Like, there's a
Absolutely
sitter.
not.
Got to get
Yeah.
the baby because that was like
She was a couple months old. She
Yeah.
was like maybe, no, not even. She was like, I think maybe 6 weeks, because the first time we took her to the park, she was 8 weeks old.
oh yeah.
So, and this was before we ever took her. But, you know, so we got to go and it was just the two of us. But for the most part, Disneyland's never really going to look the same way again. You're going to
yeah.
be going on different rides, doing different activities. You're going to have a baby, a stroller. So just take it all in. And then like this one's kind of corny, but just like daydreaming about your kids. That's something my husband and I did, is like, you know, when we were pregnant, we're like, hey, you know, we're going to be here with our baby pushing the stroller around, or we're going to be here when she's a toddler and running around, and we're going to get to see her do all these activities. And you get to just like have this sweet, corny, but like sweet moment. And then most likely, since you're pregnant, it will be tear jerking.
Yeah. Or even just thinking like, what ride will they like? What
Mhm.
characters are they gonna like? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Or
yeah.
like, will they be a mascot or like a character person? Will they be a ride person? No, that's
Yeah.
really sweet.
It's
I
like
know. That's
just a
really
fun
sweet.
way to just take it all in.
Yeah, like Tori used to do that with like when she was pregnant. She's like, I hope he likes Disneyland and like, you know, things like that. And I'm like, of course he's gonna like Disneyland.
yeah.
I'm trying to find. I won't show the picture on camera. Don't worry, Tori. There's just like, what day was St. Trammin's Day?
17th,
No,
Yeah.
we didn't do it.
13th or 14th.
Huh?
I think the 13th or 14th. It was before, right?
Teen?
It might have been the 15th. Yeah, because it's 2 days before. But like he loves Disneyland already. But like they took him early on, and he just, you know, they just look around and like
How old
wonderment.
is he?
Look at him.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Look at that little baby.
Oh, it's doing the weird Google Photos blur
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. But yeah, daydream about it. It's not corny. If you're being a parent is corny in a
Yeah.
way, right? You're
Everything you do is corny.
it's hey, I'm having a baby and my goal is to make sure that this new life is happy
Mhm.
for the rest of their life.
And safe
you know?
and yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
so
Mhm.
yeah, don't
It's a
worry
human
about
being.
that stuff. Like you're allowed to be a dork. When
Yeah.
you're a parent,
Everything's
you,
dorky.
you don't get a pass for things. You get a pass for like you can't be made fun of for like being silly
Oh,
and
yeah.
dorky and like
Dad
doing
jokes
your
galore.
dad baby voice.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
But
So
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of all I've got for like pregnancy in the parks.
it's like, yeah, there is stuff. There isn't. It's not that there isn't much you can do. It just
Yeah.
has to be very different.
Yeah.
Because everyone has their own, they also have their own comfort level. So it's like, this is all the general things you could do and the general things you could ride if you want to and shouldn't ride. But then when you get there, you might not feel comfortable doing any ride. You might not feel comfortable. So it's like,
Absolutely.
until you're pregnant yourself, this is just like a, hey, general guidelines. But again, these are not hard, fast rules. Like,
Absolutely.
do
And
what you want. You know?
I have a really close friend who can't, she just doing really long days in the parks when she's pregnant is just not for her. And that is so fine.
Yeah.
I have another close friend who has had to, because of medical reasons, has had to rent the
ECV.
those in order to still be able to do her park day. And her park day was fun because of it. And so there's ways that and then like I've done really short trips when I was pregnant, and I've done really long trips when I was pregnant. And like there's no right or wrong way to do the parks pregnant. And you just got to do what works for you, and you can still have just as much fun.
Yeah.
I guess I have one other question, and it just goes back to the food question again. Just for you.
Yeah.
What Disney snack or food did you like while pregnant, if any?
I mean, I've always loved the cold brew, but that was the black calf cold brew, but that I definitely really liked. And then the cream cheese pretzels or the jalapeno cheese pretzels.
Oh,
But
okay.
like those stuffed pretzels.
Greasy.
So yeah, greasy and cheesy and bready, carby. Yeah.
If that garlic pretzel was around, would that have been the deal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah, there you go, guys. Some bread and cheese.
Yeah. Bread and cheese.
Can't go wrong with bread and cheese.
Absolutely not.
And if you go to Lamplight, upstairs they got the bowl of cheese, as we called it. It's like an artichoke, pork belly,
Oh, that sounds
melted
so good.
mozzarella, and it comes with just like buttered bread.
Oh, that's
it
that's
looked
gonna be on
crazy.
the
It was
list.
good. So yeah, now or to the other part.
Yeah.
So wait, yes, okay. Disneyland with newborn,
Yeah. infant,
whatever
you're
Newborn's
comfortable
first,
with.
right?
Newborn's first. So
And then
newborn is like
infant.
up to 2 months, I think, and then it's infant until they're 1.
Yeah, so we're going before toddler here. 'Cause
Yes.
we'll probably do
Kind of the first year.
Yeah, we've been meaning to do like Next Generation at Disneyland or something.
Yeah.
But that's a whole when they're running around,
Oh.
whole different ball game.
Oh yeah, I've taken our friend's daughter, and it's wild.
Yeah.
But kind of to that point, I feel like there's not like a lot out there about how to bring a toddler to Disneyland, but that's the more common. That's what you see. That Disneyland is more or less geared towards toddlers and young children, but you don't really see a whole lot about babies and like what to do and can you even do much. And I've done a whole 9-hour trip with my baby before when she was like, I don't know, 4 months maybe. But yeah, so we knew that we wanted to bring her pretty early, and everyone's got their own idea of like when they're comfortable taking a baby to the parks. For me, what kind of like made it feel okay is they're not touching anything. They're itty bitty. Like they are not touching anything. They're not putting their hands on
true.
anything.
They're still on you.
They're
so they
either
can't,
on you
like,
or they're in the stroller.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a good point.
It's to me, it's no different than taking her to Target or taking her to, because she's not touching anything.
I laughed out loud when I was reading the notes like a couple days ago. Because I was like, yeah, no one ever says babies don't like just the parentheses, babies don't touch things. Yeah, they don't. They can't. What are they going to do?
I mean,
jump
their
out?
grip strength is insane when they
Yeah,
grab
But
they
it.
they're
touch your
like-
hair. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
But like, yeah, they're not touching door. Like the babies, let me get the door for you. You
Yeah.
know, like
Once they start walking or crawling,
Oh, yeah.
game over.
Yeah.
You're cooked.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately,
But
which is like Toontown. That's like a
oh yeah,
child's plaything. It's just
absolutely.
touch everything you can
Touch
touch.
everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so that was what kind of got me, where I was like, she's gonna be in the stroller or on me. Like she's not touching the rails
no
in
one's
line.
breathing
She's
on her.
not.
She's not talking to
No,
a cashier.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm fine with it. And I brought her at 8 weeks old, and there was another mom there when I was changing her in the baby center who was like, oh, you're brave. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
I think, you know what, like, this is, raise your kid however you want. This isn't
Yes.
like other people are doing it wrong. It seems like you're raising your kid more like how I assume your parents, because same generations, right? Like raised us of like, yeah, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like the 90s were kind of like, we went outside less. Like I remember playing outside in the street with my
Oh, yeah, me
friends.
too.
But it wasn't like, see you when the sun goes down.
Yeah,
it was
no.
like, okay, like they'd come out and check, which is, that's
Yeah.
fine. We played with friends and like, yeah, they're playing in the sandbox. They're dirty. Like, wash your hands. It's
Yep.
not a big deal.
I know.
Where,
Sorry.
yeah, like some parents now, and it's not their fault. They've been scared into it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, you can't touch anything, can't do anything. It's like kids they're made of rubber. Like they jump off of things. They
Yes.
fall. It's scary. I know it's
Absolutely,
scary, but
but-
like you made it,
Yeah.
right? We're all here. So it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
It's nice to see like, yeah, I'm taking my kid. The kid's fine. I'm being responsible. You know,
Yeah.
right? You're a parent.
Yeah. My sister's a postpartum nurse. So she works with the itty bitty babies.
Aw.
And so it's funny. I saw her yesterday and like my daughter's toy went on the ground and then my sister's like, oh, we're done with that, right? Like I was like, no. I was like, yeah, 2 days ago, she took a fistful of dirt and put it straight into her mouth. Like whatever got on that toy in those 2 seconds is not going to hurt.
Oddly
her.
enough, dirt is not dirty
Dirty.
and
Yeah.
germy.
What's
It's
the phrase? God made dirt, dirt don't hurt.
Dirt don't hurt. Yeah. God
I've
made
never-
dirt, so dirt don't hurt.
I've
You've never heard that expression?
Okay, I always tell people I grew up in the Armenian church.
Mm.
No, but
Which
that was
is-
just like a saying. It wasn't
Yeah.
even a church thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
I heard it
I don't
outside
think
of
I
church. heard it,
ever
like,
once heard it
school.
in church.
Me
Like I
neither.
heard it
like, you
like
grew up in Orange County.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't, but I also grew up around just basically Armenians.
Yeah.
I went to Armenian school.
Yeah.
So our church was so old that we didn't have like little cutesy sayings and stuff. We just had like stuff people would say for 1,000 years. So it's like I never got any of that stuff. But yeah, like dirt, bacteria and stuff is from what humans touch and like droppings and what like comes out of your mouth. It's not
Mhm.
really
Dropping sounds
literally. I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
It's not really dirt,
Yeah.
leaves. It's
Yeah.
it's gross, but
Yeah.
it's gross because we say it's gross.
Yeah. Wait, quick side note. Have you guys seen the whole thing about like kids raised in Orange County versus like everywhere else with what it's called when you're
It came up
It's
last
a
week.
birdie.
It is
no.
not a birdie. It's a waterfall.
That
Oh yeah,
that
you
is
married one of them, right?
yeah,
sacrilegious.
he
Yeah.
thinks it's a birdie. I
birdie.
grew up north of LA. Like it is a waterfall.
Write in if it's a birdie.
No, you know what?
no, if you're not from Orange County and it's a birdie, write in.
You know what?
Nobody else.
I
know.
forgot who it was. It might have been Jeff because he would be the one who would yell about it. The problem with birdie is
It sounds
It's-
cute.
it's a
Little
stretch.
birdie.
It sounds
You
like
have
it's
to-
coming out of someone else's mouth though.
that's what it is. It's so people have to explain, oh, it's like a bird mom feeding the bird babies, but like the water is not food and it's falling into your mouth. I'm like, you just said it right
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
the water bottle
Wa-
is the mother bird, and I'm the birdie.
And what's the water doing?
going into my mouth?
How? Is it falling out of the bottle?
What?
Is the water
Yeah,
falling out
that's
of the
how
bottle?
water works. I don't understand.
So
the
If the
question.
water's falling out of the bottle,
Waterfall.
it's a waterfall. And here's the thing.
I don't
That's
know.
not the explanation for it.
Okay.
Why is it a waterfall? Because that's what a waterfall looks like.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain it to someone.
In an alternate universe.
Okay, can I have a waterfall? Yeah.
In an alternate universe, if I was pregnant, our child would call it a birdie.
They would not.
They would call it a birdie.
No.
Oh no. No.
No,
So
we'd be
it's
going
My
my
to-
daughter
it-
will learn waterfall.
Okay, she will not learn birdie.
No.
We'd
No,
be
but
going
you're
to this-
in Orange County now. You have to.
I don't care.
Okay.
We're gonna fix Orange County, one child at a time.
We're gonna get some San Gabriel Valley culture in there. I forget where you.
That is so.
Wait, did
funny.
you say where you grew up on the show?
I don't
It's
know.
not
if I
private
did.
information,
No, I grew
right?
up out in Santa Clarita.
Santa Clarita is like the northest LA, or is it?
North is it's technically LA County. so
Okay, it's like Sun Valley.
it's where Six Flags Magic Mountain. That's
Oh, right,
in
yeah.
Santa Clarita.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Can I
like
take a break? Do you
Valencia.
wanna Keep going.
You-
Okay.
do you need a break?
Okay.
You can go.
I'll
if
be
you'd
right
like.
back. Sorry, because you guys are like really into this.
oh
I'll be right back.
Oh, we're probably just gonna keep talking. But
Okay.
we're fine.
But yeah.
Yeah. You got the LA County culture.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's
The
birdies.
waterfall thing. I remember when we first saw that, my husband and I were so like, what about it, that we ended up calling a whole bunch of our friends are like, one half of the relationship is Orange County grown, and then the other one is somewhere else. And so we called them, and they were like having these moments of like, wait, what are you talking about? And I know one of our friends is from Boston. I'm pretty sure she's from Boston, and even they call it a waterfall.
No, yeah, everyone knows it as waterfall.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
Like Orange County, and Orange County's new. It's not like
No.
you guys are weird. Yeah, we had the whole moment with the butter last week.
Oh yeah.
There's weird things around the country like that. But yeah, where were we?
Just at the very top. So like
Oh,
things
yeah,
aren't. It's not as germy.
So yeah, you were saying you do the 1 hour trips, whatever. So you were saying people don't really bring their kids, and what I was thinking was, it's not a they won't remember it thing. It's that they can't do too much.
Yeah.
It doesn't make too much sense unless you're just a diehard to buy a ticket for yourself, like two adult tickets to take a baby for 3 hours. But as a Magic Key holder, baby's free.
Exactly.
And you probably have parking, and you just show up and the baby can meet Mickey Mouse and wave and whatever and smile.
Exactly.
And then, okay, sleepy time, and you go home.
Yeah, but then if this is your second kid or third or fourth or wherever they fall in this line, if you already have older kids and you're wanting to buy those tickets and bring that older kid and your baby is just tagging along, I mean, reminder that babies under 3 are free. And then also like, you know, it's fine. Take the baby. You're going to find things to do. You might not be doing short trips if you don't have a Magic Key, but if you have a Magic Key, do those short trips, you know, go for a couple hours. But if you're prepared, you can do a longer trip. You can do the 9 hour or whatever trip and make it work.
Yeah, I think that's just why I get it. It costs so much.
It costs so much.
I mean, it's not like the Magic Keys are cheap anymore.
No. No, I just renewed and it was painful to click checkout.
I think it's because I wanted to make a couple reservations. I didn't think about it long. So I just renewed it. And then I was like, it was like an Anakin Skywalker. What have I done?
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, what do you bring when you got a baby?
So you guys can't see this, but Kirk can see that this list is quite longer. It's quite a lot longer than the pregnancy list.
Oh, you don't tell them that there was a list. I just asked you that organically.
Well, so the number one thing is a stroller. And I know that we're talking about babies under 1, but one of the things I saw once online was like, even if you think your kid is outgrown the stroller, bring the stroller. They're going to want to sit or something, and you're going to end up having to carry them, and no one wants that. Like your 3-year-old, 4-year-old, if you think they don't need a stroller, bring the stroller.
Yeah, like Kimmy's nephew, River, shout out to James, for his 4th birthday. I think the 3rd birthday, they didn't bring the stroller, but they might have. But the 4th, they did. He was never in a stroller. I met him when he was 8 months old or 10 months old. So I've known him his whole life.
Okay.
I've never seen that kid in a stroller. He loves walking around, running around, whatever. But Disneyland 4th birthday, they're like, we're bringing the stroller because a child cannot walk for 8 hours.
Nope.
They're just not built that way. And so at some point, he was just knocked out in the stroller.
Yeah.
And that's helpful.
Yeah.
No, you can come back. We're talking about River and the stroller.
Yeah, I don't want to cut through the camera.
I want to ask Jessica. Like, I know I don't really post River. Him asleep in the stroller though.
It was elite. That was
no, like that might be. I'll ask her and JC because it's me and JC doing peace, and River's just knocked out.
Because you got there after work for his
so we're
birthday,
just saying,
and he was
like,
asleep, and you saw him like the last 10 minutes.
Even kids who don't use strollers, like, bring the stroller because they can't walk.
Yeah, I get, and for us too, the adults, it's something to hang our stuff or to like, you can put your bag in there. The kids running around, go ham.
My husband and I were so excited to have a baby because of the stroller. We were like, we can't wait to not carry anything ever again. Just throw it under the stroller.
I only have a backpack for my water bottle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be so cool to just throw it in.
To not have anything.
Because I don't need it on the ride. You know, when you park the stroller, it's like, just leave the water in there.
And park. That's another thing too. If you bring the stroller and you think your kid's not going to use it, you can always just park it and just leave it there and go get it later.
I'm always afraid that someone's just going to take it. You know what I mean?
Well, on my list, I do say bring an Apple AirTag.
Oh,
If it's something you can like swing, we have one hidden on our stroller so that, because it's not even so much about like, someone's going to take your stroller, but we do kind of live in a world where everyone has the same stroller. Like there's like the 3 brands and everyone's got them. So they all look the same. But but also cast members will move your stroller if it's
We
not
learned that last
parked.
time. I was like, where's the stroller?
Don't
And
get
they're like, we
scared,
moved.
they do it.
Yeah.
They do it. So just having that air tag is really nice. And then also just like some way to know that it's your stroller. So I have like a bright colored bandana on the handle of our stroller. And that way, when I'm looking at this sea of black strollers, I can see the bright orange or whatever color I have on there. And I go, there it is. Like, I don't have to look at every stroller. And
another thing, I don't know if the AirTags themselves have this feature yet. If not, they're releasing new ones. But at the very least, if they do have the feature, because I'm not looking up right now, if you have an iPhone 15, I don't know if it has to be the Pro or not, it has the directional tracking where it will point an arrow
yeah.
on where to
They
find
have
it.
it. Yeah.
So like it works iPhone to iPhone. Like Kimmy and I have been in really large stores and she's like, where are you? I'm like, I don't even know where I am. Here's my thing. And you can go find the stroller.
Yeah.
If someone has it without looking at a map and like, where is that?
Yeah.
So because AirTags had like, you're getting closer.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now
yeah.
there's like a literal
A directional.
arrow. And
I
then,
think I've seen that.
Yeah, when you're too close, it's like it's 5 feet. You should be able to see at that point. So yeah, good tip. Hide the AirTag in your kid.
Oh, I have
like,
one
when
in
they're a little older,
when they're a little older. It's not a bad idea. I also have one in our diaper bag because, like, I don't know. I just feel like someone might not steal your stroller, but they might,
grab the bag
and walk off, which I've never had that issue. I don't know anyone who's had that issue. Disneyland is pretty secure, but I have one in there too, just in case. And then some, like, not necessary, but some nice things for the stroller is a bassinet attachment, especially when they're that little, to be able to have them just like lay flat and sleep.
James has that. My other nephew. Yeah.
It's so nice. And because you're going to walk around, you can let them sleep. And then same with like a kind of a breathable like shade cover. That one's a little tough because it can get really warm in there. So you just have to be really careful. But the bassinet is also nice too, because if you just want to do a quick diaper change or something, it's like nice,
don't do it on a
perfect.
bench when the kid's standing up. We saw that once.
Oh,
And it was a poopy diaper.
Oh, come on.
And I was just like,
Outside of a bathroom.
it was in front of the Hungry Bear bathroom.
Yeah, just go in there.
And I was like,
yeah.
Oh, and they have family bathrooms there.
And I get kids, they'll tell you at the very last minute, I need to use the bathroom. And it was like, oh, okay,
But there's
fine.
bathrooms
But
everywhere.
my thing is, you were in front of the bathroom doing this. Like, was the line that long? And I promise you, I mean, I know for women's bathroom specifically, like, if I see like a mom with like a bunch of kids, I'll say, do you want the big one? Like, even if it's next, I'll offer it to them or
I've done-
whatever.
yeah.
Or, like, be considerate.
Especially when it's like a dad and like a little girl or something.
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to be in here.
Yeah.
Like, are you sure? I'm like, dude, take the big stall. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Okay, this is a complete side note, but Jessica can't do it with her son because her son will try to open the door. And she's like, I have to do the small one with him because he gets curious and he'll like start playing with the handle.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like when they go to the bathroom, she takes her son with her.
Oh, because he could walk off in the
Because
big
no,
stall?
like he'll
the
walk
toilet
off and then
can't
open
reach.
the door.
Oh.
But she's too far to go get him. So she's like, I need to be sorry, that's might be TMI. But like it's just like it's really funny. She has to use the small stall so that she can hold on to him.
Oh
or
my God.
he's older, he's like 4 now. He probably
Yeah.
wouldn't do it now. But like when he was really little, like 2 or 3, she's
Yeah.
like, I want the small stall. But now she has another one. So
I was going to say, what's the difference between a bassinet and a baby carrier? Baby carrier is the baby Bjorn, right? Yeah.
the carrier.
that's-
I know they're different ones.
And the
Yeah, well,
bassinet
Baby
is the
Bjorn's
one
also a brand,
with
so there's
Yeah.
like a bouncer that's by them and stuff. But yeah, it's the carrier, so which is super nice to be able to wear them on rides. It's a little tricky, but once you figure it out, you can also nurse in a baby carrier, and no
Mhm.
one can see anything. Everything's completely covered, but like you can do it while walking, and I've done it in line for Pirates, and you can't see anything. I made my husband check. I was like, "Can you see anything?"
Pirates
He's
is probably
like,
a
"No."
good ride to do that too.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like kind of rocking, your baby's
Oh, yes.
chilling, it's dark,
Yeah, we bought the baby Bjorn, the actual
The brand, yeah.
for Tori and Rory.
Right, yeah.
Because I knew that they would go to Disneyland.
Oh, it's
and I'm like, these things
great.
are expensive.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't go to the baby shower, but I'm like, here's your gift.
Yeah.
Goodbye, I'm going to Mammoth.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
They get very warm. You have to be careful when it's like super hot out because the baby's like pressed against you and your body heat, their body heat. It is very warm, but during the cooler months, it is amazing
Come
to
bundle up
just
with them, yeah.
carry that. They a lot of times will nap in that thing. So it makes it a lot easier. Bring a couple toys and then toy straps, which are little bungee things that can attach to your stroller because
Oh, I've seen those.
yeah, because
Mhm.
there's nothing worse than walking down Main Street and having to chase after the toys that your kid just threw out.
And losing
gate.
the one precious toy that
Oh,
your
yeah.
kid's like, nah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have
Every
a
kid.
stuffed mini that just gets like strapped to the
Yeah.
stroller because I'm like, that thing was not cheap. We're not buying another
Yeah, I
one.
never thought about that. They'll just throw stuff.
No,
Oh, yeah.
my nephew
It's her
has a
favorite.
blanket that he's glued to. And her name is Dot. And if Dot is missing, where's Dot? Where is
Oh,
she?
yeah.
And it's like, it's a blanket and it's a basic blanket, but he's obsessed with this blanket.
Oh.
It's really sweet.
I had that Mickey.
That's so
Isn't
cute.
that so sweet?
Oh my
Is he
God.
dust? Do you dust him off?
That one too.
Yeah.
That's
but
so cute.
yeah, that was my first Mickey, and
Aw.
they don't make them like they used to. Look at that guy.
That would not survive that long today.
Yeah, this is
There's no way.
this is my second birthday, and he's there.
Oh my gosh.
You showed me this photo. I just forgot
Yeah,
about it.
Hold on.
We showed it to
and then
Paula.
me cutting the cake.
That's so cute.
And my mom's pregnant with Kev.
He's
so there's-
seeing everything. Look
You know
at
what?
how
Yeah, that'll go on
cute.
Instagram.
Yeah,
Why
that
not?
has to be
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah,
Talk about your love of Disney at an early age.
it's not focusing. But
It's
it'll go on
fine. It's
Instagram.
fine.
Yeah,
That's
so he's
so cute.
there.
And you've showed me this, and I completely forgot about it. Okay.
Yeah, I just searched baby, and it came up.
Oh.
Let's see. Do I have any other Disney baby? Nope, just me. There's no Pepsi in there.
Oh.
I was obsessed with
This is
Pepsi
why I like
cans.
Pepsi more than Coke today.
Shout out to my dad. Pepsi's the best. Okay.
Snacks.
Yeah, snacks.
For you or the baby?
For the both. For both. But no, for the baby, and that just kind of touches on, a lot of people don't realize you can bring your own food in. Bring in snacks for the baby. You can.
And snacks are
What is a
expensive at
baby?
Disneyland.
What is a baby snack?
Well, it depends. So like we are doing what's called baby-led weaning. And so our baby eats steak and potatoes. Like our baby eats full food, like human food. But there is like the little pouches. She also eats those. There's the little like sticks that are like puff sticks, basically. There's
There's
a lot
those
of
little puff things that are like really
I remember
really
those.
soft,
Like,
so a baby
yeah.
can chew it even with their gums.
Yeah. So, I mean, bringing those, because we are talking about babies under 1. So, obviously, like a newborn's not going to eat those, but a 6-8-month-old might be. So, bring snacks. Because the park doesn't really sell a lot of baby safe
They
snacks.
do have the pouches, though, right? Or
They
those are for
might.
kids?
The
No,
baby
the
care
pouches
center,
can
don't
be
they sell
for
some
babies.
stuff, right?
Yeah. So, the baby care center does have some stuff in
The-
their
the
like vending
little-
machines.
you know the pouches with the green
I think they
lid?
have the
Like the
applesauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How
yeah.
old do they have to be for the applesauce?
I think it depends on the person. I mean, like texture wise, they can eat at any age. I think a lot of those have a lot of sugar in it though.
Yeah,
so,
it's like straight up apples.
yeah. But yeah, so bring snacks and bring bottles and formula if that's your vibe. If you just nurse, then bring yourself. Sanitary wipes, I bring those and just kind of wipe down because now she's touching things. So now we're at the point where if we sit at a table, she wants to touch it. She wants to put her mouth on the table. So we'll just do a quick little sanitary wipe.
I
and-
want to remind everyone, although realistically no wipes are flushable, Huggies are definitely not flushable. So don't clog up the Disneyland toilet. I know they probably do some wonderful
Oh, yeah.
snaking and whatever over there, but those big packs of Huggies for the diaper wipes, those are not. Don't flush those down the toilet.
Good note.
Yeah,
Good note.
get some other ones. I don't know, Cottonelle. One at a time.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So water, change of clothes because babies will have blowouts at the worst possible moments.
Blowouts.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay,
and
yeah.
we've gone through our fair share of those at Disneyland. A hat and sunscreen, which is things that you don't really think about, but the baby is in the sun. I mean, if you're carrying them, whatever, like you're in the sun at
Baby doesn't know it's
Disneyland.
burning.
Baby doesn't know. So hat, sunscreen, diaper bag, just filled with the usual, obviously.
The water, I think, is a big one. I know we got good water, but it's like bring
Yeah. Well,
some water for the
also
baby.
like they say that babies shouldn't have too much fluoride and stuff, and
Right.
a lot of the water that is offered for us, it does have a lot of fluoride in it. So that's just something you can bring. But also, they do have water at the park. So if you just forgot or whatever for your bottles and stuff, and I think in the baby care centers they have like distilled water, like it's not just water from the fountain for your formula if you forget it.
That's good to know.
Yeah. Headphones, that was one that we did not think about,
That's
but then we
interesting.
went on a ride and we were like, it is much louder than we realized, and they have very sensitive ears.
I didn't even think of. Yeah, that's a good point. I would have never thought
Yeah,
about
because
that.
usually you see, I've seen babies with them. Usually, like kids with, or even adults with sensory issues
Yeah.
have like their.
But like even like Mickey and Minnie's, like I thought that ride's loud, and like
Yeah.
you can bring a baby on that if you wanted to, probably. But it's like
Yeah, and if you want to save some money, they might be oversized, but as long as they're not clamping down, it doesn't matter. You just look up like safety earmuffs.
Oh, yeah.
That 3M makes, and they're the same. As soon as they're pink, they cost 4 times as much as the adult one,
Pink
or they're
tags.
like, they have Paw Patrol on it or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But you can buy just really small ones or whatever, and just let them. You don't want clamping ones anyway, so you can get adult ones.
I get the we have the head. It's like a full wrap.
Oh,
so
wow.
it's just, and I like those because you can adjust along the whole thing, and it's not just like the one size. But so we have those. We've only honestly used them a couple times, but especially if you're
Fireworks time,
nervous,
if you're there,
yeah. If you're nervous about things like that, it's a great thing to have.
Guys, I have tinnitus. Don't let that start early.
A sound machine is great for the little babies. You just clip it onto the stroller and help them fall asleep, drown out some of the sounds that might be too exciting, and hopefully you can get a couple naps out of them. An extra bag, which I'll touch on in the going through security, but an extra bag is very helpful. A stroller insert, which is definitely not a must, but I've found that they're really nice. And it's basically just like it's for when they're a little bit bigger and they're sitting in the actual like stroller thing, but it just kind of puts a cushion between them and the actual stroller, and it lets air go through. So like
I've
they're
never
not
thought
getting
of that.
super
Wow.
sweaty back and everything like that. I've noticed that when we use it, her back's not sweaty by the end of the day. So
Oh, that's helpful.
it's just a nice little like when it's really hot, because Disneyland gets hot.
I want one of those.
You're right.
You're looking for it now.
No.
And then fans and those cool towels that Disney sells, but honestly, they're like $12 for a 6-pack on Amazon. Just
Yeah,
do
I
that.
have some at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Get them wet, just stick it in your neck. Yeah.
oh yeah, our baby will nap at Disneyland like cuddling the cool towel because it feels good. And then just blankets, or a blanket if it's colder, just to have. You don't want to be there and not have a blanket and have to buy like a $50 blanket just to keep your baby warm.
Pretty much, it's like anything you think you can need and you don't want to spend Disney money on it, bring it.
Exactly. And if you have the stroller, who cares?
Yeah.
Because you can bring it all and you don't have to carry it. You don't have to lug it around.
Yeah, I like to joke that when your kid's 5, you don't need to bring the supplies like you're climbing Mount Everest.
Yes.
Like people with the wagons that weren't with like challenged
Special
I don't-
needs. Yeah.
Special needs.
Yeah.
Challenge is not what we use anymore. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah, but like special needs kids, that's an exception that they make. But like it's like, oh, my kid just gets bored. I'm in the wagon. It's like, dude, they're at Disneyland. Like, don't bring the wagon. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, babies, it's like,
Bring it all, because you don't want to have to leave early because you didn't think ahead.
and it is like we were saying earlier, it's not a usual thing that people do, bringing babies, but you can. And here are all the like ways to make it way easier.
Exactly.
And I do wonder, like, how, I don't know if you've tried it, how beneficial it would be to get like a locker on those days, you know?
I've never tried it. It definitely can be. I mean, if you have the stroller and if everything fits under the stroller,
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
save the
think,
money,
But
yeah.
if your stroller, some people have it's called like a Duna, and it's just your car seat on wheels basically, and there's no storage underneath.
Oh,
Which-
I've seen those, yeah.
That couldn't be me. I need as much storage as possible,
No, of
as you can
course.
tell by
Yeah.
everything I
Yeah.
bring. But yeah, you could do a locker for sure. That'd be great. But yeah, that's the exhaustive list of things to bring.
It seems
But this
like a
is
lot-
good because half of this I would have, well, okay. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I would not have thought about half of
Everything's
this. Yeah.
this big, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yeah, and they're little. and-
Exactly.
yeah.
I mean, that list was crazy, but majority of that fits into our diaper bag.
yeah.
Yeah. Makes
So,
sense.
but so getting through security, you guys talked about how security, especially now that they've added the plastic things, like it takes longer to get through. So a good tip is bringing an extra bag, so like a tote bag or something to put things like your carrier, your blanket, maybe if you brought jackets, sound machine, anything like that in one bag instead of just loose under the stroller, because if it's all loose, then they have to take the time to go through it all and make sure you're not bringing anything. If it's in a bag, take it out of the stroller, have them check it like they check your diaper bag, and go. And then just a tip for anyone, have your bags unzipped. Don't
Yeah.
do that person.
Some security guards will do it for me, but a majority more and more are saying unzip it for me. Or
And-
they'll say open your glasses case for me or open
Oh,
your
yeah.
cosmetics bag for me, things like that.
And you don't have
makes
this
me
here, but like
farmers.
if there are a few of you and you don't have bags, they're all in the stroller, it's probably even better to have someone else hold the bag
Mhm.
because you
Yeah.
don't have to unload the stroller.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
that's what I saw. Like people were like, oh, we'll put it on the stroller. And security would take one bag, check it, put it back. They took a cooler out,
Yeah.
opened that, and then like everyone else had no bags. And it's like, you're all in line anyway. You
Yep.
have to wait to get in the thing. If you're holding it, they see it and then you take it back. And then you can mess around with the stroller later.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so that's what we do is my husband will take both bags and then I just walk with the stroller and they'll have you push the stroller all the way past the metal detector, lock it or park it or whatever. And then you go back and walk through the metal detector.
I get it, but it still looks crazy to
Yeah,
me.
it does
Like,
look crazy. But yeah. And then I put in just have everything unzipped and I have a lot of my stuff in clear bags, but that's just so that I can see what it is. But it helps them not have to unzip every bag, which is kind of saves some time. Except for last time I went, this one security guard took so long that every other row it took us 45 minutes to get just through the security line going to downtown Disney. And every other line next to us was going fast. It was her. She was going through every single bag,
Some
every
security guards
single
are just
thing.
more intense.
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems like, yeah.
And all my bags inside my diaper bag are clear. So she could see everything, but she still unzipped and looked through everything.
come on.
It was too much.
I always wonder if the ones that are more thorough are the ones that got flagged for not being thorough. In the
Or
past.
they're
Or they're
new.
brand new.
Or
Yeah.
they're brand new. Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you want to brave the tram, you will have to break down your stroller. So if you're like me and you bring a ton of stuff, it's just not worth it to then have to and the baby has to be with you. The baby can't obviously be in the stroller because it needs to be broken down. And then so now you're holding the baby, you're holding all the bags and you've got the broken down stroller. To me, it's just walk through downtown Disney.
Yeah.
And they won't let you on the front one anymore, right?
No,
They
you have
u-
to break
they
it
used
down.
to, I think.
I don't
Where
remember.
If they had room, they would let a stroller through, but I think now they're just like wheelchairs only because it's
Yeah.
going to take forever.
Yeah.
So.
I just think that just goes back to like how much busier the parks have been, but also
Mhm.
I just feel like strollers now, everything's bigger now. So I
Yeah,
wonder
my
if that's
stroller
also a thing.
as
Is
a
like,
kid was this big.
so I'm saying,
Yeah.
so I
And it
feel
was
like
made
I
of,
wonder if now it's like, all right, no more strollers because it's like we can't sit here and judge the size of a stroller. So we just if we let one go, we let them all go. So let's just
I had a
Yeah.
stroller this big with like
Yeah.
a basket in the bottom and a hood. And
Yep.
that was it.
yeah. I don't
And,
even
like, a
know what kind I
plastic
have. I
strap,
think of like
yeah.
those plastic doll ones where it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, it's
The umbrella
just
strollers.
I've seen people take those.
Yeah.
And
To me, that's crazy because why wouldn't you want to put the bag somewhere?
And there's like no support in that. And if the kid gets too heavy, you're like tipping,
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
I think it's just like kids who just, don't want to walk the whole time. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
you know, he's too big for it because he's so tall. But like River,
yeah.
we just put him in there so he wasn't walking all day, right?
Yeah.
He didn't-
And honestly,
River didn't
for
have
the
a diaper
most part,
bag.
he
and all
was
that.
really only in there like when it was really busy or crazy. But
Yeah.
he walked quite a bit. that
Yeah,
day.
so it's like that
Yeah.
could have worked. Something small could have worked for him, but they borrowed that stroller anyway, right?
Yeah, he doesn't even have one. But yeah.
And then when you're walking into and out of the gates of both parks, they have that like center between the
The turnstiles.
turnstiles, but only the person pushing the stroller can go through. And I say that because if your partner, whoever you're with, tries to go with you, they're gonna stop you and make you go back around. Just having that knowledge of they walk through the turnstile, you walk through the center part with the stroller. That'll just kind of save a little bit of time.
And they've let parents holding sleeping children in before.
Oh,
I think that was when exiting. They'll be like,
Okay, yeah.
just leave. It's
Just
fine.
go.
But this might all change in a little bit when they redo
oh yeah.
because they're going to be ADA compliant. So if a wheelchair can fit, a stroller can fit.
Yeah.
And I think they're just done with the middle thing. So everyone will just fit through the turnstile.
Okay.
And it's not going to be a turnstile. It's going to be a gate.
Yeah.
So it'll just scan in and then you walk in. But yeah, right. Don't try to walk in there. I
Yeah.
saw someone get stopped and then he started yelling at the cat. I'm like, dude, walk through the turnstile. You're not
Yeah.
special.
It'll
Yeah.
take you 2 seconds and it's fine. Yeah.
So that's just kind of all to get into the parks.
Now we're in. How you doing, dear? We both had long. So if you see us yawning and looking sleepy, it's not because of the topic. It's
They know I yawn here all
literally
the time.
because last night by 8:30, I was like already at the table like this. And I asked Jeff, I said, am I God's strongest soldier? He's like, no way. It's 8:30. Like, no. And yeah. Anyways,
But
about rides.
yeah, so the what to ride, I'll probably just like spit these out really fast.
Yeah. Just rapid fire.
Yeah, because babies, and this is like under a year old, they can go on a surprising amount of rides at the parks.
Yes.
Although I will admit that some of these rides are a giant question mark for me, even though they are technically okay. But everyone can decide that for themselves. But the way that I found this list is kind of same thing where you look at all the rides, but then you have to look at the ones that have no age or no height limit.
Yeah, and I have seen also there's like a addendum to that of like there are some where there's no height limit, but they have to be able to sit in their own seat.
Yes,
I've seen that as well.
Yeah, so kind of like I put it down. So the Golden Zephyr, they can't lapse it, and you're up there. They have to sit. My friends took their 6-month-old and they didn't know. And then they got on the ride and they're like, the baby has to sit next to you. And they're like, okay.
What if you're wearing them?
I think you have to take them off.
Because I'm like, if they're on you, like they're not going to go flying. But
I think they would make you take them off.
I think I saw, sorry, this is like a little side note. I saw a TikTok of a woman going through single rider on the web slingers. And like, how'd you do single rider? They go, he can be on my lap on this ride. We count as one guest. And I'm like, that's interesting. So some rides do allow lap sitting, but some don't. So, but that one's one where you can I guess because that one doesn't really jerk around and it's just, you're just kind of sitting and chilling. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly am not sure which ones they make you put them next to, but I know I've worn my daughter on like Ariel on the Little Mermaid.
It's really
so I think it's just the rides where it's like Golden Zephyr, where you really have to be secure.
No, that makes sense.
I think there's certain rides where the lap bar is just to prevent you from getting out.
Yeah.
Like you're not supposed to stand up on Ariel, but the lap bar is not stopping anything from happening.
No.
If you really want to, you can get out.
Same thing with like web slingers, so you don't stand up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So I'll just spit off this list.
Yeah.
At Disneyland, babies can go on the Adventureland Treehouse, Alice in Wonderland, Astro Orbiter, Buzz Lightyear Astro Blasters, Casey Jr. Circus Train, Disneyland Monorail, Disneyland Railroad, Dumbo, Finding Nemo Submarines, Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, Jungle Cruise, King Arthur Carousel, Mad Tea Party, Main Street Vehicles, Mark Twain Riverboat, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Peter Pan's Flight, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, Pirate's Lair on Tom Sawyer's Island, Pirates of the Caribbean, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, Sailing Ship Columbia, Snow White's Enchanted Wish, Storybook Land, Canal Boats, and the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And then at Disney California Adventure, there are significantly less rides, but I feel like that park just has less rides in general. But they can go on the Golden Zephyr, but again, they cannot lapse it. Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind, Jesse's Critter Carousel, The Little Mermaid, Monsters, Inc., Pixar Pal Around, Toy Story Midway Mania, and Web Slingers.
I'm so sorry. There is no way in hell I would bring my baby on the Pixar Pal Around swinging.
Yeah, you can do.
There is no. I won't even go on that. But I saw that and I'm like,
I still can't believe you don't like that, right?
No,
I like the swinging, but I don't think I'd bring my baby.
See, I don't
on
like
the swinging.
drops, so I feel like it's just a constant move. That and then the other thing I was gonna say besides Pal Around was there was one you said that I was gonna bring up.
All the ones I underlined. So Astro Orbiter, Dumbo, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, Roger Rabbit, and Golden Zephyr.
Those
to me are like
that's
giant question marks.
The cartoon spin one, I mean, unless you're not spin, because what's good is you can control the spin. So if you don't want to spin, you can just not spin and take your baby. So in that instance, sure.
I will say, I don't know that I've ever been on Roger Rabbit. So that one I was not
We'll only go on it if it's like because the loading is so slow. That's why the ride takes forever, is because the loading is so slow. But it's a fun ride if you can like get like a fast pass for it or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Monsters Inc.'s good. Yeah, so the only questionable one on this list for me for DCA other than Golden Zephyr is definitely Pixar Pal Around.
Yeah.
Like that is.
Yeah.
Because I also heard about that one story where they were stuck up there for 45 minutes and I was like, with the screaming baby, like there's no way in hell.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell. I would not do it.
So you rock them to sleep. Imagine.
You're just rocking the swinging car.
I know. That's crazy. Anyways. Yeah, good. That's it's still a good list though. That's quite a bit to do. I mean, Disneyland especially, but for DCA, I was also going to mention this, that they got rid of the kid-centered land, which was Bugs Land.
Yes.
Like this list would be longer in that
I
case. Mm-hmm.
still stand by. I think that they should make Hollywoodland Monsters Inc., but I guess they're giving that to World instead. So,
Well, are we getting the door ride or are they getting
no,
the door ride?
They're getting the door ride.
That sounds like so much fun.
I know, but I feel like Monsters Inc. would be such a good like little kids area, like how
Yeah.
Bugs Land was.
Like, we
Oh,
could
but
get-
we're getting Coco. Sorry, I keep moving. We're getting Coco, and that's gonna probably be a slow moving boat ride too. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
based on the concept art. So that's another ride,
Yeah,
right?
we're still not sure where Avatar's going.
Yeah,
We'll see what happens.
Oh, right. I forgot about Avatar.
but no like little kid sections like what
Well,
Bugs Land
yeah,
was.
but at least, I mean,
Dots Puddle Park.
I think, yeah, your kid's not there yet. Toontown is
Toontown for sure.
when they get to the running around on their own age, it's probably great.
Yeah,
But
that and then what's the outdoor land area in World? Not World.
California Adventure,
Tired too.
Redwood Creek Challenge
Yes,
Show.
that's
Oh,
great
my
for
nephew loves
toddlers.
to run
Yeah.
around. That'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
great. That one.
Oh,
And then another thing I thought about, it's not here. It's not a ride. The show at Hollywoodland. There's like a Disney Junior show.
Yes.
Yeah. and
That one's fun.
I've never been there, but I hear it's fun.
It's
for
fun.
kids. Okay.
And what was the other thing in Hollywoodland for kids? Oh, Turtle Talk.
Turtle
which
Talk is
Your daughter's like,
Yeah.
okay.
so babies under 1. They're probably
They don't know who Crush is.
Yeah,
They're not
they
talking to
yeah.
him.
Mhm.
but I mean it's a giant screen, so I'm sure she'd be like, heck yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are all the rides. And then we talked about the baby care centers a lot, but the baby care centers are a big yes. Just for new moms, it is your safe haven at Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. So at Disneyland, the baby care center is next to the corn dog wagon, next to the little red wagon. No, red.
Yeah,
Little Red Wagon.
Okay, it's the baby care center's to the right of that, and
Mhm.
the health center's behind it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then in DCA, it's behind Ghirardelli. So if you're looking at Ghirardelli, it's to the left, and it's
Which
at
is
the
a
back.
nice. That's a good spot because that itself is a secluded spot.
Yes.
So even just going there, you're like, yeah, I'm off to the side. I don't need to fight people to get
Oh,
to
yeah.
there.
And then inside there, they have diaper changing stations, nursing stations, chairs, tiny toilets, microwave, bottle warmer, high chairs. They have vending machines so if you forgot a bottle, you forgot diapers, whatever, they have vending machines that you can buy those things.
And it's formula, baby food, juice, diapers, wipes, sunscreen, pacifiers, over-the-counter medication.
Oh.
All available for purchase with a credit card.
And it's air conditioned in there. So while you could nurse anywhere, you can, however you're comfortable, throwing a blanket over, whatever, you could nurse anywhere. But it's kind of nice on really hot days to just go in there, have the air conditioning, have a private little bay, and just nurse. And then,
Do they
Carry
play
on with
music
your
in there or anything, or is it silent?
no, I think there is music playing. There's also a lot of kids crying sometimes, so you don't really
I
hear the
didn't
music.
think about that.
It's not like a great place for your kids to nap or anything, but to take care of needs, the diaper changing stations are fantastic. They obviously have family bathrooms, and then they have changing stations in all the bathrooms, but these are actual changing tables. So these are like baby changing tables. They've got the paper for you to lay down. It's nicer.
Diaper disposal.
Yes, they have trash cans for
Diaper
specifically for
genie.
diaper.
Diaper genie, yeah.
Yeah.
Feeding area with high chairs.
Yes.
That's
So if you are like, your kid gets too distracted to eat out and about, this is a great place for you to pop them in a high chair and give them their lunch. My friend
Oh,
has
that's a
fed
good
their
idea.
their little one in there before in the high chair. And
this is interesting.
Mhm.
This is just on the webpage. Disneyland Resort Hotel babysitting.
I've heard of that for a hotel
If you're
guests.
staying at any of the 3 hotels and are interested in babysitting services, please check at the front desk about private third-party providers.
So yeah, they're not. I follow people on TikTok that do that. So they're
Oh, yeah.
authorized by Disney. So Disney signs off on them like, hey, they're legit. They all have background checks.
Oh,
It's
and
not-
associated costs will be determined by the provider,
Exactly.
agreed upon by the guest, independently of the Disneyland Resort.
So Disney just says they have our stamp of approval, or like they have good whatever.
We
But
background check
Disney's
them,
not
yeah.
the one.
yeah,
Like that's why they have to say it's third party. Back in the day, though, I don't know if they still have it. They used to have it, I think, at the Disneyland Resort or Disneyland Hotel or the Grand Californian. There was like this like Geppetto's Workshop club for like kids, and you can drop off your kids there and they can hang out. I don't know if it's still around though. And
I
I
have not
saw
heard
it
of that.
online, and I swore it was Disneyland, not Walt Disney World, but now I want to look it
Wait,
up.
what was it?
It was
Sorry.
called Geppetto's Workshop, and it was like you can drop off your kids for like a date night.
Oh.
It was at one of the hotels, and I want to
Yeah.
say it was here in California. And I want to look it up.
I would say something important too. Any lost children will be returned to the baby center. So
Oh,
go-
I didn't know that, so that's good to know.
So please report lost children to a cast member so Disneyland Resort security personnel can assist you. Children who become separated from their parents while in the park will be escorted to the nearest baby care center and lost children facility by a cast member, which those are the same place. Lost children found in the downtown Disney district are taken to the Disneyland Hotel or the baby care center and lost children facility inside Disneyland Park.
Okay.
Which I think, do the lost children go to City Hall? Because there's the little sign with the Pinocchio thing, or is that all the way down there? Not Pinocchio, Peter Pan.
I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't know much about the lost baby.
But yeah, you can go
Or
there
lost
and
kids.
they will help you. Because I've seen lost kids.
Oh yeah.
And
Me
I
too.
always just make sure there's a cast member finding them. Because they'll wait for like a minute
Yeah.
to look around for the parent. And then they'll just take them there. And I'm sure a parent could tell any cast member, my kid's lost. And they'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, I'm going to take you to the baby care center. They're probably there. That's
Oh,
what we
I'm
do.
sure. That's
Which
probably
is-
one of the top trained. Yeah.
It was called Pinocchio's Workshop. Sorry. They don't offer it anymore, but it was
Oh.
pre-COVID, I think. And it was like the workshop was open from 5 p.m. to midnight. So it was ideally for parents to go have a date night. And they had
That's so
activity
cool.
center, a large play center, Disney movie viewing, PlayStation modules, computers, books, puzzles, board games, coloring,
PlayStation
beading,
modules.
Play-Doh, painting, arts and crafts, and nightly storytelling.
You know what?
And it was only for ages 5 through 12.
I think this is outside of Steakhouse 55.
Maybe.
There was that area with a TV in it. I remember seeing it. Now everything's just.
I totally remember because I remember as a kid being like, or not as a kid, as like a teenager, I'm like, oh, that's kind of, is one of those things I would have never used myself.
Oh yeah.
But it's ages 5 to 12, but they no longer offer it. But yeah, so it was Pinocchio, not
That's
Geppetto's.
really cool though. That's a cool
Mhm.
concept.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, baby care centers,
Mhm.
big time yes. Things you can still, more things you can do with babies. Meeting characters. We talked about that a little bit earlier. That
Mhm.
like, no, they're not going to remember it, but you're going to remember the first time that your baby met Mickey Mouse. Like
Yeah.
that's going to be drilled in.
I probably saw it, but to be honest, really. Oh my
yeah.
God.
It was a fun moment for sure. And like, my baby was 6 months old when she met Mickey and Minnie, but she has the stuffed animals, and I swear she made the correlation because she was just like stoked,
Mhm.
and she was so excited, and she just wanted to be close to them, and so it is fun. They're having fun in the moment,
And
even though they won't remember
I
it.
can see a life-size version.
Exactly.
Of the doll. I don't mean to bring up a dog right now. We're talking about babies, but have you guys seen the video of the dog that loves Gumby?
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then the
And the
owner
life-size
comes in
Gumby.
as
Yeah.
Gumby. And he's like, whoa. And it's probably like that moment, like, I have this thing in my hand, and here he is.
Oh, yeah,
And he's
that's
like
so
waving
funny.
at me.
My dog would do that with a life size, like what's the sheep? Lamb chop.
What's
The
that?
lamb chop, that little white lamb toy that like every dog loves. My dog's obsessed.
I need to look this up.
Oh, gosh.
Lamb chop
It's based
dog.
off of like an old show, but now it's just like a dog toy. Those.
Huh. This is terrifying.
I have.
Oh,
A
I have seen Lamb
billion of
Chop.
those.
Yes, I have seen that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
My dog's obsessed with them.
That's so funny. I've totally seen those though.
Oh, like
Yes.
a little-
I didn't know that he had an official name. I just thought he was like a
Rainbow.
generic.
Oh yeah, I have one for every holiday.
Oh my god.
He loves them. But yeah, meeting characters. Take advantage of PhotoPass. Do it. They get great photos.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're doing it
I was
longer
gonna
than
say
us.
earlier because you were talking about PhotoPass and pregnancy. PhotoPass photos come out campy, but that's funny.
It's Disneyland.
You're only gonna get it there. That's the
Yeah.
thing. It's
Like every time
it's-
they make you, it's always.
we did a whole shoot.
There was only one PhotoPass shoot that I've ever done that was good, and it was when we were in the Grand Californian
Yeah.
Mhm.
and we were in our Christmas sweaters.
That's so
And
cute.
we're like, oh, are you guys doing PhotoPass here in front of the tree? They're like, oh, we are. Oh my God, you're wearing matching sweaters. I have all these ideas. And like the cast member had a friend with them, and she was another cast member. And she goes, oh my God, she's had all these ideas all day. Like, just play along. We're like, oh,
Let
yeah.
her cook. Let her
And
cook. Yeah.
she was like, oh my God, matching sweaters, matching magic bands. And we don't match. Like, it's just
Yeah.
those Christmas sweaters.
Yeah.
Okay, stand here, lean this way. Okay, you're going to hold this light behind her neck, and it's going to light. I'm like, okay.
I
all right,
love
let's-
And
that.
she like, art directed us. It was
But
so
usually it's
funny.
like hold your hand out for Tinkerbell
Yeah.
and then JPEG. But
See,
anyways,
the PhotoPass though, with them meeting characters, it's not
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
It's not campy. It's like it's cute, and they're capturing it all. They're going all the way around. They're getting all the facial
They're-
expressions.
is this like
So Main Street is where we have always met characters, but if you go onto the app, they show when characters are coming out, and especially when you have a little one, like go a few minutes before and just wait for them to come out. You'll be at the front of the line. You won't have to wait in a long line. You'll be one of the first to meet them, and then you can just be done. And so
where are the photo pass people with characters? Because
they walk out with them.
Oh, because they're not always with them though, right?
No, but I think it's whenever it's on the app, they're there for pictures.
Okay.
It's not just,
Goofy's on Main Street right now.
No,
okay.
He's going to stand here and we're going to line up and we're going to take pictures.
Okay.
So at least in my experience, especially right there on Main Street, right when you first walk in, if they are out there, they're out there.
Especially
with
earlier in the day, I'm sure too.
Yeah.
Because like at night, it's just like,
they're just kind of
Mickey just popped
around.
out of the door.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Pretty much any meet and greet character is going to have a photo pass with them.
Nice.
But yeah, take advantage of the photo pass and find the characters on the app and then go early and wait for them.
Yeah, and they're only there for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, so you don't want to miss them.
Yeah.
I mean, they're out like every 20 minutes, but still. And then you could do character dining, which I've never done, but especially if you're not a Magic Key holder and you want to make sure that you take advantage of the character dining.
That's a good pull because like
I know people that love
it's not really for
it.
us, right?
Yeah.
Like there's storytellers and there's the really expensive princess breakfast, but kids love Goofy's Kitchen.
Oh yeah.
They do the towel thing and the kids love waving the napkins and I've been to Goofy's Kitchen for my niece's birthday. Shout out to Haley. The characters come to every table. And they'll spend like 30 seconds, but that's enough for an interaction for a kid. Because the kid will be like, oh, blah, 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 and they'll sign something maybe, and then that's it. But yeah, that's fun, especially as they get older. They could sit at Goofy's Kitchen.
Oh yeah. And then something I actually just saw like yesterday that I thought was so cute and I'll definitely be doing is there's this book and it's like Mickey and Friends' first birthday or something. And so I saw a mom bring it and like go meet characters on their baby's first birthday or like around their baby's first birthday. And they had the characters sign the book. And so now they've got like this first birthday book with all the characters' signatures. So that's something you can do if you're wanting to take advantage of the characters. Moving on to dining. So when you're making a reservation, you'll always count the baby. It even says on there, like, including infants. So they count the baby as one of your members of your party when you're saying how many you're putting in. And at least at Lamplight, and I don't know about other places, but I know at Lamplight, especially when you're doing the walk-up, it asks if you want room for a stroller or if you want a high chair.
Oh,
And-
that's smart. That's good to know.
So-
Yeah, because it'll say like adults, children, infants, wheelchairs. Like they ask for all the breakdown.
Well, there's different types of tables at the Lamplight Lounge, so maybe it's like what kind of table is going to best accommodate that you're not going to leave your stroller in the middle of the walkway, and servers can't get through or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. And you don't always have to bring your stroller in, but I've gone before and my baby's been asleep, and so it's been nice to just bring the stroller in and park it and know that it's not in the way because they accounted for it. Nursing, I kind of talked about that earlier. You can, don't be afraid to nurse anywhere if that's what you want to do, if you're more comfortable.
No one's going to say anything.
No one's going to say anything. There's kids, there's parents all over the place.
Babies are eating. That's it.
Yes. And then you can nurse in the carrier, which makes it easy to do on rides. It makes it easy to do in lines, which is really nice. You can nurse on rides, because especially something like Winnie the Pooh or Pirates, there's like space where you can just sit and hold the baby. And
Winnie the Pooh, though, I'm just thinking about.
that's actually that was the first ride that I fed her on was Winnie the Pooh. And it was definitely
I love that.
Is it weird?
I love
Like-
that.
I don't think so.
No,
but,
to you, like you doing it, not.
Yeah, no, I
Not
don't
to
think
us, who
so.
dares
But
it?
also, I specifically put Winnie the Pooh and Pirates because those are both dark rides. So, like, I definitely felt fine because I was like, it's dark.
I don't even
no one
mean,
can
like-
see anything.
like-
And those are like hard rides for a person to be like.
I don't mean like
when they
that.
look at you do
Yeah.
that.
I
You know
don't
what
mean like that. Like,
Sorry.
I think just as a person who grew up just going to Disneyland
To think
rides,
about,
and
like,
then
nursing
now
on
you're
rides.
just like, well, now I'm feeding my baby on the ride.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, everything
you
about
just-
taking a baby to Disneyland feels
you
weird
just,
for
like,
that same reason.
it's just all the
Yep.
it's all the same weirdness. Okay.
Yeah. And then if you prefer, there's always the baby care centers, which is they've got a cushion chair for you to sit in, and that's about it, but it's air conditioned. So
Yeah. And if you're into talking to other moms and stuff,
yeah, although they very specifically set up the nursing stations. So in
You're not watching each
DCA, Yeah. So in DCA, you each have your own little like closed off with a curtain area. In Disneyland, it kind of feels like you're sitting on a train because it's like 2 rows of chairs, but you're facing the back of the people in front of you. So you really aren't seeing much, and it's like a privacy thing, but it's just 2 rows of chairs. I would say probably 4 chairs in each row, and you're all just sitting there nursing your babies in this train.
That's so funny.
And then if to make you feel more comfortable too, dads can come in to, you know, the dads can use the nursing center, but they're not allowed to go into, or I'm sorry, they can use the baby care center. They're not allowed to go into the nursing
Which makes
section.
sense. That makes sense, especially for comfort and just, you know.
Especially in
dads can help in other ways. They can't really help with that.
Exactly. So, but yeah, so dads can also go in and do diaper changes or whatever.
Yeah, Disneyland's one of the few places where all the bathrooms, men and women, have the baby changing table
Which
and
is,
all that.
that should be more common.
Yes, it should.
Because
I
men
agree.
can also change diapers.
Yes.
It's not just for women.
Absolutely. So stroller naps. I know some people whose babies can't take naps in strollers, and I am very glad that mine can because it makes for a much nicer day. But there's a lot of places that can kind of help too. So there's a lot of bumpy roads in Disneyland, and that kind of like motion will help a baby kind of get rocked to sleep. So some of those are like behind Grizzly River Run. That's top tier. That is my favorite spot.
Yeah.
Where the waterfall is.
So like it's like a boardwalk kind of. Right?
Yeah. So it's boardwalk.
Oh.
And even when it's not boardwalk, it's like bumpy. But I will just go and I'll just do laps back there. And you've got the waterfall. So it's like that natural sound machine. And it's nice and cool back there for you as you're pushing the baby, and it's shaded.
It's like a deep pro tip.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That is like my top. That's where I go. And also for all of these, grab yourself a drink because it's going to take a hot minute for you to get them to fall asleep, and you deserve a drink while you're doing that.
Just go.
Yeah, exactly. You can go through Redwood Creek.
Redwood Creek Challenge Trail.
I don't think you can bring strollers in there, so I don't know why I wrote that down. Maybe on the carrier, because it is a lot quieter in there.
Wait, but can't you bring like a wheelchair in there? So couldn't you bring a stroller in there as well?
I think they make you park your strollers outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you can rock them, I guess.
Yeah, but if you carry them, if they're in a carrier, that's a great place to walk around because it's quiet.
Kids aren't really screaming over
They're
there.
not.
They're running, but I think they're too tired to be screaming.
And it's all spread out, and there's so many like trees and stuff that the sound just doesn't.
Yeah, it is nice in there.
Yeah. Back and forth on the Golden Gate Bridge over at San Francisco. I've done that before, just back and forth because it's super bumpy. Down by the waterfront.
Oh, you're right. It's not Redwood Creek. Yeah, they're not allowed. Okay, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. Down by the waterfront in front of World of Color, just right there along the water. It's all pure, so it's all nice and bumpy. Along the side of Radiator Spring Racers, just like
that's a spot for people. I've seen people nurse there. I've seen people just take all the strollers there.
It's a nice like secluded.
And the floor is kind of rough. It's like that like terrain.
And I think it is. They built it as a stroller area, and if they didn't, it
a parent to help design that.
Yeah. Let's see. Up and down Pixar Pier. On the side of Pixar Pier, so like the pier itself is not bumpy, but right along the edge, I guess, to keep it continuous, they have the slats. And so if you just like push your stroller right along the edge, it's nice and bumpy. Let's see, through Galaxy's Edge.
One. Yeah. Galaxy's Edge. It's quiet there.
It is. It's quiet.
And it's really big, really wide walkway. So you can get like, you're not going to be bumper to bumper with somebody.
Yeah.
That's a good pull too.
Along the waterfrent, New Orleans Square. That one's louder for sure, but it's bumpy and
don't go during Fantasmic.
Don't go during Fantasmic. And then between the water and Big Thunder in Frontierland. So there's like that walkway if you're heading back towards Galaxy's Edge.
Like a bridge.
From like Rancho del Zocalo. It's actually pretty secluded back there. And it's a long walk and it's pretty quiet. Tom Sawyer's Island, but you can't bring the stroller. So that's another one that like if you put them in the carrier, you can just walk around Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yeah.
In circles in the Main Street Theater, which they would be tight circles, but it's quiet. It's not too quiet in there, but it's cold and dark. through the shops, of course, and then around the lobby of the Grand.
That's a good one too.
Yeah, that one's. Yeah, all these are just generally really great quiet spots.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna go there.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
yeah, like
I've
this is a list for
totally
me.
curled up on a couch in the Grand and fallen asleep, like totally.
Oh yeah, it's
when I needed a break, I was gonna lay here for a second.
they're really nice spots. But yeah, like I said, grab a drink and just enjoy the peace for a while.
There's also, this isn't stroller related, but there's also like in the winter they have the rocking chairs in front of the
Mhm.
fireplace. The rocking little
Oh,
one.
that
I
would
go
be
there
nice.
just to chill. Yeah,
I've never. I mean, I'll
Well,
have to try
Christmas,
that
yeah.
this
Yeah.
Christmas.
it's getting a little busier, but you might get lucky some days where it's
Yeah.
not. And then a place that Kirk and I like to go, a quiet spot at the Grand, is on the 3rd floor. There's like a second lobby. Is it 3rd floor?
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Club 33 check-in area.
But there's like couches and stuff, and you can sit there. And we've totally just sat there.
I think
and
it's
hung
just
out.
the second floor,
I thought it was the 3rd.
maybe. But yeah, it's
But it's like a concierge area, but there's like, it's like another lobby. It's just like
you
chairs
go
and stuff.
up.
Yeah. And you can hear the music, you can hear everything, and there's like nobody up there.
You
It's
go
really
up
great.
the staircase to the right of the front desk. So you know, like that main big staircase.
Okay,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
Pelican, the elevators. So you just go up, and if you don't see, you go up to the 3rd. She's probably right.
I took
Okay.
the elevator if we have a stroller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice couches, like coffee tables. all
I've
that.
never.
We go
seen
there
that.
especially in the winter. I feel like we'll get like our gingerbread and we'll just go up to the 3rd floor and just sit there. And then we met
have to
someone
check it
there
out.
one time.
JD.
We met JD there. Yeah,
Yeah, JD, and his wife and his kid.
yeah,
Good stuff. That was really fun.
yeah. That's a good spot. We haven't gone. I feel like that's like our holiday hack is to go over there because it's cold and we just sit there. And hang out.
And then just kind of my last note is like, don't be embarrassed or stressed about crying babies. It's a kids park. And I speak from experience because not the first time we went, but the first time we went on rides with her, so she was about 4 months, we had a pretty successful day, but then by the end of the day, we wanted to go on Pirates and she was tired and we had waited for a long time, and as Pirates started, she was fine, but then she just started screaming her head off. And I was like,
the rest of the
oh
ride.
my God, not even, it was like for maybe a third of the ride, but your parent stress is like, oh my God, everybody hates me. This is insane. The family or like the row behind us, they had a little like 8-month-old. So I was like, we're good on that front.
Yeah. Like
But-
they get it.
yeah.
They know.
But then the row in front of me was like all girls who were like, didn't have any kids with them. I don't know if they have kids, but they didn't have kids with them. And I was like, oh my God, my baby's like screaming in your ear. I'm so sorry. But as we got off, I was like, I'm so sorry. And they were like, you know, we barely even heard her. And I was like, I know you're lying, but I appreciate
And you're
it.
like, you're sitting on a ride. Like, I feel like for me, like as someone who, I don't have my own kids, but I'm around kids. So it's like, what do I expect you to do? You're on a
Yeah.
ride. You can't stand up and rock them. I can't be
Oh, yeah.
like, you know, like shush your baby. It's like, I'm in a dark ride. I can only do this.
Oh,
what
yeah.
else do you want? You know what I mean?
And
So
I was
feel like
trying.
people in general, yeah.
I was trying everything. I like tried nursing her. I tried everything. She was just tired. She was not having it. But for them to be like, no, we didn't even hear her. It kind of made me realize like people are kind. Like they understand this is a kids park. Babies cry, kids cry. Like it is what it is. So don't stress yourself out about that. Like enjoy your day. Your baby's gonna cry. Babies do that. Just survive.
The
You're
only
fine.
time I was like, I'll call it displeased. I don't know what I was, right? It's just like bad situation. I was in Lamplight Lounge and these parents, it was a kid.
Mhm.
And
Not
he
a
wa-
baby.
Yeah.
and he was just screaming. And the parents were just eating dinner. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
you gotta,
different.
You gotta take the kid outside. He's misbehaving at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Like crying baby, like on a ride, that's just
What
what
are
it
you gonna
is.
do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just deal with
In
it.
a restaurant,
You
like,
step out.
you step out or you rock them. Like
Yeah.
if you're trying to do something about it, what am I gonna do? Oh, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, like give him
But
to
like
me.
just kids screaming, throwing a tantrum, and the parent. I'm like, dude, you're
No,
Yeah.
that's the only time I will raise a side eye is if I see a parent like just ignore their kid or they think like, oh, their kids, let them. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, but like they're disrupting. Like I have had kids like climbing on things and then they'll almost hit me or they will hit me. And then it's like the parents are
texting,
across the street. So like that's the only time I'm like, hey, like you need a parent here
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit. But if your kid's crying and Kirk and I walk through the park and I'm like, that kid is overtired and they
Oh,
want
yeah.
to
Oh
go
yeah,
home.
we almost think
And the
it's
parent
funny
and the
when
Yeah.
parents,
the
and you
babies.
can tell the parents are like, we're leaving.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, like prayers to you. Like I
Yes.
know that's tough, and like I even say like they are tired. Like
Yeah.
that, there's no stopping them. They're tired.
And
Let them,
so don't let that be the reason that you don't take your baby to the park because you're afraid of like, oh, when she gets overtired, she's gonna cry. She's gonna cry overtired at home too.
Yeah.
She's gonna do it at Target. She's gonna do it wherever.
in the car, yeah, wherever.
Enjoy your time, and the little bit that she's crying, people will be fine. People
Yeah,
will
if I
get
see
over it.
a little baby or a kid crying in a stroller, I'm like, good night, kid.
Yeah.
Good luck.
like
Yeah.
sleepy bye.
Yeah.
And the parents just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah, that kid, they're wishing for that drink.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so at the very end here, just is it worth it? Is it worth it to go to the parks when you're pregnant? I think so. There's still plenty you can do as long as you take a lot of breaks, stay hydrated, and do your best to stay cool. It's just as fun as any other trip, as long as you're not expecting to do those big rides. And also, don't cancel your Magic Key over it. I know I've heard of people who are close to their key expiring and they're like, well, I'm going to be pregnant. I won't be able to go on the rides. But you can't really get that key back. Like you can, but it's so much harder now to get that key back. You can still do so much. Like keep your key. Don't cancel it just because you think you can't do the parks pregnant.
I think, Tori, I know I'm just like speaking for you this whole time. I'm sorry. But it's the only experience I have really. Because we actually went with her while she was pregnant on a really hot day. And she was like, oh, I don't know what to. We're old people, right? We act like whatever you want to do. We're just going to tag along. So we went to Animation Academy. We like got some ice cream. And then like we went home. Like it was fine with us. And that was fun. And then also like, I think, I don't remember, but she was like thinking like, do I renew the pass? I'm about to like, be on maternity leave and like have a kid. But then I think towards the end, she was like, oh, I'm just going to take him all the time and for like a couple of hours and then just go home. And it's a thing to do with your kid. Cause I've seen it in the morning. It's like the stroller brigade. Like I know moms, I don't know if they do it anymore, but I used to see signs like moms would go to malls at like 9 a.m. Like the mall would have it. It's like the mom walk. Yeah. And they do a stroller walk like at 9:30 a.m. and then you go home. Yep. The kid is sleepy, bored, nap time, whatever. So something to do.
Oh yeah. I've taken her for just a couple hours just to get a snack that I wanted and then just walk around the park with her.
Yeah, you got to do something with her anyway.
Yes,
like,
exactly. And then for baby, is it worth it to bring a baby? If it's a once in a lifetime trip, like if this is so expensive, you're paying,
you're flying here from Canada.
Flying here. It's a once in a lifetime trip. Wait until they're older. Wait until it's something that they can do more things. But if you're a Magic Key holder, use your key. Go for 2 hours. Go for 8 hours. Whatever you can make work. They are free until they turn 3, and smaller kids you can get away with it a little bit longer too. But they're free.
Teach them this.
Yeah.
How old are you? Don't speak. Just do this.
Oh yeah. My best friend's little 3-year-old keeps trying to out them.
Oh man.
Because
they're so proud of being.
Oh
3,
yeah.
Like,
she likes to talk about the birthday party that she had for her 3rd birthday.
I'm this many.
And then, like we said at the top, they might not remember it, but their childhood is your parenthood, and you'll remember it. Take advantage. Do it. Don't miss out on this time in their life if it's something you want to do.
Yeah, and there was something I was going to say. Once in a lifetime trip, remembering it, Magic Key, free until 3. Oh, and watch out for like, I'm sure they'll do it again, where they did the kids under 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
$50 a day, which you're going to pay $150, but you can get a mini pass in a way and go with the kid a few times, because kids,
if you're local enough, you could do that. Yeah,
kids love Disneyland, but in a way they're not weird like us, where they want to go all the time. Yeah, they're just like, oh, that was fun, I want to go again.
It's like my nephew, like he loves cars, so for him, he's like, I want to go back to Radiator Springs. Like, I want to go to Mater's. Like he sees it as a child would see it. Like, I want to go back to Cars Land. And
initially for his 4th birthday, he was like, I already went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
For his 3rd.
Like,
and then we're like, no, we'll go again.
Going
like,
back. Yeah. Like he knew, especially he knew it wasn't like the park, but he also was like, okay, we'll go again. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
Any final words or experiences about pregnancy, parenthood, early parenthood?
I feel like I covered a lot of it.
Yeah, no, you did. I just like any last things you want to get out.
No, I think that's pretty much it. Any questions or anything? Honestly, people who aren't there yet.
I can't wait to hear what other people write in about, because you have a lot of parents that right in. Like a lot of dads, a lot of moms too, but like I want to hear whether they agree with you or maybe they have another experience
for
with
sure.
any of these things. Like, oh, actually this worked better for me. Or,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
like I also had a screaming child on a ride and I was like, well, we're stuck on this ride. So we're going to have to
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, make me feel better about my Pirates experience.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I have no idea what next week's episode is going to be yet. Got a few ideas floating around. Will Rain be back?
Is it
No.
Tramtober is another month. Oh God, I'm so
Yeah, don't make me think about Tramtober right now. Oh, right. On that note, because everyone is still as far as I know, listens to the topic. Tramtober meetup,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
October 4th. That is a Friday.
Do
It
we
is
have
going
a-
to be I got the reservation.
Good.
Don't worry. So that is do we call it Saint Tramtober? No.
No, that sounds creepy.
Tramtober meetup, the ghost of Tramtober meetup. You're the ghost of Tramtober. Do you remember that?
No.
That was when you wrote in. We weren't dating yet, but I hadn't said your name, and I think that miffed you a little bit. And you're like, "It's me. I'm the ghost of Tramtober." I'm like, "Okay, all right. I
I'm such
see."
a brat. No, I don't remember that, but I believe you.
I remember that. I'll never.
This
what?
Thursday's art walk. Sorry.
Yeah.
This-
So yeah, Tramtober meetup. Be there. Maybe you'll be there.
Yeah. What time?
The after work trip.
Okay.
I might try to go early. We'll see. I hope things are chill at work. I don't want to because I'm gonna be taking a lot of time off. But last time I was there at like by 2.
Okay.
So-
Yeah. I mean, I'm a teacher, so I would have to wait until at
Oh,
least
you're
after
you're working
3,
now.
but
Okay.
Yeah.
No, well, I'll be there. We're there till close.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I can make it
we'll see
work.
It's there. So that is our Big Thunder topic of the week.
And if this is your final stop,
Thanks for tramming with us.
And if not, it's time for We Have It So Good, where we in the Tram Fam talk about our trips to Disney parks and more. Right in with your trip recaps at trammin.com/ask. Have you been recently? You've talked
A couple
About
weeks
going.
ago, but yeah.
anything of note? Anything you've tried that was good?
I don't remember if I
Was
talked
this before
about
Halloween?
this. It was, yeah. I don't know if we were recording when I said that I tried Earl for the first time.
I think so.
Were
Yeah,
we
we were talking
recording?
about Downtown
Okay.
Disney.
yes,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
3 hours
Yeah.
ago, so I don't remember.
So I'm glad you
So-
like the holiday turkey.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
So good.
it's so comforting.
It's so
Comforting
good.
food.
The sweetness of the cranberry, it was really
Oh,
good.
no.
But yeah, no. I mean that was
Well,
a couple
I'm sure
weeks
you'll
ago,
write
so.
in.
Yes.
he
In the
has
future.
a nice trip with Jeff.
Okay, I'm not going to talk about the insanity. Okay,
a lot of insanity happened.
yeah,
from what I heard.
spells, shouting, drinking. Well, another day.
Trammin, we'll call it Trammin After Dark. That'll be the story.
Maybe, yeah. Where Jeff and I will just.
Uncensored.
It's. You know what? Yeah, I think that one might be. That was just off the rails. But I'll talk about the nice day I had before that. So Jeff was supposed to be there all day, and I was going to meet up with him. And
What day of the week was this again?
that was Tuesday, August 27th. And then that didn't happen, but I went after work. I went early because I wanted to get my tux. And I was going to walk out without trying it on, like a psycho, because they measure you. I'm like, they measured me. Let me try it on. The shirt wouldn't button. And I texted everyone and talked to Jeff, and everyone was like, yeah, that happened. And apparently they do that because people don't know their shirt size, and it's easier to give you a small one and size up. I don't know why. I think 'cause
Weird.
the arms they measure, but they're not like measuring every
Yeah.
part of you. And then he's like, oh, let me get you another one. And if it like a glove. So I think that it's just a common thing. So glad I tried it on because it wasn't like I gained weight. It was like the buttons were an inch apart.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what their plan here was. But anyways, I got in. I tried the Chillerano burrito. Felt better than last year. Looked pretty good.
Oh, that looks good. Where's that
This
one?
is at Studio Catering
Oh,
Company.
okay, yeah.
So very, very good.
The chips look really good.
The chips were good. They're like that.
nice and crispy and fresh.
Yeah. Like, and every now and then there's a soft one in there, which I
Yeah.
like the one.
Oh,
soft
I
one.
don't.
No?
No, I also get my French fries well done anytime I can.
Really?
Yeah, I like the crisp.
My mom is like a fan of the soggy McDonald's French fry. No. You don't like soggy?
I mean,
anything?
I like McDonald's fries, but if they're soggy,
Like-
I'm out.
That's the burrito.
Oh, that looks good.
It's not crispy though, so I don't know if you would.
Well, I like crispy fries and chips.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you feel about Lay's? They're like fine, right?
They're fine. They're kind
Ket-
of boring.
Like I feel like kettle cooked
Yeah.
is the way to go.
Yeah, they have more crisp to them, more
Yeah.
crunch.
So I got that peanut butter whiskey
Oh,
cold
yeah.
brew. So that's what it looks
Oh,
like.
that
It's
actually looks
thick.
really good.
Yeah. Crazy good.
Was that the whiskey one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, I don't want to drink a coffee right now. I got in line 3 minutes before Oogie Boogie started, and they had a cast member close the line for that and probably reopen it later.
Yeah.
And I was like, alcohol makes me tired,
Yeah,
and the coffee, I feel like it'll
balance
Yeah,
out.
it'll fight the coffee, so I'll be okay.
for sure.
But then Oogie Boogie like started while I was there. So what's his face is back, Judge Doom, but I guess the shoe doesn't go in the
Oh, yeah.
thing anymore. They have a new bit. I saw a guy dressed as an Amazon driver. He was in Disneyland later. I don't know if it was a costume. He had
That's
matching
too
Jordans.
good. What's on it? I mean, like, did he get in with that on his back?
Yeah, it was like a backpack.
That's so wild.
It was super weird.
That's so weird.
Yeah, I thought he was making deliveries, and I
Yeah.
saw him later, and I don't know. Saw some cool merch. I sat at like a bench at the DCA outdoor bathrooms for a
Mhm.
while because I thought Jeff was on his way. He was not. But I just sat there for a while, walked around Main Street, found a seat in the firehouse, and I was
Oh,
in a
that's
million
cool.
families' pictures because they kept like standing there. And so
Were
they-
you in the truck?
Yeah, you could like
Nice.
climb up the.
Yeah.
I've never sat in there. And then I found a nice spot on the bench on the railroad. Saw a Goofy meet and greet for a while.
I haven't seen any.
What
of
is his
photos.
costume? Oh, he's a
The
scarecrow.
Yeah, it's better than last year's weird tree. Remember?
Yeah.
So
That
I
was
just
cute.
sat there for a while, and then Jeff showed up by like past 7.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, so I was there for like almost 3 hours, but it was fine. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I had a good time. And he comes up like, just sit down, dude. And we sat there for like 30 minutes. And then he's like, I want to do Big Thunder. I'm like, you always want to do Big Thunder. We
Good
go
ride.
over there. The line was like back and forth outside. But the Mark Twain was open at night. And he's like, you want to do a night ride? I'm like, let's do a night ride. And we get there and they're like, this is only like the second or third time we've done it since May. Because they only let them do it sometimes.
How was
Fantasmic.
it?
So Jeff goes up to a cast member at the top deck and he goes, hey, my pass is expiring. Any way we can go up to the captain's deck? And she just yells up like, Ariel, can you take 2? And she's like, yeah, sure. So we went up to the captain's area
Awesome.
and signed a little book.
Yeah.
Oh, I have little certificates that we're pilots.
That's so cool.
That's something to do with a kid, but definitely when they're
Yeah.
older because they don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to pull the horn
Mhm.
and I got to ring the bell.
That's so cool.
So it was a great little thing. You can kind of see Galaxy's Edge.
I got to do
Lovely.
that once in college.
That's
and it
so
was
cool. I've never done it.
It's a big wheel.
so cool. It's
It's all the way to the floor. The floor has a cutout for the wheel. We'll do it one day. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to Ariel and of course Jeff. And then he was like, I'm a little hungry. So we go to Tiana's and he was going to get the gumbo. They didn't have the meat one, but you can add meat to the veggie one and it's all good. And he goes, oh, dude, I haven't even eaten today. And I'm like, did you get lunch with your friend? He goes, oh, I had a big burger too. Anyways, he got that mac and cheese. It wasn't in a cube anymore. Amazing, amazing baked mac and cheese
Where?
at Tiana's. Have you eaten there?
No.
I hadn't eaten there till recently. Every item in there is good.
Really? Okay.
So I got the muffaletta last time, but I had already eaten the chimichanga. What burrito was that? Chili relleno.
Yeah.
So I got the muffaletta side salad. So it's like an Italian
That
cold
looks
cut salad.
so good.
This is the side salad portion. They have a bigger one.
Oh my god.
Unless they were being nice to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
That looks so good.
It was super good. Great
Oh.
dressing, a little bit of cheese, all the like cold cuts in there. Olives. Love
Is that
olives.
just a piece of Cheeto?
I don't know what that is.
It's funny.
Huh. It might be like from the mac and cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, but really good. And we shared the strawberry filled beignet because the regular one
That
is
looks-
lemon.
Sweet.
It's not. It is,
Is it
but
tart?
okay. So this is the ice box beignet, so it's the cold one. So it's filled with strawberry cream, but it's imagine almost like light strawberry ice cream.
Okay.
So not even that sweet.
okay.
And the outside just has a little bit of a glaze, and then they put like the strawberry compote on the outside. It was like a we wish we didn't split it thing.
yeah.
So we just like sat there, ate some gumbo. And then it's like, oh, we got to get some pictures for like the episode we just did. So we went to the corn dog thing. And then, oh, that's what it was. Where we were standing here and the cast member, we were trying to like get the picture. And Jeff's like, oh, let's do the light. I'm like, we don't need the light. And we started arguing like the old people.
Yeah.
Like, and then he's like, no, it's going to be better. He's like, what do you mean you don't need the light? And the cast member's like, I could take it for you. Like, no, thank you, but we're good. So we got that. And then I'm not going to say what he tweeted, but they sell like these little tiny shoes.
Oh yeah,
Like,
what are they called?
no, that's me. I don't know.
It says right underneath it.
Lacers.
Lacers.
So they sell little collectible shoes.
Just
So
another thing for people to collect and buy.
It's they're gonna be endless. So
Oh yeah,
the shoe people will love them.
and the pin collectors
Yeah.
and
then we actually went into the gallery and we're just looking around and there was we're like, what is this character? And did Jeff guess it? I don't remember. And I'm like, we asked the cast member, we're like, look, we don't mean this in any offense. You might not know who this is, but who is this? She goes, I honestly have no idea. I'm like, that's okay, because we don't. And the cast member next to her goes, oh, it's Pecos Bill. And so Pecos Bill is a barbecue restaurant in Magic Kingdom, but I think they're getting rid of it.
okay.
But it's gone now, like the oldest barbecue spot in Los Angeles near Disney Studios.
Mm.
And Disney made a short about it and a character named Pecos Bill. And when I asked the cast member, like, oh, how do you know? She goes, I only know because so many people asked me and I had to look it up. But shout out, the cast member didn't know. Her name tag said Ro, which is what people call friend of the show, Rosina. And I was like, what's your name? And it was either Rose Marie or Rosie Marie. She goes,
Oh.
that's like my full name, so I just put Ro. I'm like, I like seeing interesting names on the
Yeah.
cast
Yeah.
members' tags, you know? So did that, and then we were gonna leave. Oh wait, that was actually after Tiana's. We were gonna do. Did we even do a ride? Did I say it? We just did the Mark Twain maybe, but
Yeah, I think so. I'm not
yeah.
sure.
Oh, we actually had a talk with a cast member who just started trash talking Disney, but did not even know Jeff used to work there. She was just like, I'm just gonna trash talk my job with random guests. Little unhinged.
So brave.
It was fun and funny, but it was just okay. And then he's like, oh, fireworks, but it's just projections. We were gonna leave. And then we saw the gallery, and then we just sat at a bench in front of the Mickey pumpkin for an hour. And
Just people watched.
no, we were just talking. Like, I was like, what is this like? He goes, it's like two old, he might have said Italian, but it's like two old men who like meet for coffee and just complain about things.
Yeah.
And so we sat there, and it's funny because people were trying to take pictures of the pumpkin,
Yeah.
but we're sitting on the bench and they're just like going over us. And it's like, this is a bench, dude. It's blocked off because PhotoPass on the other side.
Yeah.
Some lady, woman, whatever, came up to the bench next to us, and there's PhotoPass cast members there. And she tells the PhotoPass cast member, excuse me, can you please move? I'm trying to take a picture. And then he just goes, all right, I guess you don't want me in it. And he moves to the side, and we were going to say something. Like, we were going to go like, you could be in our picture, but she had already left. And we were just like, the audacity of that.
Audacity.
Yeah. And so we just sat there. Disneyland closed. And Jeff was like, oh, coffee would be good right now. He goes, oh, we go down the street or something. I'm like, as soon as we get in the car, the vibe's over.
Yeah.
He's like, Hearthstone's open. And so we went there, sat at the bar, and we got the holiday drinks. There, he got the espresso martini, which has like some banana in it. Banana's like flavor of the year right now.
I hate it.
It didn't taste like banana though.
banana.
It
I
tasted
hate
like
it.
chocolate, the espresso martini.
Huh.
It was wonderful. I think you would like it. It didn't have like banana Laffy Taffy flavor.
Okay.
That's what you're thinking,
Yeah.
right? It wasn't like that or banana milkshake. It was just really good. And then I got the Dark Comes the Night, which Kevin recommended. Super smooth, super delicious. It was like rum and some sort of liqueur. We don't need to read it right now. We read it in the guide. Really good stuff. And then like, what is it? What ensues?
Chaos.
Chaos ensued. Shenanigans followed. But we'll talk about that another day. Just because, long story short, we got there at like 11:15, 11:30. We got to our cars at 1:35 a.m. Earlier that day, I texted Kimmy, I don't want to stay late.
Famous
But
last word.
I wrote famous last words. I don't want to stay late tonight. And then,
I was like in bed. I'm like, you still there? Are you good?
but all I will say is like that after the shenanigans, we were watching a crane, and we're like, do we look like dumb kids watching a crane right now?
Just like mouth
And
open.
then we noticed a truck on the overpass. You know, like
Yeah.
Mickey and Friends. So this is where the tram pulls in and it says like Happy Halloween.
Okay.
There was a crane. Oh, I could just show you. There was just a crane sitting there. We're like, what's going on? Right? We're just,
Yeah.
and they're like lifting him. Jeff's like, is that a hose? Are they going to water something? And then we see, he's like, it's a tree. So they carted in a tree on the overpass and they were going to plant the tree with a crane. And so it looked like they were about to lift it. And we
Uh-huh.
see a flashlight flash at us. And we look and he goes, gentlemen. And he flips to the side and I point to the escalators. And this man just like nods his head. And we're like, all right. And we waved at him. We said goodbye and left. It was like, okay, they let us watch. And it was
Yeah.
probably like, we're going to lift this thing. Don't stand there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please. And before we went up, just want to shout out these two cast members that look like they clean that place every night. They're already hosing it down.
Mhm.
And these guys just had like Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden playing on a little speaker. And they both like in sync get on the escalator with a rag and put it on like the metal part and just hold it there and just glide up, wiping it at like, it's just
That's-
moving them. And the music's just playing. And I'm like, this is beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And then right before we left, we saw them come down the other escalator doing the same thing, like in lockstep.
That's fantastic.
And that's how we left. And so, yeah, we said bye. And then, yeah, they dug a hole and they're planting a tree.
Awesome.
That's wild.
And this is like where the tram makes
Yeah.
its
Well,
turn.
now when you go back to the parks, you have to point out the
we'll
tree.
see the tree.
Yep.
You got to say that's the
Yeah.
tree that I
Nice.
watched.
Nice tree hole. But yeah, we will share the shenanigans. It's just like such a long story and just a bunch of nonsense.
I feel like I barely followed it the first time. You
Yeah,
told me
it's just it was just crazy. We were just side characters in everyone's movie that day. But I had a great time, and it was one of those like thankful to have a pass days, especially
Yeah.
like one of Jeff's last days with a pass for now. And he
Mhm.
was like, "Yeah, this was the vibe. You just sit on a bench, just be at Disneyland
Yeah,
because it's a place we go to hang out.
absolutely.
And you could do the same thing with your kid,
Yep.
of course.
Way to bring it back.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
see? So Jenny, what time is it?
It's
Pizza time.
It's time for one last bite. Guys, as always, what is the best thing you tasted this week? Looks like you got something here.
yeah. So I mean, I'm Drinkupdisney, so I had to put a drink, but there is a food too. I just didn't
You
write
can do
it.
both. You can do both.
But drink is at home. I made a cucumber margarita. That sounded good. Cucumber sounded nice and refreshing, and hand squeezing cucumber to get cucumber juice
Whoa.
is not for the weak. It takes so long, but it was definitely worth it. But yeah, no, really good cucumber margarita. And then for the food, there's this restaurant that my husband and I go to all the time called Domenico's on the Lake over in Mission Viejo.
Okay.
And it's an Italian restaurant, kind of. It's like definitely more nicer Italian. It's not just like pizza pasta dishes. But they have this
we'll have
like
to tell Nella. Happy birthday, Nella.
Happy
by the way.
birthday,
Happy
Nella.
birthday.
Yeah. She's Italian and her boyfriend moved to OC. So
Oh,
we're
yeah.
just like telling them about all the Italian spots.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Domenico's on the Lake, and they have this orange glazed salmon that
Oh.
I'm obsessed with.
I
And it's
love
so
a
good every
Does it
time.
have like crisp, like that
a
from
little
the glaze?
bit, yeah, a little
I
bit.
love like a good glazed salmon. It's
Oh,
not
it's-
something you get all the time.
it's
Usually it's like
not.
grilled or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
No, it's so good, and it comes with
That must
broccolini
be
and
an
stuff.
Italian thing. Because there was, what was that place we went? 20 something, 24 or something. The pizza place in Costa Mesa.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Everyone got pizza. I'm like, lemon glazed salmon. Give me that. And
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
This is orange glazed, and it's so
Yeah.
good. But yeah, that's probably the best thing I ate this week.
Nice. What about you?
My sister and I last Saturday, my sister randomly texted me backtrack. They brought a Prince Street pizza to Costa Mesa, and I've had it before in San Diego, but I know is it from New York?
I have no idea.
I don't know. It's called Prince Street Pizza. There's one in Costa Mesa now. It took them like a year to open it. They finally opened it, and my sister and I have been wanting to go. So she texted me last Saturday at 8 p.m. hey, you want to go to Costa Mesa right now and get pizza? I was like, heck yeah, I do. So we did that, and it was amazing. It was so delicious. We got 2 slices.
Those little cup pepperonis.
Oh yeah, like
those
the oily ones are so good.
yes.
So we got 2. One was called spicy something. It was like the spicy one. It was like a spiced meat and hot honey on it with ricotta. It was so good.
The hot honey these days.
And then the other one was like, it was pepperoni, but there was like a spice to it. But they were both very, very good. Like,
That looks so
yeah, look at how
good.
amazing that looks. Yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
Look at that. It's in Costa
looks
Mesa.
so
It's the
good.
only Orange County location, but they do have some in San Diego.
And
but
the pop up at the old Arby's in LA.
Yes, they have one there too. But yeah, really good. The line wasn't long at all. They have like a whole wall of celebrities on the that visit the other locations, but super good. We ate there, and what's nice little fun fact, if you don't know, there's a Salt and Straw in Costa Mesa, so we had Salt and Straw right after that. So it was really good. And this is like a total tangent, but there was an unopened pint left on like the side of the building, and it was still sealed. So one of the people we were with just took it with them and like, I was gonna freeze it when I get home. Like it wasn't
Hey, if it's
completely
still
thawed
sealed,
out yet,
yeah.
and it was nighttime. It wasn't like it was like in the sun baking. So we're just like, okay, free ice cream. So she took it because it was sealed still. So
There you go.
yeah, but definitely check it out. It's really,
It's
really
at
good.
Triangle Square.
Triangle Square. It's next to like, you know, like 24 Hour Fitness is.
Yeah.
It's right off the 55, and you just park in there. And you can't sit and eat there though. It's like you just literally order and leave. Like there's no tables,
Oh,
no
okay.
nothing. But it's really good. Highly recommend.
That looks really good.
Delicious, man. Super good. Anyways, that's probably my best bite. What's yours?
For me, it has to be the horchata from
The wedding
Cocina
yesterday.
Express.
That's so
Yeah.
funny that you really liked it.
Okay, you know why though?
It's not. It was good.
He
I'm just
did
saying
it-
you were just blown
That
away
was
by
the
it.
most authentic horchata I've ever had, because anyone I've met who makes it at home adds milk to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not supposed to do that. I don't care what you say. I don't care if you say my mom, who is Mexican, did it. No. Look it up. The original. Your mom said the original didn't have it. Now you can do whatever you want.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want with however you make your food. Gabriel sometimes adds his almond milk to it. But I asked him, oh, you did the almond milk thing? He goes, no, dude, this one was just the rice. And the reason people don't do it, you have to soak it for a really long time to get all that rice out. It tasted creamy. And there was no milk, no almond milk, no like cheating in there. I drank 5 of those things. It was little tiny
Yeah.
cups. But I could have drank that all day. It was just phenomenal. And I want to give a shout out to the steak at Rain's wedding.
It was really good. That I almost picked that for everyone.
It wasn't like, I've obviously had better steak,
Yeah.
but wedding steak is usually not good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they like I think I mentioned it here. They half cooked it somewhere else, but it was
Mhm.
like ribeye. So ribeye, you don't need to get the prime cut for it to be good.
Mhm.
And it was like, again, because it's not this like flame grilled steak, it had a nice like rosemary flavor to it. And it was like, wow, this is really good. The mashed potatoes are really good.
Yeah.
They were more potato-y than creamy, which I like.
And they had asparagus.
Yeah, asparagus is asparagus. But also, I really like that cake. It was banana cake, but it didn't. Again, it was a light.
You like really didn't taste the banana much.
Yeah, it was like it was almost like, you know, things that have ingredients in them to just make it better. It's like banana was an ingredient.
Okay.
But I guess she got a piece of banana that I didn't.
I did hear Brie and Matthew mention though that like she was saying like, oh, I didn't get any. He's like, well, I got a piece. So I think some of the slices either had them or maybe there was different layers. Maybe some layers had it, some didn't. I don't know, but I know the flavor was banana.
And
I
again,
don't think everyone got
baking.
it.
Do you don't like banana at all? Or
No,
like-
I like banana,
like you-
but
you like a banana bread?
flavored
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
yeah, so it's like
The flavor.
baking with banana is different from adding banana flavor to
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Because some banana flavor things, they're nasty.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Like, but
There's a whole Gabby Bell video about it. You need to watch that. It's on
the
YouTube.
old bananas that all had diseases, so we have
Yeah,
the new
but
bananas.
she does a
Yeah.
whole video explaining the banana flavorings why people hate it so much. It's actually really funny. She's a really entertaining YouTuber, but she does a whole video about it.
Yeah, all of that, but the horchata really blew me away because it's hard to get it like that because everywhere has orange bang and that has the milk in it,
Mhm.
and then most people add milk. Like even I asked America when she made it once because I didn't want to do the whole thing. I added
Yeah.
milk
Yeah.
because it's like a cheat code and
yeah.
it works, but you know.
If you go to Trejos Tacos in Los Angeles, they have horchata, but it's sweetened with date syrup, and it's vegan, so it's like
I
almond or
don't-
oat milk. Or
It's
something
what
like
it's
that.
supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be vegan, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was,
But sweetened with date syrup.
and when I
is
told
what they
Gabriel,
get.
I'm like, dude, it's so good. He goes,
Yeah.
it's just sugar, man.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
it's,
yeah.
it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's good.
And finally, What is your one next bite at the Disneyland Resort?
I want to try Centrico. That's what it's called, right? Centrico.
Yeah.
It looks so good. Every time we walk past it, we're like, we need to add it to the list.
You would have more fun with friends at Centrico because they'll give you, or like even other families.
Mhm.
It's family friendly
Okay.
because it's outside.
Yeah.
There's stroller room. Even with all the kids, like they have chicken tenders on the menu.
Yeah.
So with the families, you can sit on the perimeter. They have these bigger seating. It's in the rockwork.
I've seen those.
Where we had a good time, but there was like 4 of us. We were at like a little table.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's more family friendly. Like Paseo's really good, but that's like date night or you take your parents or something.
It's a little nicer.
It's not like you don't need to dress formal.
Yeah.
It's like the food you're eating is more formal. It's like you're not gonna take your kid and then eat what was it? Steak tartare.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
this and that. So yeah, you'll have a good time for
Yeah.
sure. The drinks, I only had one drink. It was like a pina colada type deal. You don't need that one. And the tepache comes in a can, but they have a lot of drinks there that are
Okay.
probably really good. If you like tequila, it's good.
Okay.
So because they got,
I like vodka better, but I don't not like tequila. So
hey, didn't you make a margarita?
yeah. I like tequila.
Yeah. No, they
But
got good stuff
my
there.
go-to is usually
And
vodka.
I think they're full bar anyway.
Oh,
Because
okay.
they got everything up
Yeah.
there. So you can ask for whatever you want. So it's a good place.
You
What do you want to eat?
deleted it actually because I saw her list and she changed it. But she had the spicy pork tacos
yeah.
from Studio Catering Co. I really want to try those.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I
all
wasn't
like,
sure. I wish I
yeah.
waited because I would have eaten the chili relleno burrito that day.
Yeah. So I'm going to probably get that on Friday.
Yeah, you could still get those. I can get whatever from anywhere else. There's so much food.
Did you get a reservation somewhere?
Oh, Carthay Circle.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Yeah. That's lunch.
What are we eating at Carthay Circle?
I don't know.
You apparently
I
got to
will-
try the pork.
I will look
I'm-
at the
I'm gonna-
I will look at the menu.
Do they have it?
We went for your birthday recently, right?
No, we did the lounge. We're eating at Carthay Circle.
Heck yeah, we are. Thank you.
It's your birthday.
Thank you.
Let's see. Carthay. I know. It's on the show. We gotta go, but let's
It's
see.
fine.
I
I'm gonna eat my arm off. I'm
You-
hungry.
okay. Lunch. Oh, they have a seasonal prefix.
Ooh.
Okay, starters. Choice of one: green garbanzo bean fritters,
Interesting.
stone fruit salad, Greek salad, whatever. Okay, main course: pan roasted shrimp, rigatoni pasta carbonara. That's you.
Oh.
Grilled chicken meatloaf, ginger and soy glazed tri-tip.
Ooh, that sounds good too.
Yeah.
The meatloaf sounds interesting. Grilled chicken meatloaf. How?
What? His mouth just dropped.
The warm cheddar Parker House rolls are back. No, those are they had something else.
Oh.
Oh, so the lunch menu is different. They don't have.
They want you to take the rolls.
So yeah, they don't have the potato croquettes. Okay, the pork chop's only at dinner. So we're having the lunch menu.
Okay.
That's fine.
One of the chefs at Carthay Circle said that they do not bring food back. So like if they've taken things off the menu, they try to never bring it back.
Well, this was it was a biscuit that was like
Oh,
their
okay.
staple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it was bread and rolls.
Yeah,
that was
got it.
that was like a COVID thing.
Oh, okay.
So they got rid of the free biscuits.
oh, and then now
they
they're
were
bringing
like
it back.
they're this crazy buttermilk cheddar something biscuit. They went away and then they brought house rolls, and then now you have to pay for them.
Got it.
Which-
Got it.
I'm not opposed to paying for things.
No.
But don't pay.
Bread service feels.
$6 bread. Just give me the bread. Dude.
Yeah.
It's fine. But anyways,
What's your next bite?
I'm going with Jeff and Freddie. We're
I
going.
thought you were
to
gonna say on Friday for your birthday, Kimmy. We're gonna get this.
Well, that's not my next bite.
I know you're gonna go with the boys.
We're going to Carnation Cafe
Oh right.
Ooh, yeah.
for Jeff's last day.
Do they have the pickles there?
So you know what? I know what it
They
is.
do.
So I don't know what I'm gonna get for an entree. I might just eat a bunch of appetizers. We're gonna get the pickles because they've never tried them. I'm gonna get Walt's chili.
There you go.
I know
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just chili.
It's good.
I
It's
don't
good.
think I've had it, so I'm gonna get Walt's chili. Whether or not I get an entree, my one next bite is Walt's chili.
Sounds perfection.
All right.
So with that, take us away.
Thank you all for listening.
We'll see you next week. Well, we will.
Yeah.
He'll see you next
He'll see you next week.
See you real soon.
Bye.
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 Thanks for traveling with us today, and we hope you have a happy and memorable visit to the Disneyland Resort. Please lower your head, watch your step, and exit to the driver's right-hand side only.